This is the Bounty Hunt Podcast.
I have never met a Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian.
And now it's time to collect those credits.
As you will.
Bounty hunting is a complicated profession.
Hello and welcome to a very special Bounty Hunt, your number one place for Star Wars TVs and currently movies. I am here live and in person with some very special guests. I'm your host Oz today, joined by the current CEO of Youtini, the former CEO of Youtini, and the host of the Youtini show. We've got Anthony, Corey, and Eric. You know I'm loving. Boys, welcome. How's it going?
Thank you. Very good. We
Feeling
watched
good.
Star Wars together.
We sure did.
Yes, movies are back.
They
They made them. We did it.
We did.
Yeah, that's right.
That was us.
There was a movie that they made. That's true.
Stop it. Don't do this.
I feel like
Don't do it. We don't need him here.
Get off the pot. We are so fine.
there are 12 people next door that could fill your spot. So we are here all hanging out in Charlotte. We got to see the movie together in person
And
last
20
night.
of us went, which was awesome.
There were 20.
Oh, yeah.
I have not been to a movie with a group that big in literally 25 years.
Easily.
Never.
No.
Yeah.
It
It
was
felt like an adult birthday party, not just because you were in a Chewbacca onesie and a Burger King crown.
No,
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
Like
That is what you wore to the movie.
Yeah, I've been wearing this for 36 hours. straight.
Yes.
I got this crown at the airport yesterday morning.
keep telling him to take it off, but he just won't.
Yeah. Slightly smells. It's fine.
No, everybody like stared at us at the movie theater, like in the lobby. People were like, "Who are these people? They're
Yeah.
all together." Like, but you can see like the jealousy in their eyes. They're like, "Ooh, that looks fun." I wish.
And it was.
What's so
Yeah.
funny is, the power of groups. I didn't feel like I was weird at all.
Nope.
Also, the power of being 37.
Yeah, you lose that right around 24,
Yeah,
probably.
I didn't feel like the weird old dude wearing a Chewbacca onesie. I just was the weird old dude.
That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Wearing a Chewbacca onesie, and I felt good about it. That's
Yeah.
Have kids and you lose shame. It's
Yeah.
great.
That's truth.
Yeah. So like we said, there's a lot of us here. There are some people nearby that maybe we'll swing in. We told them we'd love to have some more guests. This is going to be a shocker, have not done a lot of planning for this.
Let's go.
Very off the cuff first reactions. We got to the movie like 15 hours ago. We've had some light discussions, but we wanted to save it for the pod. So we're just going to go down the line, starting with the boss man. Quick thoughts. We'll get deeper, but
Yeah.
top level thoughts.
It was fun, man. I mean, it was a really fun time. I go back to Star Wars. You think about Star Wars being when it was created for kids, faster, more intense, right? And a good time. That's what this was throughout the whole film. A really good time.
Yeah, I hate that that's so true because even when the reviews started coming in, they were always like, notice everyone's talking about it being fun, but they're not saying good.
Sure.
But also, it was fun.
It
Like, what, I
was.
can't say that just
Yeah.
because
Those things are the same to me.
They can be.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric.
For those of you that watch the Youtini show, I've probably been the biggest skeptic on the show. I've been very worried about not liking it. I was very vocal about not liking Mando Season 3. When the reviews came out, I was really worried.
Yeah.
I thought I would just go with my friends. I thought it was going to be bad. I had a freaking blast. Top to bottom, didn't stop smiling. I hate the idea that something is only fun because it's not good, which does happen. People do say, oh, it was fun. Stop pretending that it had to be good. I thought it was made very well. I had a freaking blast the entire time. No one is more surprised than me. I gave it a 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd for the record, and I'm very excited to talk more about it, but I had a blast.
Yeah, I will echo all that. I definitely thought the movie was super, super fun. I think it's not really any secret. I'm like the biggest Grogu hater on the team.
What?
By a large margin, right? And I'm not on the Youtini show anymore. And
Because he hates
Because of that. That's right.
they kicked me off the show for
Yeah.
Actually, Favreau emailed us, and he's like, yo, get that guy off.
Exactly. He's like, bro. Like,
I'm sorry, but
yeah.
John Favreau does not know who we are.
Right. Johnny Favs?
Yeah.
We play Unlimited together on Wednesdays.
Yeah, I've never been in a movie of that scale with that many people before. It was awesome going with all our friends. I was also smiling ear to ear the whole movie. I laughed my ass off. It was an absolute blast. That being said, I thought the movie was, I get one F-bomb, fucking awful.
All right, we're here.
All right, that's
and we're here.
15.
All right.
It took us 5.5 minutes.
5
5.5
minutes.
minutes. Yeah, I used it early. Now it's gone. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Movie was terrible, but I loved it. And I think that's the most Star Wars thing ever.
Yes.
The way that Attack of the Clones is awful, but amazing. I loved it. Yeah.
I get what you're saying. I think Attack of the Clones is just bad, and I don't love it. The worst thing about all these anniversary, we're gonna do a lot of pivots, a lot of detours and stuff throughout this.
We also have Attack of the Clones playing in like across the wall at the moment.
Yes, unironically playing on the TV.
We're hitting anniversaries every year for the different movies, and so I've been seeing them all in theaters. All 3 prequels I've seen in theaters now, and they've all actually dropped for me.
I completely agree. I've been like, these are worse than I remembered.
It's not been the thing where, like, in my head, I'm like, over the years, it got better. And then I saw Revenge of the Sith, which is the good one, and I was like, guys, this movie's not that great.
Okay, did you see how much ADR there is in that movie now?
Well, I mean, every movie has a bunch of ADR.
But seeing Revenge of the Sith on the big screen, I was like, oh no, you can't see it on the TV, but there's a lot of ADR in that movie.
I unironically feel that way almost about every Star Wars project.
Which,
going forward.
We also said last night, we were talking about ranking movies, and Eric has some thoughts on ranking this movie, but I was like, the problem I have with ranking movies is you start justifying why one is ahead of another, and I realize I'm like, do I actually hate every Star Wars movie?
I know.
Yeah, rankings are hard because you do then even if you love it, you're like, well, is it number 1? Because I find that way when I was watching the movie last night. I always start thinking about my Letterboxd rating while I'm watching, which is a cancer.
Yeah,
I like Letterboxd. It is probably the healthiest social media, but it's still just a bunch of elitists talking about movies. But like, I had that moment at the beginning. I'm like, do I like this? I'm like, wait, I would rate it. Do I like this? Wait, do I like this? And then I eventually shut it off. And it was like, it hadn't happened to me in quite a while.
It sucks to start writing a review in your head while you're reading or watching something.
Yes, it does.
It's a losing some game with Star Wars for sure.
Yes.
Because all of them are bad in their own way. Like even like the OT, you go back
That's
and
Star
watch.
Wars.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like part of the experience. Like stuff has not aged well. Some of the CGI looks terrible.
Except when you watch Andor and you're like, oh no, we're bad.
Yeah.
Like as people.
Yes, exactly.
Uh-oh.
Is it a good time to say that this is going to be a spoiler show here?
Yeah, this is a great
By the
time.
way.
This is a great time to say that.
So-
Thank you, boss.
So all that to say the Attack of the Clones thing, I thought this movie was fun and good. It's not great, I don't think, of a movie. I think it has some problems. So yes, we are going to be fully going into spoilers, and I'm going to kick this off by my quick review last night. That was my favorite 4 episodes of The Mandalorian in years.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Because I thought as a movie in a theater, it was solid. If that had been 4 episodes, honestly, there almost was episode breaks. And that's how I kind of want to drive our conversation.
Sure.
There's sort of 4 chapters in the movie. The first one is like the prologue, and then he accepts the bounty for Rada. The second is him going after Rada. Third is like Embo, and then trying to rescue Rada. And then the fourth is saving Mando, where Grogu kind of has his adventure.
See that?
We don't need to strictly stay in there. When I bring up Rada, we can talk all about Rada.
We better.
And so let's start.
Can we
there.
start there?
Can we just go into it?
Okay, actually,
My bro Rada.
I don't know how much any of y'all. I think Anthony watched. I'm sure y'all watched or listened to almost none of our recaps.
Correct.
Well, y'all were on one.
we were on the
Yeah, you were on one.
Y'all were on the longest one.
I've been in this fight since I was 6 years old.
Big shout out to anyone if you actually made it through all those. I realize I'm like close to out of frame. We're really good at this, guys.
I saw the views. People watched them.
Yeah, they were watched, and thank you for everyone. But the running game we kind of did throughout everything was Will It cameo, and most characters we talked about, even we didn't think they were going to show up. I had thought afterwards we can go through and one by one. None of them showed up.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Can I say that my biggest surprise of the movie, and I said this immediately after sleeping on it, I do believe it. I think the word of the movie for me is restraint, which is shocking because the entire Filoni Favreau Star Wars era, I think, has been criticized for its lack of restraint. Yeah. For them saying, we're going to put everyone in everything we can. We're going to fit in my favorite characters, even if they don't make sense. We're going to do all this. And that has been fairly and unfairly criticized, I think, at certain points. This movie could have gone so glep-shitto and could have gone so, this is my favorite Clone Wars Rebels secret character. And there were some familiar characters, which we'll talk about.
Can I say a sentence that'll confuse Corey?
Please do.
To emphasize your point, Jai Kell was in Ahsoka. Exactly. It confused all of you.
That's right. That's right.
He's the kid from Rebels. He's standing next to Clancy Brown, whose name I actually don't.
The governor? No.
As something Marat? No. Anyway.
No.
Dude,
No,
the
that's
Ahsoka show
No.
was a fever dream to me.
Anyway,
I
but
really
so like
loved that.
all of the Mandoverse stuff, it's like Bo-Katan and Order 66 flashback, which
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping for. And you know, all these other
Yeah,
cameos.
no
like-
Bo-Katan, no Fennec Shan, no Gideon, no
Yeah.
like
Have
there
you
was
seen-
No Luke Skywalker, even as a background character. You know,
Yeah.
Have you seen 6 episodes of Clone Wars and or 7 and 4 episodes of Rebels and
55
all
Clone
of
Wars,
it-
55 Rebels, 55 Ahsoka.
You don't even like that show.
I know, but I like the reference.
Yeah. This was not that.
No,
No, it wasn't.
They just made a movie.
Wasn't at all. I will say, like, if this movie had a version of that, I think it was like callbacks to season 1. I would honestly say, like, there was a lot of like subtle references where Grogu does the same thing that he's done like over and over again, right? Like there wasn't a lot of newness, I think, to like
The Matterhorn lifting.
like,
yeah.
and,
Well, because
like,
I think part of the mission was there are people out there, whether they are
Mudhorn. The Matterhorn is a ride at Disney World.
That's-
Sorry.
I knew that, but I wasn't going to say anything. There are people theoretically that have not watched the Mandalorian that they want to come to the movie. So like we do have to like, you know, we talked about at the end of season 3 was kind of a soft reboot, and then they even furthered it by you've had a pillow brought to you.
yeah, it's my
Old
brother's
man needs a pillow. Here we go.
Who said we don't have special effects?
To jump off of that point, I got my haircut like an hour ago.
Yeah.
And while I was sitting in the
For
chair,
this show, by the way.
Yeah, for the show. Yeah. Look at that.
Glorious.
While I was sitting in the chair, literally there was a table like a chair on the other side of the like mirror for me, and I heard the whole conversation. They were talking about Star Wars, and
Nice.
Oh.
and the guy that was in the chair, he's actually not a Star Wars fan, and his girlfriend was kind of rare, but still, yeah. And
Like that.
so he is in the
Girl
chair
power.
talking to the hairdresser about like going to see Mandalorian last night. And he was just butchering it, like so bad. He's like, I have not seen any of the TV show, and like, there's the little Baby Yoda thing, like Grogu or whatever his name was. Like, he couldn't pronounce
It's in
it.
the title, guy. Like
Dude,
this guy's
God,
actively
Grogu.
trying
Yeah,
to be
he
wrong.
could not pronounce like the name of the character. Like, she corrected him. The
The
lady-
Mandalorian and Gaga.
It's
yeah.
remarkably phonetical.
Okay, SNL, are you listening? Because I'm into that.
For
Bingo.
real. Yeah. But so I think it's what's gonna be interesting to me to see over time is if what the audience sort of response is to that, because this is a huge experiment to see, can you do a movie that kind of requires a fair amount of knowledge. I think even going into this, you need a little bit of knowledge of kind of how, you know, it's not actually Baby Yoda. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
But did you though? I mean, I
don't
think
think you
that's
said
what
it.
I
You did.
right.
I think it's helpful, but you don't.
That's what I'm saying.
helpful.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying is the interesting thing for me. Because,
Yeah.
like, we can debate whether or not you do or don't, but
Right.
like that kind of doesn't matter because we're so in the weeds all the time.
Yeah.
Like, what really matters is what the general audience perception of that is. So I'm curious to see how that's going to evolve, especially after like the first weekend when all the diehards go.
Yeah.
Right? Let's see like next 2 weeks, like what the audience response is going to be.
Well, that's where I look at the critics, and I think if you were to go into that film as a casual fan, you'd really have to be trying hard to crap on it. You know what? You'd have to leave there at least feeling good
Well,
about
it's
what you
just like
saw.
an elitist movie.
Yeah.
guy.
Well,
And some
and
of those
it
reviews
is.
were like, this movie's dog
Yeah.
shit. Like that. There
Like,
were
come
people
on.
out there that said
Right.
that.
Well, and I think it's interesting because like the reviews themselves, I'm gonna go back now having seen it and realize it. Hold on a second. Thank you. Oh, can I have a
actually
worse
mine.
beer than that?
I want that one.
Yeah, thank you.
We have studio assistants, by the way.
We do.
This is
how we
really
work.
good content for the audio listeners.
Yeah, really.
We
This is
fired
the- this is the
Corey
time
and
to
took
know
that
in
money.
case it's
Amazing.
clear,
Hired
we're on
assistants.
video.
Hey.
I gotta go back.
You can walk in front of the camera. It's way less dangerous.
You're doing great. Thank you.
This is actually the best content we've ever recorded.
Correct.
Yeah, I've invoked my sister a lot as sort of a casual fan, and I don't mind doing it. But
Yeah.
I know she doesn't listen to this. But she and her husband watched at least the first few seasons, and she like doesn't know the movies that well. And she like thought Baby Yoda was just Yoda as a baby. Like I think that there are people with that.
I think seriously, even though it's
Agreed.
been all these years, I seriously think that is still not that uncommon.
Yeah, which
Yes.
is
Correct.
fine. And I don't think you can. I think you can watch this movie and
There was the Onion article like 2 weeks ago. Did you see this? The Onion article. It's like Disney loses $900 million by not naming the movie The Mandalorian and Baby Yoda.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's
they-
possible.
They did all this like soft reset to take it back to season 1. He got out of nowhere a new Razor Crest. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's just all the fittings of season 1. It's a lore agnostic adventure.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I thought that was gonna bug me so much, but for some reason, something turned off, and I was like, you know, I think that if you go into this movie, as critics do, because I think nowadays critics are very franchise aware. They're very much like movies need to propel franchises forward, and some things like Marvel and certain things have gotten lambasted in the past for like, this is fun. Why did we need this? I also hate that phrase because we don't need movies. We need food and shelter. That sucks.
Yeah.
You make movies because you have a story to tell. And I think that this movie was just a fun adventure in Star Wars. And those of us in the Youtini community who have read some Legends books, who have read some canon books that don't need to happen, but are really fun adventures. Like one of my favorite books is Most Wanted, the solo prequel with Han and Kira.
So good.
Not needed, a great small adventure. And I think that is similar to what I will compare to this movie to, where like it's characters we know, kind of, in a time period that is kind of immaterial. It's a great short adventure. And I think it was made well. And I think that is very weird in the current moviescape because a lot of movies are kind of begging to exist. They're hoping to get made. And this one did get $160 million. But I get worked.
Oh yeah, we'll jump in.
I mean, and so
Have a seat.
you talk
We
about
have
it.
a new guest.
Hey,
real
come
quick.
on in here, Caleb.
The Cosmic Force now is the majority of the people on the
we
show.
go.
Caleb from the Cosmic Force. Yeah, I think sort of like Most Wanted. So if they were to make season 4 that just directly follows from season 3, there'd be a little bit of a time jump where they'd be like, oh yeah, Mando's been working on Aldhani for a while. This is a Most Wanted style story that's like, here's something in that gap.
Yeah.
Do you need it? Maybe not.
Yeah.
Right.
If I can play devil's advocate for but a moment.
Yeah.
Sure.
This is
my-
your one moment.
Yeah,
my
that's
one.
it.
My one criticism of Mandalorian that I've really always had is I've been frustrated by the way that the show sort of undermines itself, right? Like,
Sure.
we have
We're going to talk about
recurring-
Book of Boba Fett for a second?
yeah, for sure, for real, right? I mean, we have gigantic moments like where season 2 ends on a massive moment where Baby Yoda goes with Luke, right? And he's going off, and we have this goodbye. It's the season finale. It's a huge moment, right? And then we fast forward to Book of Boba Fett. We just undermine that, right?
Yeah.
We undo it.
But also, if you go to season 3, you have no idea why he's back.
Exactly. So you have no idea why he's back. All right. So we destroy the Razor Crest. It's a big moment. The Jawas do it. It's a meaningful story point for Mando. And then we get to the movie and we just undo it just instantly. So like,
Yeah.
it's
Also,
almost
Corey,
like-
can I ask you a question?
It's almost
Is
like-
it good or bad if he has his helmet off?
what?
Is it good or bad if he takes
Dude,
his
I
helmet
have
off?
no idea.
Exactly.
I have no idea. Like,
we
like-
still don't quite know.
I thought we.
It's-
I think it was your partner Charlie that said last night. Like, didn't we get past the religious trauma thing? Like, I thought.
No,
I thought we did.
not.
I thought.
Absolutely not.
No, clearly.
I'm sorry, I was
But it
confused.
was a big
What
moment.
happened
But he decided to do it, but then he didn't.
What happened in season 3, he gets recleansed at the end, and the two different awful religions form an alliance. But they're basically Bo-Katan and the survivors
Okay.
are friends with the covert. Sorry,
Yeah, there you
I-
go.
yeah,
Nice. Good for you.
Yeah. So they're like, we got to work together to be a greater Mandalore, but we're still going to keep our helmets on.
Yeah.
That's
Who's
kinda-
keeping their helmets on?
the covert, the armorer, Axe Woves,
But not Bo-Katan. Where does Din Djarin fall on this?
he's on the armorer side of things. Yeah.
So he took his helmet off as a really big emotional moment for Grogu to show that he loved him, and then said, "Thank God that's over."
Yeah,
Helmet
I mean,
on.
if you kill someone to save your daughter, you might still go to confessional later.
I'm not Catholic. I don't
know, I'm just-
understand.
This is the royal you.
But
Royal you.
but also real quick, like he lost his helmet. You had to get it like if you lose your helmet, you have to go back in there and get redipped. But now that it can't,
Redipped.
You can't just say
Yeah.
redipped like it's a normal verb.
That's all right.
no, it's now that Mandalore
Clearly, you haven't been dipped.
I'm picturing a baptism where when I dip, you dip, we dip, and then they throw the baby down.
Now that
Sorry to undermine your brain here.
You know when you gotta get redipped, you just gotta get.
Okay,
but Mandalore's now reclaimed, so like it might be as easy as going down to Target.
Can I
Honestly,
Can I
yeah.
say at this moment? I think this is gonna come up a couple times. This stuff is why I am so glad they had to restrain the movie not to address literally any of this.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
And it makes it kind of work because it's so chaotic in a way. It almost kind of becomes like the vibe and the brand like of Mandalorian a little bit. But I'm still frustrated by like. I agree. We can go off and do dumb little side adventures. That's super fun in Star Wars. But we also have to like do good writing and good storytelling and like not undermine ourselves at every turn. That frustrates me about the show,
Yeah.
and it always has.
I also just like I don't like the concept of the helmet thing, and like and I think
it's kind of bad.
I
Like
think you're supposed to think that it's bad, but then he keeps going back to
I
it.
know.
So I'm-
Yeah. It's like, girl, leave him.
yeah, exactly.
like fundamentally.
Din,
Fundamentally, like we have a show where we can never see a guy's face who can never have any emotion, and a baby who can't talk. Like,
And
that's
it's
just-
Pedro
Yeah,
Pascal.
Hey, that's just not a good formula. Like
Yeah.
in general,
He's
for
busy.
storytelling.
Like
So now we add this on
Yeah.
top of like we're just gonna change our mind about major decisions we make all the freaking time, and that
So they ignored the And they
is
ignore it entirely.
objectively bad writing. If
Yeah.
it wasn't Star Wars, like we would be pissed about it. Like so, it's like, but
And it doesn't come up.
that being said, the movie's fine, and we
To
can
be
watch
fair,
it. It's
I
stupid and
was
goofy.
pissed about season 3.
Yeah.
I'm a season
You
3
were.
hater.
There's
I
about
actually
3.5 hours of podcasts about it.
Yeah,
we can
I
listen
actually
to.
liked it a little more on the rewatch. This, I also described this last night as season 3, but good.
Yes,
I think
that's
it had
exactly
a lot
how I
of
described
similar
it.
tone and beats of season 3. It had less Lizzo and JB.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry again, Hannah. That's my. I'm gonna apologize to Hannah a lot today.
She's going to listen to this on 8 times speed and get all of that.
Yes, correct. Yeah, I'll
We
be
should,
getting a DM from her.
we
soon.
should do the thing where every time we bring in a new guest, we ask him the same introductory question that we asked with like what did you think of the movie?
Oh yeah. Caleb,
Oh, yeah,
Caleb,
yeah.
what's your
Good
top
call.
line?
Yes, we brought you in. Tell us.
Also, for all
like-
our audio listeners that you are going to miss this glorious Mandalorian shirt Caleb is wearing right
Yes,
now.
yeah,
That's beautiful.
And
fantastic.
his wife's currently wearing a matching one, which is a flex.
Yeah, absolutely flex. So Caleb, tell us like general thoughts about the movie. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Like general thoughts.
General thoughts?
Yeah, sure. I'll take this one.
He was trying to use
Legitimately, I thought it was great. I thought it was like the biggest criticism I will say against it is it gave the masses what they wanted. It it played it safe. It gave do you want to see more Mandalorian? Be awesome and kill stormtroopers? You got it. Do you want to see Grogu be cute with the Ancellans? You got it. You want to see weirdo monsters fighting to the death? You got it.
A lot of monsters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tons of monsters. Tons of
Biggest criticism from Andor is like not having any aliens. You're like, great, sorry.
Yeah, like it doesn't really push the things, and it does feel a little bit like they are just like kind of treading water, but in a way that the second temple, like Temple of Doom, like Indiana Jones, like hey, we're not going to spend a lot of time on the story. It's all about the nonstop action set pieces.
You know what happens if you stop treading water? You die.
Well, okay. The analogy I said,
All
I
right.
said earlier,
Bad
we were
metaphor,
talking-
bad metaphor, bad metaphor.
It's a bad metaphor, but it's like,
Yeah, you're right. That is what I wanted for my multi-billion-dollar franchise. So
Yeah,
let's
just tread water, please.
I feel like it's less treading water. It's more like the ship is just going forward. Like
Yes.
we're
It is.
moving the ship forward. We're not taking it to interesting waters, but we're also not putting it in shallow waters. We're just keeping it going. We're moving.
We're
it
going to
forward.
Shakira and
We're
just having a
getting
good time.
momentum going and getting people excited and having
come
re-showing.
back.
Oh yeah, we can make money doing Star Wars movies, and people will be excited and show up for it.
Yeah, I guess I don't want us to get too trapped in the story or the lack thereof, right? Because one thing in the film that I liked a lot was the world building. Legitimately, how many times have we gone to Nal Hutta and
Nal Hutta
seen
was
it in
sick, too, by the
detail?
way.
It was
Honestly,
amazing.
That was genuinely the first moment in the movie where I was able to step back, just look at it movie making and be
Yes.
like, okay, this actually looks really sick.
Also,
does.
it looked like a planet.
It did, yeah,
it was
sure
not
did.
a volume set with 18 people that
Yes.
all followed COVID restrictions
Right.
that we know we could like. Shikari, which we'll talk about, was populated. Nal Hutta was vast. Like this was
that's
a
a-
movie-sized planet.
And that's a movie that we don't have a lot of footage of. There's a little bit in the Clone Wars, not very much, but there's a ton of lore about Nal Hutta. It's in multiple video games.
Right.
Crispin trilogy, read it.
Crispin
Yeah.
trilogy, right?
But to
So
see it at that scale was really
and it was filled with monsters. It was dangerous. The air was kind of toxic. Like they did it right. It was good.
It was sick.
I loved it.
Yeah. So, right after you're saying, let's not get too bogged down in the story. Let's jump into the story.
Here we go. Stop.
Because I want to get to Nal Hutta, but let's sort of take it from the top.
Yeah.
It opens. It's got a cold open, which is pretty rad.
Literally.
Yeah, exactly. There's not a crawl, but there's a Rogue One or Solo style.
A solo-esque.
Yeah, it's more like Solo. The Empire still remains.
Rogue One has the jump scare open. Where it's like,
it doesn't have
boom.
words. Oh yeah, you're right.
They've tried a lot of different versions of this for these non-saga films.
Which I like. I think is great.
too.
Yeah, where it's like it didn't say it's a lawless time, but it's like the outer rim of the galaxy is filled with outlaws.
I remember with Rogue One, there was like, are they going to do a crawl? And the thing is, like, they had to decide there.
Yeah.
What do we do for non-saga movies?
Yeah, we need to do the worst text ever.
Yeah.
The Rogue One title text is my hill I will die on. That is the worst word art
It's
text
bad.
they could have used
It's
for
I
Rogue
need to
One.
rewatch it.
Yeah, it's
clearly.
rough.
All right, we're gonna go watch Rogue One, and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
So it opens on whatever planet. I don't even remember. If they
I don't know.
Well,
I don't think
we have to
know.
briefly talk about the intro title sequence.
the credits.
No, they're not there
No,
yet.
that's
Oh.
that's what a cold open.
Oh,
is.
you're
Before
right. You're
the
right.
Oh, yeah,
credits.
okay.
You're right.
Dad's never watched The Office.
I never have. apparently.
They're on a cold planet that is not Hoth, but they haven't told us what it is.
Correct.
The one from It almost looked like
Season 2?
Season 2 of Andor, where
they went in and infiltrated the.
Aldani?
No. Into season 2 of Andor, where they had the big meetings of the Imperial Muckety-Mucks, the straight.
Calcite.
Kelkite.
They're on that.
Deep foliated substrate calcites.
There we go.
Gorman?
No,
they talked about Gorman.
It would have been Gorm. No.
Where was that? Anyway, maybe.
It could be. The point is, at
Snow
least
Planet.
These
Snow Planet.
5 people don't know.
And we are nerds.
Yeah. Well, they don't have a card for it yet, so we don't have.
Yeah, they don't have a base.
So the whole thing is just a big action sequence to get one of the guys from season 3. We briefly meet him in season 3, part of the Shadow Council, and it's just action. And
Yep.
I thought it was such a sick way to open the film.
And it was we had seen a lot of this. So the first ever, maybe you saw it, maybe you didn't, leaked footage of The Mandalorian was the oneer of the Mando taking out a bunch of stormtroopers.
Some of us in Tokyo got to see it.
Cool.
Oh, that's true. I guess we did.
Yeah, so that was the one. So we had seen that previously. Some of the clips they'd released were like Mando going down the mountain on the ATRT, blowing up the AT-ATs. This is like, hey, the Mandalorian is a badass. If you haven't watched in season 1 or seen a commercial, this is who he is. Grogu does a little force thing, destroys a mouse droid. I thought this was earnestly a great way to say, hey, time period. The Empire is over, but there's still bad guys. Stormtroopers aren't the same ones you know, but they're still Stormtroopers. Mandalorian is cool. He has people on fire. He has a cute little sidekick, and they're going with the Rebels people. And I thought it was pace-wise. Frankly, this is kind of a masterclass in pacing to start a movie.
It was.
Good sequence.
It really was.
Anyone who's a James Bond fan knows this by heart. It's the opening gambit. It's the cold open, straight into the action, remind you who the characters are. It has very little to do with the rest of the plot, but that doesn't matter. It's to show that, hey, the world is dynamic, our character is competent, and does a lot of things in the world. So
This podcast is brought to you by 007 First Light, coming out next week on Xbox and PS5 and PC. Get your pre-orders in now. 007 First Light. Thank you.
I actually am going to bring up James Bond, I think, a few times during this, but
Yeah.
I get the same vibes. Every James Bond opens with him in the middle of a mission. I mean, I don't know if that's literally true. This one felt more like a Pierce Brosnan era than Daniel Craig because there's in fact, Pierce Brosnan literally skis down a mountain.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
one
I
of
was going to
his,
say, if it's wise,
like in the ATRT.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And Mando doesn't get his ass kicked at all, which is, I think, very Daniel Craig-esque.
Daniel Craig gets ripped to shreds.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been great if he just turned the pulse rifle to the camera and they did the little cut down.
Why am I into that? Everything about this movie I shouldn't be into, but yeah, hell yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean,
it was a great sequence. The action was really good. Like the dancing between the AT-ATs, like while he was on the walker, was really sick. Like,
AT-ATs apparently have a getaway vehicle in there.
It
Didn't know
looks like
that.
a little head of an
That's
AT.
new.
yeah, it did. That was
I
really
will
clever.
say there was little criticism I'll put on this point because I thought it was really fun. There was a little bit of Netflixification of the dialogue where if you guys have heard, Netflix now tells writers, hey, you need to actually explain a lot more what's happening as things are going on because people are on their phones. And he's like, where is he? He's underneath us. Find him. Like there's a little bit too much description of like that from the Warlord. I didn't hate it, but it did take me out for a quick second because that's very not Star Wars. Star Wars is very much show don't tell. I know there's a little too much telling, but for the most part, Mando being a badass, getting Grogu in, I thought was very effective.
Yeah, one thing that kind of threw me out because it's been a while since I've seen a movie in a theater. It's like, oh, there's no subtitles. Because I put subtitles on.
Brother.
Oh, okay.
Like, why aren't there subtitles?
You're like Gen Z, man. They all watch TV with
If you go to
subtitles.
any Fathom events thing, I'm sure there will be.
In fact, think about it. It's not just a James Bond thing. Like, a lot of Star Wars movies open on an action sequence. You've got.
Yep.
I know that Phantom Menace starts a little slow, but then there's the action sequence.
Yep.
Then obviously the car chase in
Attack of the Clones.
the
Yeah.
Battle of Coruscant.
Yeah.
5 kind of starts with the Battle of Hoth. Like, that's
4 does. I mean, Vader capturing the ship.
Oh, that's over in like that's a.
But,
very
like,
quick
you know,
one, yeah.
Just there's gunfire. Like,
Yeah.
it's like it's a big action sequence. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that. It's very like RPG game esque, like a good.
Yeah.
Like, you dive right into the action. Yeah, I thought it was good.
yeah, you're dealing with a movie with people that are kind of badass.
I
And
agree, though. It was super exposition heavy. In fact, the first 25% of the movie is insanely exposition.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like they explain way.
They
too
could have done
much.
3 or 4 more passes of the script to be like, and we'll get into. There's a certain character which we've talked earlier. I'd agree with Corey. That was a little rough. That didn't need to be. But overall,
I get it.
The
I guess.
silent Mando of it all.
Honestly, though,
worked.
like I think like most of that dialogue in that first scene, you could have just cut out completely, and we just like watch it happen on screen, and we would have got it.
Yeah,
like, I don't
probably,
really think
yeah, you're right.
we don't need to.
Yeah.
We don't need to say that Imperial warlords, they're a bunch of assholes. Like
We
just
know.
got to see the guy be a giant asshole.
Correct. We could have honestly
Literally
started the
shot
movie.
a guy.
We could have started the movie with them being like, "Long live the Empire!" Alarms.
Yeah,
That
Good
could have been the
point.
start.
I
Good
did
point.
like. I think the boardroom scene is actually one of my least favorite visual scenes, just with how
Yep.
like hazy it was, and you compare it to
And we have seen it better in Andor.
deep substrated calcite.
Yep.
Yeah. Just the way it's shot.
deep foliated substrate calcite.
Okay, everyone drink.
I did love how cowardly everyone was in the room, but in a different way, because the main one is like cowardly power wise. The other ones, they're just like scared for their lives and their people. I'm sure they were also bad people.
And their money.
Right. But I love Mando comes in and they're all just like, he's over there. Like, we don't actually want to shoot you. And he's like, I know. You were not a worry to me.
This is not who I'm here for. You're not on my deck of cards.
Yeah. But then, yeah, chase. My favorite part of the chase scene of all that is, and I'm sure some people are gonna roll their eyes at this, was Grogu hiding behind the wall. Like,
Dude, we all laughed.
Yeah.
The whole theater
No,
laughed.
we did, yeah.
I think it was supposed to be fun. There's a lot of moments. So we talked about this briefly already. Like, there's a lot of moments where you're like our theater definitely like died laughing, and we're not really sure if it was totally supposed to be
I
comedy.
think anytime Grogu does something, it's
I
supposed
think
to.
so. I think
yes.
so. But that was objectively hilarious.
Unless
like,
he's using the
he's
Force.
like behind the wall.
Yeah.
Like that was hilarious.
And then Mando blows the shit out of that.
yeah. Annihilates
And they
him.
give you the second to laugh, have a moment, and they're like, "All right, let's get out of here."
One point of disagreement I think we're gonna have is there's a fair amount of CGI in the movie that I thought was just frankly bad. Like there were multiple moments that like straight up took me out. In that first scene, the two that did it for me, when it shows the trooper like he's on the
ATRT.
Yeah.
ATRT, it was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah,
The whole thing was
the
CGI.
ATRT is a little rough.
I also think ATRTs are just kind of dumb.
They are.
They
Like,
are.
Dude,
The utility
They
of it.
belong in animation, man.
You're
Just
telling
leave
me
them
that
there.
mechanical machine can just sprint down that slippy slide? Dude,
I
no,
think it's like-
No
freaking
way.
From a tactical standpoint, you're just on stilts.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, I know the green screen of clearly, probably Brendan Wayne at that point, just leaning and leaning. I'm like, maybe a couple more shaders, but
There was a moment too where the AT-AT that was blown up like starts to slide off the like it was a big moment. It happened in slow
went,
motion. I thought it looked really bad. I don't know. And like this movie was kind of low budget too, right? Like
160.
160.
I mean, I don't think that's low budget
For Star Wars.
but these days,
Yeah.
sadly,
It's the
is.
cheapest Star Wars movie ever made.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, like there was a moment with the AT-AT where I
Well,
was like, this looks like
for inflation.
This looks like not great,
You know.
honestly. And that shouldn't happen in the opening sequence, in my opinion. Like, if
Correct.
bad CGI has got to be way further along.
Yeah, they could have done a little more work on
In the
that.
first like 4 minutes of the movie,
Yeah.
it's like already kind of falling apart.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, so speaking of bad CGI, there's a really sick shot of one of everyone's favorite modern ships, the U-Wing, coming in. And he's rescued by Zeb.
Yeah.
I got more happy than I thought. See, I knew he was in it.
Yeah,
but I
it
was
was
like, oh my god, it's Zeb.
I thought he looked awful.
I can't decide how I feel.
Really?
Oh, I thought he looked fine.
Really?
I think Zeb looks so bad.
I thought he looked fine.
I think they did a good job with his personality, how it came off. It was that. It was
Acting-wise,
that.
I think he looked really good.
I vote with Corey. I think it looked like he was obviously designed. Well, obviously it's designed by Ralph McQuarrie, but he was obviously
Bless up.
designed for Rebels, for a CGI show. And it's hard to bring those like special CGI aliens to real life and not have them look a little.
Was he not purple enough for you? Well, what was it?
That's the thing is, I don't know if it was,
You want more of the close-ups on the feet?
I don't know if it was bad CGI. It's just like, I don't know.
Always need more feet. To be clear.
I
paid money
I
to
put
see
socks
this.
on just in case because y'all ain't ready for these piggies.
You know,
I
some
think
of
that
us
maybe
are.
just
Zeb didn't bother me.
Lasat's in live action, maybe they're not.
Yeah, that's
great.
what I'm saying. It's one of those. It's one of those like animation to. The problem is
Sure.
when you're designing a character from animation and going to live action, you have to make it look like the animation. So it kind of like
Yeah.
ties you up to not be able to make it the way you need to. Make it. So
That's always a trap.
It is a
like,
trap.
It just
It is
is,
a
right?
trap.
Cad Bane, right?
I
A
think
trap.
Cad Bane looks great. Now the thing is,
I think
sometimes
Cad Bane looks like shit.
yeah,
Cad Bane looks terrible in live
I
action.
hate Cad Bane.
Looks awful in animation. But also, it's the same in the opposite way because whenever you saw live action characters try to go into Rebels animation style, it looked insane.
Well,
It
that was
is hard.
because Rebels was so low budget, but like
Grand Inquisitor.
Dooku
Yeah.
looks nothing like Christopher Lee. He looks awesome. In
Yeah.
both.
He does.
Yeah, Grand Inquisitor.
That was a bad one.
Yeah.
terrible.
That was bad. Really bad.
It's
Terrible.
an
Make
equal
a
circumstance.
bad
Objectively,
adaptation.
so
Yes.
bad, so bad.
All right. We're
Yeah.
almost to the credits.
Yeah.
Right,
Well,
yes.
yeah.
Zeb rescues
Great moment. I will say jetpack, like explosion, jetpack flying, score going, flying into a moving U-wing ship. Like that was a really sick Star Wars moment.
Sick. Yeah. The jetpack, and actually just a general point, jetpack in this movie was awesome.
Jetpack cool.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like clear figured out the jetpack.
Yeah,
Great.
Clearly.
Yeah, and this is, I guess, I just mentioned it very slightly there. We'll mention this many times. Ludwig Göransson in that opening thing for the score.
Oh, geez.
Popping off, continues to pop off continuously, but really setting, I think, a very unique musical tone from the beginning. Like, we are going to be constantly underscoring. This is a cool thing. A lot of the Mandalorian theme was there, but a lot of new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know those memes where they're like, did anyone tell Phil Collins he didn't have to cook so hard for Tarzan?
Yeah.
That's
There was cooking going on.
Ludwig
There was cooking.
there was like full orchestra stuff in the first 5 minutes. I'm like, bro, this is a TV movie and you're rocking it.
Speaking of Zeb, something I just realized, we've talked for the past, all this morning and last night, about cameos and what was and what wasn't and glup shido moments. Never once have we mentioned Zeb because it doesn't, like, he feels like part of the gang.
He was in season 3.
I know, but it's weird that Zeb is at that level.
That's true. Yeah, Zeb, yeah. If you asked me years ago, like, I feel like Zeb is more real than Hera right now.
That sort of raises an interesting philosophical question. What is the criteria for being a glup shido then? Because like a lot of this stuff is
So that this just recently trended on Twitter or in like Star Wars Twitter recently about like what you think is a glup shido is not. It's like if they have a name, they're not a glup shido.
exactly. So it's like it's almost like because we knew it was coming, it kind of eliminates.
I think
a little bit.
100%.
Yeah, if you have to find out their name from a extended universe thing that is like Bazine Natal, I'd still call glup
Oh,
shido.
100%.
But like she is named, sure,
Go
but
read The Perfect Weapon.
But yeah, it's The Perfect Weapon, which was only published in the back of another book.
Well, it was an ebook first. But
It was yeah. But like that's glup shido. But like
don't try to best me.
yeah, but to be said, like a character from another medium is not a glup shido. Like Zeb is a main character
Zeb-
in Rebels, but he is not a glup
So-
shido because he's a main character still.
Zeb's one of the, in like the
He is
nebulous
a
space.
cameo.
Anyway, in this movie, yes, you're right.
Yeah,
He wasn't really
I think
a
that's a
glup
nebulous space where like Rebels fans knew him, Mando fans didn't when he showed up in season 3.
Yes.
But it's like he shows up, and yeah, there was like a little bit of recognition in the theater. Also, this was not a clappy theater at all.
It was kind of empty. I don't know if you guys noticed. Like, did you look around?
It
Like,
was three
was like-
quarters full.
yeah.
But there was only 20 of them were us, so that was
right.
solid.
I know. I was a little surprised by that.
But yeah, so Zeb takes him back to. I keep wanting to say Aldani. It's Adelphi.
Is that where they are?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
on Adelphi base.
Okay, cool.
Yes, it's a card.
Thank you.
That and then so we meet Sigourney Weaver. Her character.
Hold on, Corey wants to talk about the credits.
Credits. We got to talk about the
Credits.
credits.
Oh, they happen here, not after.
That's the
This is where the
transition.
credit. This is where we get the Top Gun Maverick intro credits.
Correct. Credits. Obviously, we know credits in the front of a Star Wars movie do not traditionally happen. However,
And historically, there's a very specific reason for that precedent because
Yeah,
George Lucas.
George Lucas got
George
kicked out of the
Lucas got
Yes.
kicked out of the Directors Guild for not doing that in 1970.
and
didn't
held
want him.
steadfast
He didn't-
to
he
that.
he wanted to
belief.
crawl and
Yes.
action.
Which like there's lots of takes you can have about Star Wars, and some of them are just like dumb movie making old man takes. This is my dumb old man movie take. Is I don't like undermining George Lucas.
Agreed.
As a creator,
Agreed.
a little bit.
Now,
so like
agreed.
I feel like it's a little antithetical to him as the creator to do this. Now, yes, did it work in the movie? Yeah. If I didn't know
did.
any of this history, would I give a shit at all? No.
I was concerned about it when I
Absolutely
saw them
not.
coming up, and
What?
then I was concerned about it when I saw them coming up. I was like, oh, yeah, here we go. But the shots were beautiful.
It was great.
And,
I mean,
and
it
it really
was just
felt like they used it to give scope and scale. Because I think Mandalorian, the
Yes.
show, often suffered, especially in the later seasons, of being like, this is in the volume, there's not a lot going on. I'm a little worried. But the movie was like, hey, this is a base. There are people here. There are multiple X-Wings. There are multiple
Yeah.
ships. Like,
Yeah.
this is an active base. And I'm like, oh, this is how you communicate to us wordlessly
It is also
that this is
very-
actually a very active
It's also
time.
very Mandalorian too. Like the end credits thing was very
True.
big. Caleb, any thoughts?
Listen, Caleb, you've been quiet because you were on mic.
We're sharing a damn mic. All right, we have to like do this whole.
It's
like,
very
thing.
intimate.
I love the intro credits because it was able to slow down and it gave something that a real slow and look at it on a lot of of the technical aspects. Like I know some very specific Star Wars fans are going to get that and frame by frame and look at every single little piston, every single part of those X-wing parts, and I think it's great that they were able to slow down, look at it all.
We're in the credits where a lot of people think they saw R2 go into the X-wing.
It happens a little after the
It
credits.
happens
a little after the credits.
You
but,
do
it's-
see
but that's a red
a
R2 unit.
little astromech that in the original trailer people thought it was R2. On the screen it was clear that it was not blue.
Yeah.
No, but like in the background, there's a shot
somewhere-
where one's going into an X-wing.
Yeah, and I
like-
haven't looked to see if they've confirmed or denied
Yeah.
anything.
I just want to let y'all know I just got $10 from a Blue Cross Blue Shield settlement.
All right, well, you're cut off.
I got $10, baby.
All right, microphone 1 is down.
For audio listeners, he actually did that.
The intro cutscene, our intro credits, I think were good. I didn't really know about George Lucas hating it. I think it makes sense to come back in after after the opening gambit. You know, I think it's smart to just. I think it looked good. It was stylistic. I think the color choices, the kind of
The Apocalypse Now shot.
it was very much.
Oh,
You
yeah.
said Top Gun
Beautiful.
shot last night till I corrected you.
Well, it's
It is also a Top Gun
it's,
shot.
it's both. It's both.
It's
But
anyway.
It is
yeah.
also a Force Awakens shot, which is
and
also a like.
It's such a sick shot. It's
Yeah.
good.
It is.
it's almost like the Akira slide. Like, you know, it's going to show up.
Yeah. Ships in front of sunsets look awesome.
But yeah, I think the intro cutscene did it. I don't know why I keep saying that. I'm too much of a gamer.
2 video games.
But the intro credits were great.
Yeah, I thought they were sick. I saw this. I saw it 3 weeks ago, the first 25 minutes, and I refrained from telling people anything. My funniest takeaway from seeing that was the opening credits, which I think are awesome, but they go, the names come on screen. Pedro Pascal makes sense.
Yeah.
Second name, Jeremy Allen White. I was like, you're kidding.
Oh yeah, this is where I can eat a lot of crow because we're gonna talk about this later. On the Youtini show, I said when Jeremy Allen White was cast, I'm like, this is so cool. Wow, 30 seconds of work. This guy is just making a bunch on it. This is the bear guy, cool. And then I also saw him his second build, and I'm like, I might be wrong.
I still didn't think I was wrong because then it's Lateef and Brendan Wayne.
Yep.
And then it's Martin
Scorsese. I'm like,
obviously one of the biggest names in film
how many
history.
actors are in this movie? Because if Scorsese is fifth build.
And then followed by Sigourney Weaver. And like that's all the main build.
Yeah, and then Steve Bloom is very low. And I thought I would have put money on Zeb being in this movie more than Rod of the Hutt, and I would have lost.
Yeah. Like I said, that was essentially the order of how much lines each one has.
It was
Yeah.
accurate.
Yeah,
Martin Scorsese. No, yeah, like he had there's more Martin than we
There are
thought.
a lot. Double. We'll talk about 2 scenes.
Yeah. But beyond that, then we get to Adelphi. We meet Sigourney Weaver.
Okay, could we talk about this scene?
Well, can anyone tell me her name?
Corporal.
Sigourney Weaver.
It's
No,
Ripley, actually.
no, we can't. No
We
one can
cannot.
tell you anything
I
she
knew
said.
this yesterday.
We cannot.
Wait, is she a Gleb Shido?
Dude, I don't even know. I would like to talk about Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah,
Sigourney
go ahead.
Weaver, unbelievable actress.
Yes,
amazing
legend.
Film history.
Hollywood
freaking
star.
legend.
It'd be
Absolutely.
such a backhanded compliment coming right now.
Dude,
I am a massive Avatar fan. I think she's great in those movies.
What the hell was her role in this movie?
I
bro?
thought she was in this scene
Her lines were bad.
very bad.
Her lines were
Yeah.
bad. Her dialogue was bad. She was dry as a.
The framing was boring. This scene of the intro of Mando, this is your position, this is what we have. Earnestly, I like this movie a lot. I had a lot of fun. We're gonna talk about a lot of great stuff. This was my low point in the entire movie. Was this
Yeah,
scene?
my closest comparison is Samuel Jackson as Mace Windu and his lines that we'd have had.
See, I
That's,
actually agree on Mace. I don't like. I
He has so
don't want
many-
to talk about Samuel Jackson.
He has so
'cause
many
that's a bigger
bad. He has
conversation.
just so many bad lines. You know that he had to read those and be like, "Man, what the hell is this shit, man?"
That was dangerously close to an impression.
no. We're not. I am not doing a Samuel Jackson impression.
Yeah, I had no problem with her. Yeah, she's very stilted, but she's also, an Army veteran. She's a captain. She's objective. Just
Colonel something. That was her name. It
I
just
wanted
came to me.
another run at this.
crazy that y'all don't remember Captain Ward as a name. That's
No,
insane.
this particular part of the script, I wanted another run.
Yeah, it's very.
Sorry, Colonel Ward is what I said.
Wow, I can't believe you forgot
Nah.
Colonel.
Just audio listeners, I
You
did not
googled
check.
it immediately.
I did Google.
It made me really miss
Grief Karga.
Grief Karga. It made me really
It
miss
did.
Grief Karga.
That's a good
'Cause
point.
That was the scene.
It made me miss General Draven.
Good call out.
Like, honestly, if we want to start with the person who actually did these scenes, which are all the same scene in Star Wars, right? It's like, I am the person in charge. I am telling you your mission. I think General Draven from Rogue One, who's giving Cassie his mission. Out of all of these scenes, Grief Karga does his best. Again, Carl Weathers is great, rest in peace. General Draven, I think, is the person of all these that does it really, really well.
Do you know who they could have brought in? And this would make lore sense.
This is going to make me really sad.
It's not, I don't think.
Okay.
Laura Dern could have done this.
Oh my God! Absolutely.
That's a really good call.
Holdo would have been amazing.
Wow, that is an amazing.
That's a really good call.
Right?
Thank you.
I think
timing.
she's friends with Leia. She's
would've
with the
made sense.
rebellion.
She's in the Resistance. At
God
this point.
Yeah.
damn it!
Yeah.
She also played a very strange role because she was just Grief Karga, except she wore a pilot's uniform. That's literally all she
Well, no,
did.
but Grief didn't work with the New Republic.
No,
That's what I'm
he
saying.
was.
That's what I'm saying. But like the role,
And Holdo
like,
wasn't a pilot, but
like
still,
the role of like
God
I'm giving out
damn
bounties,
it.
I'm managing this contractor. Like that's a very non-military kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like she was like the Bounty Hunter Guild, except in
But
a
they also, right now, the New Republic is scrappy. So
Yeah. I mean, I get why they didn't do. But all that being said, even God, I'm really mad about that now because that would have been great. I think her delivery of the dialogue, I thought was very stilted.
I thought it was. I thought it was bad. I will say one random thought that I had, like thinking about all the New Republic stuff. I'm like low key kind of happy. Maybe we didn't get that Rangers of the New Republic show.
Oh yeah, high key.
I think we're piecing that together.
Yeah, no, we
I think,
need it.
Now that like we get every time we get these new projects, we get a little bit more glimpse of the New Republic.
Didn't need
it's,
it.
It's never good,
And
Like,
that's exactly why we have
It's
not
like
seen
Cameo
it.
Fest. Like what we keep
Really?
doing. We keep
Yeah.
doing like freaking Dave Filoni in like a.
And if you really want to see that show, there's about 17 seconds of a Netflix fight you can watch, where you get most of it. Whoa!
Andrew was about to wreck all of our shit.
For our audio listeners, paper towel is just flying in frame.
Sigourney Weaver to me did seem like, hey, I want to be in this film.
Yeah.
Cool, you could be in this film.
I
Whatever.
agree.
It could have been
Her
anybody.
later scenes are better, though. We'll talk about this.
True.
Oh, yeah. All right. See you, Caleb. Thanks for
Bye,
joining us.
Caleb. The
See you,
Kyler Sports podcast coming to your Spotify feeds. You're in just Spotify, right? Not YouTube.
No, it's everywhere. Oh, no, it's not on YouTube.
Yeah, not a video show, but all your podcast feeds talking about your latest comic books. And Caleb will tell you about all the really sad Americana novels that you haven't read, but you should.
Yeah.
Ayo.
And
Bye,
oh my
Caleb.
God, that empty space on the couch. That's Andrew Bell's music.
Bell!
Dun, 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 dun,
Who
dun,
has
dun,
done
dun.
stuff for Youtini in the past and is now married.
Yes.
Now married.
Why were you curious about that? You were at the wedding.
No, I was trying to think of anything else he had done.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew,
no.
welcome
So
to the
he's
show.
just
And he has,
married.
he has the one Alpha Squadron tattoo that I know of in the world.
does Alphabet Squadron tattoo.
It's glorious.
Which Youtini
Nice.
is quoted on the backup, by the way. Andrew, welcome.
The second one. Yeah, yeah.
Sure. Welcome to the show.
Andrew, what's your top level thoughts? Take mine. I'm going to.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I have important things.
It's a media conference. Everyone, get your mics in here. We got to record this 20 different ways.
How did you like the movie? Just general thoughts.
I enjoyed it. First, I want to say, because you did mention I have done things for Youtini in the past. This gets me all the way through 2026. This is my contribution. Last year, I was on one episode of Bounty Hunt.
Yes!
So
All right.
I feel like one thing a year keeps the membership active.
And
We'll
right,
see.
boss?
Yeah,
We'll
we'll see.
see.
To see how this goes.
Okay, all right, all right.
this is an active job
This
interview.
is kind of an interview with the new boss.
And
so.
Oz and I were at your wedding.
Yes.
So there we go.
Yes, we
That
were.
counts as a Youtini event, I think, if
Absolutely.
3 or more people are in the room.
100%.
How many Youtini weddings is that, by the way? That's a fair amount.
2, 3.
Quite a few.
At least 5.
At least 5.
5 weddings. That's wild.
All right.
So no, I really enjoyed it. Turns out when you have historically low expectations for something, it's a lot easier to enjoy something.
That's what Eric said.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Shocked. Never has worked for me before, to be clear. This is the first time I've ever gone in low and been like, oh, wait a minute. That works really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. The highlight for me, which you already kind of touched on it a little bit, was the music. Like
Music was great.
You're a big music boy.
I'm a big music boy. Yes, that's the first time I've been described as a big music boy.
Won't be the last.
I'm good with it. No, specifically the scene on what was the Nar Shaddaa riff?
Shakira.
Thank you.
Shakari.
I keep
Shakira.
saying
That
Shakira.
scene specifically
Shakari.
was like
I know
the-
it's a lie, my man
the
don't
one
lie.
thing that I like to dive
That was
into.
deaf.
Ole, ole, ole.
Wait, hold on a minute. I just got roasted for
Yeah,
a Samuel
I'm
Jackson
gonna back
impression.
him up on that.
And
That was
Eric just went to
shit.
freaking Shakira.
That was
All right,
shit.
hold on.
Mando, waka, waka. You know,
Okay, I was going to say.
the World Cup's coming up.
Carl, editor-in-chief. Is that his
Yeah.
role?
Yeah.
When Eric said Shakira earlier today, he said, ships don't lie.
Yeah, oh yeah. Props to Carl. Amazing joke.
But yeah, no, that one specifically was really good. I liked the synth sound, that piece.
Yes.
It gave
That was good.
the scene like a feel of being filled, right? Like so, like
Yes.
you're sitting there in IMAX, and it's like, oh, I feel like it's all around me. It's almost like you're in a city, and then there's also the drum track, and that felt very busy. So I felt like it all worked together really well to sell the chaos. It was a very controlled chaos of the scene.
For sure.
And then there
Real
was
good.
there's another track that had a really killer bass line that it made my brain tickle in a very good way.
Yep. Real
Yeah,
good music.
I think, just to briefly touch about the music, the random techno scene, like, or the music.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as that, is that the Shakira song?
yeah, Shikari, yeah.
Shakira, yeah.
Yeah.
Guys.
I was gonna say, we are so dangerously close to that sticking in the memory bank.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Shakira. I mean, whatever. Yeah, between that and like Mon Mothma's dance party song from Andor, like two really big risks in deviating from like the Star Wars orchestra.
That are
like,
perfect.
dude, they were fire. Man.
Perfect, yeah.
I was like, I'm getting into this.
part of
man.
this, yeah.
This is fire, dude. I like it. Yeah.
Yep.
There's just gonna be like Mando and Grogu playlist to study to, and it's just gonna be like
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Lo-fi girl, but it's lo-fi Mando.
I talked about this in the past too. Like season 1 of Clone Wars, like is freaking weird. Just like
It
house
does.
music that just like plays in space.
Yep.
Like,
That's in Cat and Mouse, I think,
it's
too,
like,
isn't
it's
it?
crazy.
Yeah.
It's just random house music. It's the most non-Star
very
Wars
weird.
music ever, but it's like really good music by itself. It
Yeah.
just feels super
It's
weird.
funny. There is a Star Wars music, which is basically like John Williams.
Yep.
Fanfares and big stuff, and even he deviates sometimes. You know, like Ray's theme is very. First off, maybe the best theme he is
So
written,
good.
period.
Maybe
Yeah.
beautiful. No, gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally was like, I'm done with Star Wars, and then saw Rey, and he's like, never mind.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But then every once in a while, something comes in, like the Mon Mothma thing, or I know it's everyone's maybe least favorite scene in the Mandoverse, but the when they're doing the slow
Oh,
chasing.
wow. Yes.
And there's breakbeats playing. Yeah. It's like, what is this? But I'm like, okay, they're going too slow, but honestly, this kind of hits.
No, the big musical swings in Star Wars I really like. I think that, I mean, for all the stuff we can talk about Star Wars with thematic issues or with certain storylines that don't matter, like the music always seems to have a point of view. Like one of my favorite scores in all of Star Wars is the Solo soundtrack, I think, with John Powell, which is John Williams-ish, but with a little bit of that fantastical wonder of like the How to Train Your Dragon stuff, which he did. And I think you can totally see that. And then you have this, which I think everything starts from Williams and then branches. Even this is like Williams, and then we go techno, Williams, and then we go a little more Western, Williams, and then like we keep branching off.
And
And,
you
I think that's
have-
really well done.
It's kind of like The Crawl is when they were entered to a post-Williams phase. They're like, how do we do this without betraying Williams and also without aping him? And so you had Michael Giacchino and Rogue One did a great. None of them have done Williams impersonation.
No.
They've done like especially watching him talk about the Rogue One score and how he inverts Leia's theme and does all
Yep.
these things. It's amazing.
It's like a cousin. You can see it. Like, oh yeah, there's a familial
This
bond
fits,
there.
but it doesn't feel like a ripoff.
Exactly.
And it also feels new. And Ludwig Göransson, there's a lot of new. And honestly, like it all starts from the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yep.
There's that total motif there, but then he just nailed it with the Mando theme.
God, it is. I would argue. I don't know if this is arguable. One of the top 5 most recognizable Star Wars themes now.
Yes.
I would agree.
It's probably there's been a lot of talk, especially about the MCU, about how like themes are gone as far as musical motifs.
Yes.
The Avengers one has gone. A few other characters have recognized.
Spider-Man has a little bit because like Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's always harkening back to that.
Yes.
But Mando has his own theme.
Yes.
Because in the Book of Boba Fett, when at the end of episode 4, when she's like, "I've got a call I can make," and you're like, "Who's she gonna call?" And then it goes,
Yeah. Because like honestly, like Andor is my favorite show of all time. I cannot from memory just pull out the Andor theme because it's really good, but they changed it up. Like Mando, once I hear, but like that's you need two. It's Jaws. You need 2 notes, and I know exactly who it is.
Yeah. So interesting thing that when you mentioned Ludwig that I thought about was his influence in hip hop. And I think
Oh,
Childish Gambino.
And I think the way he worked that in.
Home go
with
drop it
this
like the
movie-
NASDAQ.
That's right.
That's all I'm going to say on this episode.
going.
Yeah, go hard.
No,
Morgan.
that's it.
No,
We're
that's
doing
it.
impressions now. Corey said
right.
it's okay.
The end.
But yeah, I like the way that he worked some of his hip hop influence into, because like Star Wars typically doesn't have that. It doesn't have trap beats in it. But with Mando, I was like, okay, this really works.
It fits.
The word typically is doing a weird amount of carrying there.
Yeah.
Star Wars doesn't have that.
Yeah, true.
You know, sometimes Star Wars has rap.
Typically.
John Williams was like, you know what we really need here is a hi-hat roll. Can we get that?
What's funny is, like imagining a special edition and Ja Yowza is just like, my name's Ja Yowza, and because it's 1980s rap.
Oh,
right?
sure. Yeah. And I'm here to say.
Listen, if the Lando movie ever happens, I want there just to be a Childish Gambino music number right in the middle.
Oh.
Just right in the middle.
I mean, come on.
Dude,
Lando goes to the planet
It would
from
have
the
to.
Marvels where they have to sing to communicate.
yeah, exactly.
And he just sings Redbone. Late night. All right, so we were at the 15 minutes in.
Let's go back. Let's go back.
So we got your Redbone.
Yeah, Colonel Ward gives a mission.
Yes.
Okay, we're at 56 minutes.
Guys.
Buckle up. So we go to Nalhada and we meet another credits character, Martin Scorsese's Rio, whatever that species is.
Rio's cousin. What is the species?
Ardinians.
There you go.
Ardinians.
Nice. Good pull.
I don't
Good
think
pull.
he has a name, but they have confirmed he's related to Rio.
His
Durant.
last name is Durant.
Yes.
So you mean the only two we've seen are related? Wow, that's shocking.
We see him every once in a while.
Jon Favreau's like, you know what? My original character is related to Martin Scorsese, who also gets to cook.
Was it Favreau that voiced it?
Yes, he did
Yeah.
Rio.
I thought it
Oh,
was.
they did Rio.
Yep.
But this character, no.
So Martin
That's Martin
Scorsese.
Scorsese.
That's
what?
what?
Yeah.
That's why you got fifth
hold on.
billing.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back.
I did not realize that.
All right.
He sounds exactly like Martin Scorsese doing nothing but talking like Martin Scorsese. It was amazing.
Rio's name is Rio Durant.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that a homage to Duran?
I believe it is.
I
believe
no
it is actually.
idea.
I did not know that.
I thought you were making it.
Yeah,
I thought
No,
you were
Rio
because
Durant.
of Rio. I thought you were making a joke about
Oh,
that.
Because of Rio.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That's actually
It
a
is.
Rio Durant, and then Scorsese's character is something Durant.
No, his name's
Sweet.
Hugo, according to the
Hugo
to
Durant.
Wikipedia.
Hugo
Maybe
Durant.
Hugo Durant.
Hugo Durant.
Like honestly, yeah, he said they're cousins.
So he's in this.
No, you have another
So
cousin
one thing
who
I
can
want to
do
point
it
out
on
with
his
this
own.
food cart clearly is I think I mentioned this to you. He's making that sandwich and he puts that ladle of like yellow shit on the sandwich.
Yep.
He's pulling
Mustard?
that seemingly ladled it out of a mudhorn egg sitting there,
Oh, that
cut off
rules.
the
I didn't
top,
notice that.
and it was a
missed that.
hairy egg that was cut off.
Yeah.
the top. I thought that was great.
That's cool.
See,
That's
that is
cool.
the subtle referencing that I love about Star Wars. It's like
Which actually, you're leaving out the second half of the entire conversation that you and I had, Anthony, which
Yeah.
implies in the Star Wars universe there are domesticated mudhorns.
Yes, like where, like who?
that you can just buy those eggs.
Very
I
fair.
mean, like
Very fair.
food truck food is like supposed to be kind of cheap, right? You can just like buy like this
delicacy egg.
You're telling me this guy's serving caviar at his food truck? No way! Like,
no, that's
come
fair.
on.
That's fair.
He stole it from a Jawa community.
Right.
I also,
Okay.
I do love that scene in season 1. The whole Mudhorn fight is over this egg, and immediately they crack it open and start eating
Yeah,
it.
right.
That's
Okay,
right.
so before we get fully into Scorsese, though, I do want to just double back on just the introduction of Shikari as a planet. This, for the first time, I think, earnestly since we started doing Star Wars live action television, this felt like the most populated real planet. Like, since Attack of the Clones, honestly. We started
did.
watching that today. This feels like Coruscant. It felt like it was actually
You're
filled.
forgetting, for the first time that you're ever forgetting that Andor exists, and like Ferrix is extremely popular.
I think it's
Even more so.
I think this is even
Yeah, I
more
think
so.
so.
You mean like do you like popular like city planet?
Well, it just,
Yeah.
like it doesn't look like there's a dozen extras.
Yes, it looks
No.
like they went to a place that was filled with
Naturally-
people and are filming like
yeah.
in New York City.
Naturally busy,
Yes,
and rightfully so.
rightfully so.
I don't love that they. What's the planet called again?
Shikari.
I don't love that they invented the. Yes. Wait, I thought the music song was. Is it? Song is also
Shikari
called
is
that?
the planet, but that's
The song is also called that.
No, that's just the song they play while they're on Shikari.
Okay, so when people are all right, this is too much.
Oh,
Ships online.
yeah.
I totally
Anyway,
lost my train of thought. Anyway, that should have been Nar Shaddaa. Sorry.
that's fair.
That's a
That's-
a good
that's
call.
fine.
That's a good call.
That's something they do.
But also only because he had to. They couldn't. The Hutts weren't able to get to him, and if it had been Nar Shaddaa, Nalhada could absolutely get to him.
That's, yeah.
Outlord.
Wow.
Politically, they could have.
That's something they do a lot. Like for instance, recently in Maul Shadowlord, Janix feels a lot like Coruscant.
Yes.
but also the story.
But it's painted.
Well, and the story means that it couldn't be Coruscant because the Empire's not there. Anyway, My take on the food truck that I really liked is it's like almost like a Euro meat on like a
It
on
is.
but it's floating.
Yeah,
It's up in air.
yeah.
And he pulls it down to slice
Slices
it.
it
Awesome
up.
Star Wars moment.
That was cool. Yeah. The chunk of meat is like floating. Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
that was cool.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he tries to bribe him, and then one very funny movie. One of the earliest funny moments where he's like, "I'm going to bribe you." Have you heard of Rod of the Hutt? He grabs money. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's on the poster."
That was great.
Were we recording it when you talked about how like do they not have the internet?
No, we haven't recorded that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here,
I have a
take one.
question.
I was literally like, yeah, did they not have like Google in Star Wars? Because
I
like,
mean, we know they have the HoloNet. They
yeah,
never talk
exactly,
about it on screen,
exactly.
but-
So I'm like, listen, if I'm being paid a bunch of money to like hunt down this guy, I'm probably just like Google their name first, like just like see maybe if
That's
there's anything
private
out there.
investigator step one is like I found his Instagram.
Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly. He's like, no, he's on a poster literally behind you, bro. Like, turn around. Like, what the hell was that all about? That was crazy.
So the floating hunk of meat. I have questions.
Oh my
It's
Oh,
basically
here we go.
Star Wars spam, right?
Right,
What
That's-
Star Wars animals do you think were present in that meat conglomerate?
No, I think that was just a straight up like a rip off of a Ronto.
Ronto, it had
that
to
was
be.
obviously processed. There was no fire.
So you're talking about
Like I
like
said, it's like
like
a Euro-
Ronto lips and ass is what you're saying is in there.
No, it's like
Alright.
a Euro, like a
beaks.
the big. Normally they're like a cone of meat. It's like that.
You don't think-
they make those by taking the meat and doing whatever they do.
You don't think the FDA label had like contains Nerf, Ronto, XYZ?
Keep going.
You're
only got
assuming
two.
only got two.
an FDA
I'm
exists where there's
casual.
no Google. I don't think I don't think that's happening.
Exactly. No.
I can accept no Google, but no bureaucrat.
Listen,
Not happening.
if we are going to talk about just like straight up meat in Star Wars, there is the whole scene in freaking Obi-Wan where they're like working on that
The
giant
whale meat?
Yeah, the whale meat,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
gets a big giant cube of freaking meat and takes it home. So like
It looked pretty good too.
it did look pretty good. So
Now,
like,
if we
there's
are
that.
going to talk about straight up meat in Star Wars, the star of the movie, Pedro Pascal.
I know, there we go. There we go. Exactly.
Big pipe, huh?
Andrew got there first.
Damn it, he got it first. I'm pissed.
We were saving this for the third act
Come
of the
on.
podcast.
Damn it. Listen,
He said big.
he big pipe.
pipe,
He packed the
huh?
big pipe joke. He took it. He stole it, and it was perfect.
Get out
All
of
right, so
here.
Andrew's leaving.
Get out.
Listen, all right.
Take
all right.
your little pipe out of here.
If I can redirect a
Yes,
bit.
please.
a
Please.
bit,
I don't think it'll be hard.
We did, if we're going chronologically, we did blow past the initial meeting of the Hutts, did we not?
The
Oh
twins.
yeah, because before he goes.
Oh, yeah, he goes to Nal Hutta.
He goes to Nal
He
Hutta.
does.
Yeah, we see that- oh yeah,
Good
the droid
call.
gotcha on the whole thing.
Yeah, the droid Gatra,
Yeah.
which was very okay. Listen, all right, so beginning, that scene where we go to, there was so much exposition, of just like
Someone said
You
this
were
was like
gonna-
playing a Star Wars video game and seeing only cutscenes.
It
In
was
this
awful.
point, but I don't in a good way. I like
I
the Star Wars
hated it. Listen,
cutscenes.
it just it makes it drag on and on for me because like we're gonna talk about where we're gonna go, and then we're gonna spend a lot of shots showing where we're gonna go, and then we're gonna go there. It's like, what is happening, people? Like, we can just
It's the
pass
opposite.
all
It's the
this.
opposite of the beginning of episode 9, where they're like, planet.
All right, real
Jump
quick.
in. Jump in. Welcome.
Wait.
Get
Are
in
we
here,
welcoming
Caroline.
Caroline or are we welcoming Vince?
Oh,
Who are you right now?
Here, so I'm still.
All right, Caroline's here.
Can someone get Vince a beer?
Hello.
We'll get back to the droid gotcha. Caroline, welcome.
Thank you.
Caroline has done things for Youtini in the past as well.
Yeah, and I'm working on doing more.
There we go.
and yeah.
No one cares about that.
No.
Well, welcome to That's not what I meant.
I'm here.
Yeah. Top line thoughts of the movie, and then we'll get back to what the discussion.
Sure. I had fun. It was what I expected it to be, and nothing more, nothing less. And which is what I expected was just season 4 of Mando for 2 hours.
Nice. We really should have done a drink when someone says fun.
Oh God! All right, trust my arm.
We're starting now.
Yeah.
Sorry now.
There you go. But yeah, it was.
Oh my god. We've been. All right.
Sponsored?
So, yeah. Doors Light, please sponsor us.
The day we do.
You have thoughts. You have things to say. Jump in.
Well, about the whole like over exposition of it all, I like that is the one thing that like really, really took me out of the movie. I was like, this.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
good.
used our one F bomb, but other than that, you're good.
You can use as many. Yeah.
This Netflix ass, iPhone ass.
Okay, yeah,
dialogue.
that's what I said. Okay,
Eric already said
I
this.
said
Okay, yeah.
that. What's Sigourney Weaver or at the beginning? Be like, he's underneath us, and it's like,
Yeah, like literally,
Yep.
and like we'll get to it, I'm sure. But everything that came out of Rada's mouth,
whoa.
Am I wrong?
Well, his
No.
okay. Yes, his first. Yeah. Okay. His first 2 scenes were word for word the exact same. After that, it was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
wanna
agree,
be
though.
my own man.
I agree, though. But to your specific point, I
Yes.
totally agree.
Yes.
It was insanely exposition heavy.
Yes, it was.
To the point that I turned to Kate, who was on my left, and Charles, who was on my right,
Kate, get her in here, by
two
the way.
different times, and was like, "What the hell is all this exposition?" I literally asked both of them at separate times in the beginning of the movie. It was too much.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay, so but now we're to the huts. We're on.
Yes, we're on Nal Hutta.
Nal Hutta.
So we're not on Shakira yet.
Yes.
We're on Nal Hutta.
We did hit up the fact that Nal Hutta looked amazing, but we meet the twins. It was a cool introduction. First of all, storytelling trope is a bit of a tangent. I love the concept of the twins, like just in any storytelling device.
Oh, that's great.
But yeah, it's like
He's approaching the planet and he's like, we're here on an invitation from the twins.
Yes. It can be
as an idea.
Yes, the twins can be something fun. Drink. It could be twins. It can be something.
Okay, so I don't have one.
Yeah, exactly. It could be something. It could be something like they could be evil. Like there's a lot of ways to interpret it, and I love the concept of the twins. So yes, big fan of that for the Huts. And the big moments of when we go to Nal Hutta is we get to see Stinky for the first time, who I just want to take this moment because it's important, now has more screen time than most characters in freaking Star Wars.
He deserves it.
Someone probably by now has already done the math. You know, people.
Yes,
do this
may
screen
have
time.
more screen time than Emperor Palpatine, frankly.
That's absolutely not true.
Hey, dude, we have a freaking 2-hour movie where he's on screen all the time in animation. Yes, he doesn't talk, but he's on screen
And
that
I
whole
get it.
time.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll do a follow up.
If you have it, put the link in the comments.
Yeah. I think this scene does. So, okay. We're going to jump forward a little bit. We meet Rada later. And I think this is going to be something that's very controversial
It's gonna be a fun conversation.
about Rada.
Yeah.
That he speaks basic.
Yes.
Yes, and a very bro.
wait, hold on.
now or no?
But the
We're not there
twins.
I know we're not there
Twins.
yet.
All right, shit. All right. Okay, all right.
I bring that up for a reason because I think they do something exceptionally smart in this scene where they're meeting the twins, where they have the male twin transition from Hutties to basic, which is
Yes.
introducing the audience to the idea
Yes.
that a Hutt can speak
And it's
basic.
a bit broken basic. Like they speak
correct.
very smooth Hutties, and then when they start to speak basic, it's a little stuttered. Like the vocabulary is still the same, but it's like a little slower. It's a little bit like, here's
It's
my
like- it's
words.
second language.
Yeah. It's very intentional, and I think it's like very fascinating to see that. I'm still not sure story-wise why they did it because Mando can clearly understand Huttese.
I think it's a power play. It's the thing about the Europeans say like, you're speaking English to me because it's the only language you know. I'm speaking English to you because it's the only language you know.
Yeah.
Like,
It's kind of like someone saying, "Let me spell it out for you."
right.
Yes.
I will.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's
'Cause you're a
super
baby.
threatening because he's like, I'm going to kill your son. Is basically what
Yeah,
he's saying.
I will say it to you so there is no room for misinterpretation.
I will say the dialogue from the twins in general was really good.
Yes.
I thought
Yes,
the twins
it was.
scene
It was
great.
well written.
Straight out of an AC Crispin book.
Yes, there was depth to it. Like there was like lingering threats, like the way that that they spoke those specific words. Like, yes, we're going to talk about your son. We don't say anything bad. He
I
didn't
believe
say-
they were gangsters.
Yeah. It got that trope really good. I also just want to speak to the audio engineering side of the bassiness that they underline.
So very much.
Seeing it in
Two octaves below
IMAX too,
layer.
where we're like, whoa.
Yes. They introduced that I think in the Clone Wars when we really first heard it for the first time. But in IMAX, dude, it was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always loved the sound of Java. You know, like "Ichu tu pata solo." You know, like, whatever.
Yeah. Talk dirty to me, man.
We're doing impressions. We have impressions. So, Hutts have spoken basic on screen before.
Who has?
Zero the Hutt. Eric, you want to?
Ah.
Dude,
No, I think I'm okay.
Yeah, sure. Zero. We talked a lot about this morning. Sounds a lot like Truman Capote. I think it was probably right that they.
The reference that all the kids love.
Yeah, exactly. That they didn't bring that.
dude, no, I think it's cowardly. They should have done it. I straight up.
that would have been maybe better.
Dude, I might have liked it better, frankly. Like, yes, we get we get Stinky with like freaking Chris Pratt voice.
Okay, what's that? So we're going to Rada. Are we going to Rada?
We go to Rada.
Okay,
Yeah, let's talk. Yeah.
They do a really funny thing, which this was the one kind of I think really wink at the camera moment they do in the whole movie.
Okay, yes.
Where Mando goes, "Do you have an image?" And I feel the same way about this as I feel
Because he's a
about-
bounty at this point. He
I
needs
feel
a
the
target.
same way about episode 1 of the show, where a very unnecessary conversation he has with the client is, how old is he? And they're like, he's 50, which they only do to set up to surprise you that it's a baby.
Correct.
And this, there's no reason for him to ask for an image, I don't think, other than they show, oh, it's an old image. So it's the Clone Wars version of Stinky.
But in a live action, realistic sculpt, which,
Yes.
if you watched shout out to other channels, Sky Talker, Star Wars Explained, a lot of other great creators that got to go behind the scenes and do a tour. Some of those have shown the real model of Stinky that they made. That sculpt exists as a prop.
That's an old school ILM kind of thing for a 4-second shot.
They physically made, shaded, painted the entire prop of Stinky for his Clone Wars in live action. So go watch their videos if you haven't. But then, yes, that became the hologram.
That works on 2 levels. I love that. Crazy folks are like,
We all
laughed. We all loved it. But then if you're a casual viewer, you're looking at that and you see Rod and you're like, that's a huge hut.
That's a very silly baby.
Wait.
There was also comedic timing too, which was fun.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, like
Yes.
there was definitely a split second. Yes, we do have a picture. It's a little old. Pause. Here it is. It's a child. It's like,
And
what
they
the
said
hell?
he had a growth spurt.
Yeah, so I'm kind of wondering, and obviously I cannot pull the audience here. Yeah, you can steal that from him at any point. I'm sort of wondering, like, someone who has not seen the Clone Wars movie, which is most of the general audience, what did they think of that? Because I don't know what it's meant to make you think, other than it's like, hey, look, it's Stinky.
Yeah. Or, you know what? I haven't thought about it until just now, but you mentioned that. In Mandalorian, if you've seen the show, you're like, oh, it's a baby Yoda. It shows, oh, it's a baby Jabba.
Correct.
So maybe they're just like, oh, it's baby. There's baby animals in Star Wars.
This movie should have been called Baby Yoda and Baby Jabba.
Baby Java.
That should have been the name of the movie.
Yeah. You're not on the show anymore.
No, so I think the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda maybe could have made $1 billion. Baby Yoda and Baby Jabba would have made $46.99.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
They would have refunded me my A-list.
That should have been the name of the movie, man.
They would have paid us to see it.
So
Yeah,
finally,
let's get to it.
We'll jump back to where
we're basically
we were.
there.
They go. He gets to the arena. Fucking big. That's mine.
Wait, we're also skipping. No. Sorry. No, we're good.
He's like, go to the fight.
Yep.
He goes to the fight.
Martin Scorsese's like, go to the fight.
It was more like go to the fight.
Yeah.
Oh wait, sorry.
I need your help. I need your help. Go to the fight. And so he goes to the fight. Big old hut, swole hut, which I think actually worked surprisingly well.
Zero issues.
I was
it was
really
great.
surprised at how that worked, and I was like, how much it like got me on board of like, oh, this rules.
I completely
Yes, it does
agree.
rule.
Yeah.
Totally rule.
I don't want to be like, oh, there's a girl here, but where you're like, dang, he's kind of cute.
Hey, we're all red-blooded people. No. Also, the way they had him fight, which is, again, it's all CGI, like, very intelligently. It used some legend stuff with, like, the huts. Like, he used his body. He's a slug. He's rolling over stuff. He's also swinging very intensely. It was great.
There was way too much slug physics in this. Too much,
Like just the
bro.
slugs going down the mud at Nal Hutta.
Listen, there was that weird like kind of orgy like opening of the Nal Hutta too.
Yes.
We're like looking at all these people with their doors open. Like
Yeah.
they're gross. Like when we were driving home, Gia was like, "Yeah, it's supposed to show how vulgar they are." It was a good word. Like they're very vulgar.
Very opening of Return of the Jedi, which is basically
Yes.
a complete orgy in a meth den.
Yeah. I felt
I
like
wonder
that.
if they discuss it all. Like, should we have any of them have like human slaves, like a little Leia? You know, which I know that they don't really touch on.
A little Leia?
Okay, that's not what I meant. I don't mean get Vivian in. I'm just saying, like
007 First Light coming out next week.
Baby Grogu, baby Jabba, baby Leia coming to a theater near you.
All right. Now we're down to $22.99.
He goes to rescue. You know, we know that Rada's like, "Rah."
Yeah.
This is sort of the big reveal of the movie is that Jeremy Allen White talks like Jeremy Allen White.
Yeah.
And like, sorry, here's the thing. Here's my thing with it. I think he did a great job. I enjoyed his performance. It did not need to be Jeremy Allen White.
I agree. Can I say?
Yes.
I completely disagree. This is
Okay.
I'll give it once because I know I think I'm going to be the only one here. I am the most surprised by myself of this take of any take I've had. I loved him as Rada. I think that it took a second when he spoke basic. I'm like, what the hell's going on? But then when I heard his voice and I think he inflected in certain ways, I loved the character. I thought his performance specifically was my favorite of the film by quite a large
I would
margin.
have liked a bit of an accent.
Nope.
I mean,
I liked it plain.
I'm
I liked it
indifferent.
straight.
Listen,
I'm indifferent.
I'm firmly in the camp that I hated it.
Yeah,
I hated it.
I can
Like-
live with it, and like lore wise, obviously it's fun. We know that they speak. There's a bunch of books where they talk about aliens, like everyone's favorite book, Last Shot, where they have a
Pikma.
No, I was talking about the Gungan.
Right. Who speaks in
Who
basic?
speaks normal basic, and he's like, "Oh, you want me to say like Misa Misa?" And
Basically saying that's like Charter's an idiot.
you don't remember this at all.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So like it makes sense that a hut can speak basic, and we've seen Zero do it, but it feels weird and like
It was too normal. He should have had some kind of
No.
like Italian accent, maybe like for Jabba. Like I mean, you're
What
telling
a
me-
wild pull.
Listen, you're telling me Jabba's kid just like totally speaks like no accent.
He wasn't
That's-
raised by Jabba.
Yeah, he got delivered back to Jabba.
No, but at some point he says he became his own person. Like he's
Yeah, but
he's
listen, no, but those
specifically-
formative years, Eric,
I don't
where he
know.
was like learning language. No, dude, that's like
I liked it. And you know what I think is funny about it though? The legitimately funny part. Jeremy Allen White, when he was first interviewed about it back like a year ago when it got announced, he's like, "Yeah, I did a little bit, and I thought they're gonna go in and like really modulate it." I'm like, not really.
No, they added a little bass layer.
They did the bass, but it was mostly like his emotionality came through.
Also,
And
he didn't mocap, right?
no,
I was going to ask about that.
if he does, I need to see it immediately.
yes.
Hey, and now I'll be the woman on the podcast and say, release the mocap footage. If
Yes,
you have it.
chef. Yes, chef.
They're like, Jeremy, I know we've got you done it up, but actually we're gonna need you to do this with your shirt off. Like, we saw your Hanes ad.
Yeah, it's like dot.
We really need to get that 6.
Yeah, no,
It took me a long time to get used to. I did eventually get used to it, and then it wasn't that big of a deal. I do want to talk, if we can shift outside of the voice a
We
little
can.
bit, just about Rhoda in general.
Oh, yeah, as a character.
Was that character, that was entirely CGI 100% of the
Yes.
time, right?
Yeah.
There was like zero.
Oh, there's no puppetry. I don't think any of the huts had puppetry.
No.
I stand by the fact it's wild that we have to keep having this conversation. In 2026, like a major protagonist level character being 100% CGI is always a mistake. I think that.
Oh, I thought it
Really?
worked.
I don't know.
Really?
I think that firmly.
I thought it worked.
It's too much on screen. There's too much talking.
I didn't think twice about it. That's interesting.
I think
thought it worked great.
Yeah.
I mean, he was. We said earlier, it's not Avatar. Like the CGI budget.
That's
wasn't
why.
there.
That's why I'm saying it doesn't work. Like
Yeah.
if
Oh.
you're
Yeah, I
not going to
get
go Grand Moff Tarkin in Rogue One level of effort and depth, and like
I'm glad. So a lot of people don't like Tarkin.
Yeah, I know. That's very
I think
better.
Tarkin looks great.
He's
think-
the best of all of them.
I also
I
think
think.
Tarkin looks great. Like Princess Leia at the end of
Rogue One?
also, right? Like,
I think
like
she looks okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
agreed. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
look that good, but like the behind the scenes of how much freaking effort they went to try
Yeah.
to make it look good.
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah,
like-
see.
when you watch the behind the scenes, you're like, that girl kind of looks like Leia, though.
Yeah, you
I
should
know,
have just
I
let it
know.
go.
I know. So
Yeah,
like,
Tarkin, Luke, and Leia all should have just been. They could have saved like $20 million.
Jabba in Return of the Jedi was not a CGI character.
Right, but Jabba in
He sat in a single spot.
He didn't move.
I know.
All he did was.
And it took 3 guys for him not to move.
Right. So what you're saying is the writing choices of the film to have a major character do a ton of wrestling.
No.
And that's really difficult to do. So then to do that as CGI character, yeah, you're right. That is kind of difficult to do.
No.
It's not-
It's
Yeah,
like, what do we
yeah.
do? Do we just hamstring ourselves and never have alien
No,
protagonists?
I thought it worked great.
I think you can certainly have alien protagonists, but maybe not the wrestlers of the movie. Like, come on, guys.
fair.
Like
Why else would he have abs though?
He's been working out.
I'm not going to answer that.
I also, speaking of working out and abs, I like the little massage droids. That
Oh, those were
Yeah.
great. I want one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like
It's called a Theragun.
Oh, Theragun, yeah. No, I thought that worked really well. I think that like that was a nice way to introduce him as like an actual person, like saying, "Hey, he's getting a massage that clearly hurt him. Like we're gonna bring him in and kind of lower the barrier to entry, like make him a little vulnerable in a way." But I like the way he talked to Mando and his interaction with Grogu. Again, everything about me should hate this moment. And be like, "Can I feed him?" I'm like, "That's so charming."
Can I
Also, pretty
feed him?
decent impression.
Thank you. Also, I would have asked the same question.
Yeah. We're going to interrupt this discussion to say welcome to the podcast from Legends Look Back,
Yeah.
Jared Mays.
This is our
Jared.
event. We have more club shittos in this podcast than they did in
Yeah.
the movie.
Yeah.
I was surprised by that.
I really was.
Jared, tell us why this sucked.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
hold on. Well, let's give the intro.
What we have been doing for each of these guests who have popped in, and I'm so glad it's working out. To start, and I'm sorry to derail this podcast. What were your top level thoughts of just what did you think of the movie?
Top level thoughts is I was extremely disappointed. I felt like a deflated balloon walking out of the theater with a lot of friends that were happy and smiley, and I was very sad. But
You are a Thunder fan, so you're generally happy.
Yeah.
okay, so to your point, I want to enjoy Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I
Yeah,
actively
of course.
enjoy Star
100%.
Wars.
Yes.
This just wasn't really very Star Wars.
What? Why? Go into it. Love that.
It doesn't get into the mythology.
Therapist Andrew. Andrew,
Tell me. You're gone.
Wow, for free. Feet on the oh my god, we had double feet on the pod right
we
now
had
for free.
toesies everywhere.
Welcome to Footcast.
That's a Patreon only right
deal
there.
Is, yeah, Star Wars has got this mythological heart. The Joseph Campbell of it all.
Yep.
The Force theme. It's tapping into something deeper. It's Shakespearean. It's getting into archetypes, and this just wasn't that. Now, while I was watching the movie, I loved the fact that I was like, okay, this is the George Lucas kind of Flash Gordon action adventure serial, and so I do appreciate that.
Monster of the Week kind of like fun adventure.
It
Yeah.
didn't give me the feeling of going to a Star Wars movie in theater.
I could see that.
There
I could
was-
see that.
So much of your complaint is about expectations and scale, and like not about the movie itself. It's about this meta
And the movie
thing.
itself, I enjoyed for what it was.
So that's the thing. Is like why do we
Except
have
for
to
I
look
thought
at it
that the
as
Hut voice was terrible.
Okay.
Jeremy
Oh,
Allen
no,
White.
that's actually what we're talking about. But
We're active. I'm so glad you're here for this because
Really
we were
bad.
actively. Hut voice, I think, is earnestly
Very
going to be the
bad.
most controversial thing about this entire movie for years in the fandom.
I agree, but I think
right.
I think there's so much discussion.
I'm buying you
about
rotted toys for Christmas.
expectation, either what we wanted, what it should be, what it could be, what Star Wars is. It's a big conversation. But like, how about just we look at what this is?
Sure.
And
Sure.
I get it. It's not what you wanted.
And what it is was not really very Star Wars.
Right, but okay, ignoring that, just looking at
Okay, ignoring the fundamental reality of the movie.
But I don't think that's the fundamental thing. That's kind of what I'm getting.
Okay, ignoring literally everything you know about life.
Sorry,
What-
to your
what
audio
is this
listeners,
movie?
you're not getting the full breadth of this moment because Oz is at a Burger King crowd movie. Like,
Trying to be like highbrow art.
And I'm just sat between these two right now without a microphone for a lot of
Just
it.
nudge me and I'll hand it over.
it's so great.
The deal is, hey, I'm excited to like take my kid to the movie. We're gonna have this plan at home on Disney Plus. I mean, I have no doubt that it's something that we're gonna get familiar with and comfortable with. For what they were trying to do, I thought they did very many things very well. Shout out to the Hut Wrestling. Hey, I liked watching
yeah.
those slugs
See,
roll
I love it.
around.
Corey was talking shit about it, and you're sitting right over there. I'm like, he's gonna have a different take.
Now, I agree 100% with so many of Corey's takes. Jeremy Allen White was atrocious in this movie, as was Sigourney Weaver, absolute dog water.
Okay.
in this film.
Oh, we're talking to two beer Jared right now.
And John had a third of a Coke Zero, and it's still sitting over there next to Corey, which is fine. At the end of the day, I thought that the best Legends reference of the movie. Hey, appreciate
We
it.
got our PA in here.
That's great.
That's right. Can I have some chips too? The huts rolling around that comes out of the Crispin trilogy. There was a hut that rolled. Do you know this? There was a hut that rolled over a baby and smushed it to death.
Yep.
Nice.
On purpose?
God, that's so fun.
Yeah, that's what this.
We are
movie
doing
was
so
missing.
much work. No, we're
Fun.
He said fun. Drink.
Oh,
Oh yeah, when
Cheers.
someone says fun, we established
Yeah.
this recently. You gotta-
That being said, go to your local Barnes & Noble. That Crispin Trilogy collection might still be on the shelves. Get it.
The
It's
leather-bound
wonderful.
one?
Yeah.
I don't have it, but yeah,
it's
I do. It's
excellent.
wonderful.
it's very nice.
Absolutely.
That's a
Oh, you
good
remembered
for a
the
second.
huts
No,
rolling
but I
around?
was gonna
The crocodile
tell
roll.
you that I was
It works, right?
huh?
As opposed to literally everyone's brain that enjoyed this movie.
Worth the video, everybody.
So good.
Well, see, and now what I was gonna say was so off topic, and now it feels really.
You were talking about hut wrestling. Hut wrestling.
Well, it was just a Christmas trilogy that at Star Wars trivia on May the 4th, I remembered that the Crispin trilogy existed to answer a question, but I couldn't remember the name of any of the individuals.
Was it the unicorns? The sex unicorns?
They were like rhinos. The Talanda Till.
Right. Sorry, sex unicorns would be stupid.
Right. No, the Talanda Till, they're cool.
Talanda Till,
This
they're
movie,
awesome.
on the other hand, it was okay.
Oh, God. If Talanda Till were in this movie.
I would have enjoyed it.
Yeah. Okay. So that's Jared's
Genuinely,
overall
last
thoughts.
night, Jared was. He
I'm
was
worried
down on
about-
a lot of things, as you can tell, but was like, this and this wasn't like Legends. I'm like, so all you wanted was Easter eggs.
No, I wanted like 2, 3 Easter eggs max.
Yeah, even us canon fans didn't get Easter eggs.
Which is crazy because that's like literally Filoni's only.
I know.
thing.
Yeah, all right, you're like 2 hours later. You're an hour 25.
Filoni's
later.
like hats, wolves, and Easter eggs.
Yep.
So we didn't mention because it didn't
And
happen
Rebels
in the
characters,
first
Caroline
Adelphi
says.
scene.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
We didn't mention
We had Dave.
our
Yes.
one sort of glup shitto moment where
Yeah.
it was like, hey, clap for this. Dave shows up wearing his hat.
Yeah, it's Trapper Wolf, but that's Dave Filoni. That is not Trapper Wolf. That is Dave Filoni.
Yeah, and then Rick and Deborah are over a table, and I will give anyone in this room $1,000 if they can name one of their 2 characters.
Rick Famuyiwa.
No, but
Character.
Deborah or Rick are rebels.
I don't know what they are
Trapper
either.
Wolf.
Yeah, everyone knows Trapper Wolf, and everyone knows Carson Teva, who shows up later.
I knew that one.
Yeah,
for sure.
nope.
Not a chance.
No. so
Bevo Slim.
and welcome to the segment that we like to call Oz is on the Wook. Wook on Wikipedia while wearing a Wookiee suit.
Treva Lira.
I don't know. We'll figure that out later. I don't.
All right, we'll figure it out.
We're derailing the.
All right, so we're
bye,
on.
Caroline.
Bye, Caroline.
Bye.
All right, you're doing great. So we're on. So we get through the Rada introduction.
We're at.
Yeah, they fight. He goes and talks. He's like, I'm gonna break you out. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
because I got
Yep.
an agreement.
Which also I think a great earn. If we're talking about story, we talked a lot about how like the story is light or whatever.
I like this.
The story, yeah, I like the story mode
Yeah.
of being like, hey, he's actually not a prisoner. I like that moral quandary. I think in Star Wars that comes up quite a bit. Who is a prisoner? Who is not a prisoner? Like we kind of have this idea of like the galaxy is so vast. Do you want to be tied to servitude? Are you getting your actual freedom? Who's going to betray you? Who's going to like that is very Wild West Star Wars lore.
It's also like a classic story that like parents are like we need to get our boy back or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, actually, I'm fine. I'm
Yes.
just not being what my parents wanted to be.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of
My
talk-
parents are going to kill me.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
been a lot of talk about the story or lack thereof in this movie, and Rada actually has a pretty solid arc.
It really
Yes,
does.
I agree.
Because
This is a Mandalorian episode arc.
and I
frankly.
think it's going to be missed a lot. Is that Rada's kind of the heart of the story, and I think it's going to be missed.
I
because
agree.
It's weird.
Yes.
Because it's this Jeremy Allen White, yes chef speaking.
And
Hut.
they're never going
It's
to pick up the
literally the-
character again.
No, they will.
Well, no, they will.
No,
They will.
what's
I think
crazy
they
though-
would.
what's
He'll
crazy
be
about
a
that
Star Wars Unlimited leader.
is that Alex Heyman has said for the entire time he's run his channel, the question he has most gotten is where is Stinky the Hut? He says this every year.
Every year on his.
That's literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
No, I know, but it's true.
But he says it.
He talks all the time. People are, and I think Dave gets asked this question a lot. It has been 18 years since the Clone
Yeah.
Wars movie.
Holy smokes. Wow.
18
We
years.
are old.
Did my hair just turn instantly gray on
Yeah.
camera?
No, actually, your beard's been gray for a while.
Yeah, as Laura Santeca would say, look how old you've become.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe we won't pick up on this anymore, but I think this is a satisfying conclusion, and we don't even know how he ended up here. I don't think. That's
But he's in the New Republic now.
Yeah,
he is.
The story arc is objectively good.
Yeah,
Like,
yes.
but I think
It
people
is.
are gonna
Like
miss it
the
because
whole like I'm leaving my shadow, like leaving the shadow
shadow,
of my father.
yeah.
Like that's a good storytelling device.
It's a very classic device.
But that being said, when we do this in live action and we have Hut characters, it sort of minimizes it a little
it's
bit.
also for whatever weird reason, I think maybe audiences are expecting the main arc to be from either the Mandalorian or Grogu. I don't know why
And it's
they would
Rada.
think that.
Only because of the title.
Yeah.
Maybe the title.
Yeah.
Got her.
Wouldn't have.
But yeah, so it is weird, and even
Unfortunately, the Mandalorian and Grogu, they have some emotional moments, which we'll get to later. You're right. They are not the emotional center of the movie. The emotional center of the movie is a side character animated Hut from 18 years ago.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think that's fine. But it's so easy to forget about, and I think it will be forgotten a lot.
Yep. Although I need to see him in a jacket at some point.
Also, they have established in canon now that like Rhoda is like part of the Resistance.
Yeah.
Correct. Well, at least the New Republic.
Yeah.
Okay, can't really say
I,
Resistance.
What's he gonna do?
He's
though,
going to be in
by the
Ahsoka
way?
season 2 doing Senate debates.
Christ, if he's in Ahsoka season 2, I'm gonna be so happy. I'm genuinely.
I will actually like it.
So where are we in the story?
Like, we barely touched it.
Let's go to the.
We're into chapter 2.
I want to go to
Four
the
episodes.
Dejarik.
Let's go to
Let's talk about Dejarik.
Salt Bar and Dejarik fight.
Yes.
Talk about
Yeah.
Salt,
I think Salt Bar is somewhat interesting.
Salt Bar is somewhat interesting. I thought Salt was kind of a dumb thing. I mean, it was fine, I guess. It was just we spent a lot of time talking about Salt for some
Yeah,
reason.
it was very
Yeah.
Star Wars silliness.
That was completely unnecessary.
I mean, so much of A New Hope is there's no water on this planet. We get water. This one apparently salt, and I'm gonna go ahead.
I mean, kind of, but we didn't really talk about water really at all.
You don't talk about it, but you just know it happens.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. This is the exposition.
It was an excuse to meet Coin.
I
We're
will say
telling it, but not showing it. Like,
something in my life, and this is real. I don't know what salt is. I know it comes from like rocks or whatever.
Oz.
What is salt?
it's sodium and chloride put together.
Okay,
Come on.
NaCl, I get it. I know that, but I'm saying like, why doesn't it exist on this
What
planet?
are molecules? What? Can we talk about what is the periodic table?
Wait, we're
Actually,
going over. Did the huts make sense? What's the lore of this? Not like what is
Yeah,
salt?
we're welcoming our next guest, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Come on in. No, but my point is, like, it is weird that this is the scarcity. Like, post-apocalyptic always has scarcity.
Wait, salt. We didn't need salt though. Like
That wasn't
it's- listen,
necessary.
That's kind of what I'm.
It was
It's
not
a
necessary.
gangster running a cage fight ring. Like we don't need.
It's no,
freaking
it's
I kind of liked it.
but it's coaxium. It's the thing.
It equates to like a Bitcoin scenario.
I was
is
conveniently
what
in the
it-
bathroom during this scene, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
We cannot.
How long were you in the
I also bought popcorn, which I put salt on.
Everyone in the comments, please do not forget that Oz does not know what salt is.
I don't.
To be clear, that was how we got on this. Yes, all
Round
right.
of rocks.
Okay, but
Salt aside, the whole
It's a bar fight.
The whole gangster, my headquarters in the back room thing. I liked it. I
Very
thought-
classic
oh, yeah. That
80s
was cool.
gangster movie. Like,
And also,
they
this
talk to your boss. Oh, you're the head
fight-
honcho. We're gonna fight.
The fight was good. Like he cut off that guy's
The
like,
horn?
What's that species? By
Not
the way?
Stacey Tin.
Am I telling me?
it is Itachi.
Itachi,
Yeah,
yes.
good.
The Itachi
good.
horn, very cool.
Cut off the horn. That felt like a big deal.
That was really,
I
yeah,
feel
that was
like
really cool.
anytime you see one of them on screen, one of their horns is cut off.
Yeah, dude.
That's
there
what
was-
they got.
That was an interesting like observation in the movie theater. There was like an audible gasp when that happened. Like, oh, he got him. Like,
Yeah, like what
I'm
is
sorry.
this?
Do you guys
Well,
all
I was like,
understand?
yeah, that's
Like,
true.
It is.
I
The way,
also loved when the boss walks out and he's like, "Ha, sucks for you." Come on back.
Come on back, cool shit, man.
Yeah, I like that whole thing. I liked the boss being like, "Look at this big ass piece of salt I got," and he's
Yep.
like, "I can get that wherever I want." He's like, "But not here."
Yeah,
Uh,
he's a local man.
yeah, and
He
then-
shops local.
And then I liked him going out and everyone's still pissed at him, and he just puts the $1 billion thing of salt in
And the drink, that was cool. Again, very cool. Just easy moments. I thought it was a nice, cool moment.
It's something we didn't bring up with Martin Scorsese, but he was what first kind of got me into this mode. Was if you've played Star Wars Outlaws, a lot of this felt like Star Wars Outlaws.
It did really.
Like
Yes.
this whole backroom thing,
Yes.
the asking the chef for, like, all it was missing was a quick time event for Grogu to eat. But yeah, then he's like, "You're gonna do a Dejarik match," and I kind of like the implication that this is a normal thing that happens in fighting rings.
I want to talk on that because I loved that because when the trailers first came out, they showed the Dejarik board, the monsters. Me and other people included were like, "Oh God, they're just doing the nostalgia. This is okay. They're gonna do a wink, wink, nudge, nudge." And by saying, "Oh, it's a Dejarik match," I like that they took away the wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and we're like, "No, this is just a thing.
Yeah.
We are acknowledging it. We're not trying to fool you. We're not trying to make it a surprise when the characters come out. It's a Dejarik match. Oh, that's acknowledged as a threat." And I actually really liked that subversion because it allowed me to then just sit back and be like, "Oh, cool. Yeah, I know these are coming out."
Which, for the nostalgia of it all, and we talked about the Easter eggs, this was one of the things that excited me the most in the movie.
Yes, and I think they handled it very well. It was simultaneously, we got the nostalgic moment, like you said, great, but also wasn't trying to be smarter and outsmart us when we were already ahead of them. And I think that's a very delicate balance.
The creatures themselves were incredible.
Yes.
like that scene is probably my favorite
Molitor
scene of
in
the whole-
I
person.
was trying to find a list of them, and I was gonna see if anyone can name all the pieces.
I got the Molitor, that's it. Which is the blue thing, native of Alderaan.
While
Fun
you
enough.
guys think about that and Oz looks it up, this is a good time for a Legends Easter egg.
Yes!
Because this scene
Everyone,
is...
Eric, sing the Legends theme song to bring us into this.
Here's Legends Look Back, waka waka,
It's the Shakira impression. God dang it.
so grateful that's not actually our thing.
Wow.
I don't actually know our theme song because I'm like on the show and don't listen to it.
That's it.
Anyway, this entire scene was almost a 1-to-1 direct ripoff of a Legends comic from 1999. I kid you not. Shout out to Carl who told me this yesterday.
Okay.
He was like, hey, I was reading some stuff on the airplane and it was like, hey, I've seen this story before.
It's good, Carl.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I said, what? Say it to me slower. So this is Star Wars issue 10 from the Star Wars Republic comic series from Dark Horse in 1999. It's got Ki-Adi-Mundi. I can't remember for sure if there's Mace Windu, but it's the Sharad Het storyline ties into Darth Krayt later on. But yeah, there's a ring full of monsters, and there's a gladiator duel, and then they disarm the cage. So it's a very similar, almost 1-to-1 exactly ripped from a Legends.
Wow.
comic. Yeah,
That's awesome.
absolutely.
See, that's the kind of reference stuff
Yeah.
that is sick.
And if you want to read this for yourself, this is in the Star Wars Legends Epic Collection, The Menace Revealed Volume 1.
All right, there we
I
go.
like that.
Right on.
That's cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Yeah,
jump on, I was
cool
gonna
story.
jump on.
Moving on.
No. Yeah, I totally. Yes, I wouldn't
Yeah,
speak.
yeah.
Yeah.
Big pipe, huh?
This podcast sucks. All right, what are you saying, Corey?
I was just gonna say that I would love to. I was gonna get your take on this was such a throwback to A New Hope, right? Like they played the Dejarik match, obviously.
Yeah.
They Din named it as Dejarik.
Yeah.
Before, that was a cool
Well, and they the creatures pull the moves.
They do the move,
Yeah,
the
they all-
pick up and throw
they
down,
all pull
which
the-
we see in Solo as well.
And I was wanting to ask you, I haven't asked you yet. Did you notice how much sound effects were straight out of the little board when R2D2 and C3PO are playing? This is the famous "Let the Wookiee win" scene.
Yes.
All they
Yeah.
did was cut to the crowd, and there's a Wookiee who rips someone's arms off.
That would have been hilarious.
Not just the sound effects, but Phil Tippett, who did the original stop motion animation, actually worked on this movie, and he did a lot of stop motion. You guys talked about that.
We have. Yep.
So many of the creatures, such as the big robots in the end, as far as I know from the early online discussion about this, which we really haven't been online, we've been in person, so who knows what the internet is saying. That Phil
I can
Tippett,
only imagine.
They brought him back to work on this, and so that's why they look so good and convincing. The guy that 50 years ago made the stop motion animation for those miniatures now was doing stop motion animation for the real life creatures that are supposed to be fighting a ripped Hutt and a Mandalorian. The franchise has come a long way.
That's a beautiful thing about so much of Star Wars, I think, and a lot of reviews and a lot of think pieces and a lot of things even sometimes we say as fans, we're we want something new, we want to go forward, just be a story.
We don't.
But there is an inescapable amount of history, and I think that just as humans, we know who Phil Tippett is. We know that he came back. There is a beautiful, undeniable part. I will never watch this movie without thinking about that, and I don't want to.
When we go back to A New Hope now, we're gonna be oh, this is that scene in The Mandalorian and
Yes.
Grogu. Do you guys think they're gonna change that title?
What I love about Dejarik, I think it's the Clone Wars, maybe it's Rebels, where they showed a couple characters playing it. I think it's maybe in the Cutler Queen arc, I want to say. Maybe not. Anyway, and they animate it kind of jerky, like the stop motion. And it's Clone Wars because George commented on it. He's like, why don't we smooth it out? They're like, but no, it looks like A New Hope. He's like, it only looked like that because that's all we could do.
That's
back
right.
then.
Yeah.
Well, and also then you go into Rogue One where they're playing Dejarik in Saw's camp, and it's physical pieces.
Yeah.
So Dejarik is weirdly such a staple of Star Wars, and to have I would have never thought in a million years that Mando would have said, "Oh, it's a Dejarik match." That is a normal piece of conversation in gladiatorial combat.
Basically, you say that, you're like, oh, it means all the aliens are coming.
Yeah.
It's such a cool idea.
Yeah.
That shows people that are keyed in, and it's not just cameos for cameo's sake. It's not just glub potatoes to make it funny.
I do have lots of questions just in general about the entire concept though, because when we see them playing chess on the Millennium Falcon, it looks these are aliens, they have pieces, they have powers, if you will, right? And then in real life, we saw all the actual aliens, and they are the actual aliens from the Dejarik match.
So
and
which came first?
Well, it's like Sabak, where
which
it's like
came
you
first.
can't
Yeah.
ask too many questions or else it doesn't work.
And then you have to ask questions about then at the end, like they took the little laser off the laser shield fence thing off, right? And like the aliens go up in the crowd, start eating people. So are they like sentient?
No, they're
like,
real aliens.
Are they are they just like normal sentient aliens?
it's
The way
like-
that Din was like a.
It's like when you have a board game. It's like this piece is a tiger and this piece is an elephant.
I
and
guess,
that's
I
what
mean-
that. Now, when you actually break
That
down,
big guy though was like wearing clothes, right? Was he like wearing clothes?
I don't
he?
think.
I think he might have been.
Was he? don't
I would have
think so.
liked to have seen one alien in that gauntlet that was a little bit more familiar to us. Something like one of the creatures from episode 2, like a Nexu.
Like a Nexu.
Nexu.
Just a
Nexus
little bit
are
of
great.
familiarity. Yes, the Dejarik creatures are familiarity because of the holochess game that they play in A New Hope, but we haven't seen any of those creatures actually in combat before that I know of. I'm sure there's somebody out there that's like, actually.
I know it does feel a little like on the nose. Like I've joked that like at any given point, like one of the big action sequences in the movie, if we just like stopped and like we just showed Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau like playing with action figures on a toy, like on a table, like you pointed out like the Lego movie.
like the Lego movie, it cuts out Will Ferrell.
It's like
his son is actually playing with Lego.
Yes. If we just like did that like towards the end of the movie,
Pew, pew, pew,
yeah, exactly, and like freaking grown adults like playing with toys, like that honestly would not have really taken me out that much at that point of the movie.
It would be funny. It would not be Star Wars.
I know.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yes, please do.
A quick hypothetical question. Based on the fact that the Dejarik animals absolutely killed many people, did the toy sales in universe of Dejarik boards in Star Wars tank after the murder?
No,
or
I
did they
think
continue to sell
Only
Dejarik
go up.
boards?
These people
Only
are
go
going to
up.
gladiator matches. They're
Okay.
like,
Correct.
Oh,
did
wait,
they?
okay. Actually, whoa, hold on a second. Okay, so timeline wise,
Yes.
episode 4
Yep.
is way before this.
Yes.
Yes.
This has been a thing for a long time.
So this has been a
Correct.
thing for a long time.
Yep.
Correct.
And
They've been installing these in ships.
did
clearly.
they like just serendipitously recreate the exact chessboard?
Well, it goes
that-
back to your question: which came first, right?
Did
I
that
don't-
company then say, guys, we can capitalize on this Hasbro toy that we created for Christmas. Let's make it Bloodsport.
Like
So,
20 years
quick,
ago.
This is number 3. Hannah, I'm sorry. And Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. That's right, I'm British. Got him. One of the puzzles is
Wizard
a
chess.
chessboard.
That's right, and they play Wizard chess.
So
Yes.
it's the same thing where it's like we're making this real life thing out of this game that has
Okay.
existed for hundreds of years.
I would assume it's like, hey, I run this fighting match. I'm really going to spice this up. I'm going to recreate.
I'm gonna
the
use
jar.
a pop
That's,
culture
to me,
I
reference.
think you could see Vince McMahon doing.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Tonight
That's
we're
right.
playing chess.
Listen, so
but it's deadly.
So
Yeah.
we're in Charlotte, and there's actually like a pop up game place in downtown Charlotte that does like live action Monopoly, where you can like.
Are
go
you
in with
kidding me?
With a bunch of friends, you
Yeah.
guys can all play Monopoly. Is this the
So
same?
it's kind of like that,
concept?
I guess.
Do you guys all roll up in monocles? How does that work?
I don't know, but you're like,
No,
there's
it's only the guy running it.
Yeah.
exactly. But there's like a huge board, and you all like stand on it. You buy like property, you have like money. It's
Yeah.
like the whole thing.
So it's gotta
Like
be-
a
yeah.
big old dice.
So this is what happened? Like this like gangster guy, the
Yeah.
the
It's just-
salt,
it's
the salt
entertainment.
man, Papa Salt, if you will. He just
Yeah.
built this.
I think that's it.
He might, I would
Guys, I
say
have
that.
a great idea. Live action Dejarik.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly
Yeah.
how it went.
Yep.
Totally.
And then we get into
They fight together in the
they fight together, and I think that the Mando and Rada getting together, fighting against the things, very fun. Again, this is kind of like the most classic, easy Star Wars moment of it all. We saw a lot of it in the commercials, saw a lot of it in the trailers of like this is fighting against the creatures, fighting,
It's giving KOTOR,
It's-
where you have
Yes!
you fight against Girl on Two Fingers. Yes.
Wow, yes!
Bendak Starkiller. Yeah. The dueling ring
Yep,
on
the
KOTOR.
dueling ring.
Corey loves KOTOR.
Yeah, the dueling around Terrace. You have to
Yeah.
fight all those guys. And that last guy is like freaking hard. It takes like
Yep.
10 tries to beat him.
Yep.
Yeah, Bendak Starkiller.
I love a
and
dueling
if you
ring.
even do it at all, you get dark side points.
Yeah.
Right.
And
this
then
is another good. I'm gonna call that a Legends Easter egg.
I will totally call that a Legend
Yeah.
Easter egg. I think
They
it works
should have
very
had
well.
Girl on Two Fingers in the movie.
Yeah.
All right, here's a sort of like meta question. Are OT references at this point in almost equivalent to like Legend Easter eggs to you?
It's like a secondary. It's like not as juicy, but we'll count it.
What did you think about the Dejarik thing? Was it too on the nose for you, or did it work?
It was one of the things that I enjoyed the most about the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it really I think they navigated that very well. I mean, they could have gone.
It wasn't
worse
too
with
wink,
it.
nudge, nudge. It was right on the border.
And also, it led into a badass car chase, which I frankly thought at the end, like having the monsters go into the audience and they kind of like run amok, very fun, very irreverent.
So you've got Mando versus the Hutt.
Yep.
Rada. And so then that's a good battle on its own.
Yep.
And then they bring out the creatures. So then they have to team up. So I thought that sequence was good in the sense of, okay, now they've got to work together.
Yeah, because you got the morality also of him being like, yield, I will not kill him. Rada has won, I'm giving up. Like a nice, her hero moment. That's also Campbell-esque of like going through his journey.
Okay. All right. Good point. And then the creatures break into the audience. And that's when I was like,
wait, we have an electronic monster. There's no way anyone will throw that into the electronically powered shields, right? No, I don't think it'll ever
They
happen.
kept highlighting the electric monster. They just kept cutting back to it, maybe more than all the others.
Yeah, why did they? That was kind of weird.
Because he short-circuited the field.
Yeah,
to sow the idea.
To go back to Caroline's point, the Netflix ass storytelling, like we.
I don't think it worked.
They highlighted it like 4 or 5 different times. Like, look, he's electrical.
That's just Chekhov's gun. That's not.
Yeah, that's just
Netflix.
that's a
But
classic
we
storytelling.
didn't need to see it like 5 times.
Corey, you just said, why did they keep doing it?
Was
That's
that
the
electric?
Netflix ass thing though. Like to be Chekhov's gun, we have to see it once.
No,
I think it worked.
Netflix, they would talk about it. They never talked about
That's
it.
fair.
Also,
Oh no! Look at this electric monster. I sure hope it doesn't fry the fences.
That would be Netflix. Thank you, Millie Bobby Brown.
I hate that we know about. We know too much about the movie making world these days. Like just because that ruins the discourse. Now we're like, oh well, on Netflix they would do this.
Yeah.
Was the electric monster from A New Hope? I don't remember.
I don't
remember.
think we've ever.
The only one I know is the Molitor because
Based on the
if
rest
you have
of
been
them.
here since Youtini back in the day, we did an RPG back in
Youtini Tuesdays.
2018, 19. That we had the Molitor was the name of our ship because it was an Alderaanian monster from Dejarik.
Is that the one that has like the horns?
It's the blue one that had like the little snout.
All right, the one with the horns on the side of the head. The first thing I thought about immediately, Sigourney Weaver, thank you for this, was Zool, the dogs from Ghostbusters, because the face looked just like it.
Very solid.
All right.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, I am
You
the
don't-
Keymaster.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, I didn't know.
dogs.
I didn't
He's
either.
the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver is so stunning in that movie. I just want to say.
Yeah, compared to this movie.
Actually, she's extremely stunning in this movie too.
It was just her delivery was flat.
That's fine. We've been on that already.
What are we talking about?
So they
Go to the
fight
chase.
together. It's kind of like Maul Shadowlord where they, where they're all
Fight together, yeah.
But this brings us back to Papa Salt. I think you called him Papa
Yeah, Papa Salt.
And sort of, this was maybe the biggest twist of the movie for me. Was I was expecting? We learned about what's his name? What do they call the blank card?
The Ace of Staves.
I know, but what they say his name is
It's like a coin.
Commander
There you go.
Coin.
Yeah.
And so I thought, I don't know if y'all felt this, that they're showing us a blank card because it will be a reveal. That it's going to be.
I did think that.
It's going to be.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought it would be something more than it was.
Correct.
I mean,
And not last for only 4 minutes, by the
I
way.
thought it'd be more than it was.
yeah, they set up like this is somebody who's important and he's invisible, and then we meet this kind of bald fat guy, and that's
Yeah. I thought maybe
Papa
it was going to
Salt,
be,
if
and this
you
is
will.
obviously
Yeah.
clowny. At the end, they're like, "This is Commander Coin.
Oz.
It's Ray Sloan."
God, Oz.
God.
That was my
All
hope. I
right.
thought it would be something.
No.
Like that. But then then Rada's.
But
like-
also, we're looking for a mysterious man. And it's like, oh, it's actually the guy you just met. Is also a very classic.
It
Like,
is- it is
speaking
very
of James
classic.
Bond,
it's very noir.
Yes.
everything.
Yeah. Good storytelling concept, but maybe it didn't need to be the invisible guy in the car. Like, we wasted
Yeah.
precious.
in the
screen
also
time.
we are. So we're almost 2 hours in. We're at the half, maybe not even halfway point of the movie.
We're getting close to the end of chapter 2.
Which I think was the problem about it, though. To the storytelling point of like the big reveal happened a little early.
No, but I thought it was good. They're like, we're not going to drag this on. We're going to address this in this episode.
Yep.
All right. You leaving us, Jared? All right. Goodbye, Jared.
See you, Jared.
Thank you, Jared.
In time.
It's not your
everybody-
fault. It'll
tell
be
everybody
Oz's
the other
fault,
room
is
if they
what it will be.
Yep. And please. But I liked this because this surprised me. I was expecting it to be a third act reveal, and they're just like, he's Coin.
Papa Salt.
I like it when you call
Somebody
me Big
quickly arrest
Papa.
him.
Yes. Yeah. They
There's a little pram chase.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, the
we
chase.
We did not talk about the pram. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Corey had a very strong opinion about the physics of the baby pram.
It wasn't like a strong opinion. It was just a funny observation that like we saw the Rodian in the pram, which is objectively hilarious, by the way.
Cute.
Yeah, baby Rodian.
The
Yeah,
little baby Rodian was really funny, and
They
like
should have called the movie Baby Jabba, Baby Yoda,
Baby Leia, baby Greedo.
baby Greedo. Yes, they should have.
That would have put us back to 1.5 billion.
Yeah.
Exactly.
we're between $20 and $2 billion.
Listen, Baby Greedo is in that little stroller thing, the pram, as it has been so called
Yep.
named in Baby Yoda,
Yeah.
right? And Grogu gets in that thing, and it immediately goes like 100 miles an hour.
Yeah,
Can we talk about that? That the fact that like freaking they're selling a
You know what it reminds me about? It's like when you were in Crocs and you put them in sport mode.
Yes.
He put it down. He's like, okay, now we're ruling. Now
There
we're going.
are a couple parents in this room, and I'm sure some listening. I own something called an Uppa Baby Vista. You would not be happy by how much this stroller costs. I'm not happy by how much it costs. I can only imagine an equivalent stroller in the Star Wars galaxy would be able to go 12
because it is
parsecs.
keeping up. It is keeping up with a street legal vehicle and a jetpack.
Yes. Yes.
Like Grogu does not fall behind.
What kind of equipment is in the back end of that thing, man? It's like a 12
And also,
cylinder.
there's no fire at the end of it. It's just going
straight.
foliated substrate calcite.
Yeah, that's what's in there.
Hold on, we got another friend coming to join us here.
Carl, jump in.
Carl,
Come get it.
editor-in-chief.
Get in here, Carl.
Come on in, man. Friend of the show.
You're actually going on the couch. That's still my seat. Carl, you've been brought up already a few times this afternoon on the podcast. Yeah, sorry for all the cables. Welcome to the show, everyone. This is Carl.
Everyone say hi.
Hi.
Oh my God, he's wearing a shirt that says "Friend of the Show." Amazing.
Yep.
Friend of the show,
She
Carl.
manages the email. We don't talk about this publicly.
He manages our
Corey's
dispatch.
doing a lot of talking for someone not holding a microphone.
Correct.
Yeah, Carl managed our email and our Substack. Carl, the first thing we're talking about anytime someone joins us, top level thoughts of the movie. What'd you think?
I liked it. I had a, I don't know. I had a good time. I got what I wanted out of it. I didn't expect it to, change what the post Return of the Jedi universe was going to look like.
Sure didn't.
No, it didn't.
Nope.
I feel like there's 3 more movies that came later that it probably had mind, and there might be some other projects that
Like an ice cream cone, Carl.
like an ice cream cone.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's supposed to like make a mess all over me because I don't.
There
know.
you go. Right.
Yeah, I feel like there might be some other stuff in work that they didn't want to step on either. Maybe I don't know, but the impression I got from the trailers and stuff, it was going to be kind of campy adventure fun. And
Hey, he said fun.
Hey, fun.
It's turned into a drinking game. We're not someone says
well, shit, I would have. brought
I'm
my
out of
bourbon.
Cork Zero.
Yeah, can someone get Carl a drink?
Yeah, thank you.
And then Anthony would like a Coke.
I like a Diet Coke, please.
You're going to have to run next. This is such a disaster for anyone on audio.
Yeah.
I know we keep mentioning y'all. So Carl, where we are in the movie is the pram chase. They're getting away. So we're sort of
The ridiculously fast pram chase.
Space Chicago or whatever.
yeah, the pram that goes faster than the faster than
The pram
mods.
did go faster than the entire Book of Boba
It
Fett
really did.
chase.
Really did.
You know who this movie could have used is the mayor's major dormo. He would have been a great.
Don't you threaten me.
That's a hard no.
Or it could have used the other hot Twi'lek in
Oh,
this.
she dead, baby.
She gone. She gone. Yeah, she got exploded.
We're pretty sure she
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
Jennifer
All right.
Beal.
So we get a great pram chase. Unfortunately, the second coolest pram chase in the last 2 months because Maul Shadowlord had that amazing speeder chase where we get to force throw the thing up into the other ship.
Yep.
Still a cool chase though. I love a Star Wars chase because I feel like of all the major franchises, maybe it's hyperbole, maybe it's not. Star Wars does speed very well in chases most of the time. I think going through the lights going past the civilians, like it felt scary. It felt a little crazy. And I like the fact that it was just them trying to get Rada down. Like it wasn't like firing at him to explode him. It was just like, dude, we're trying to save you. Chill out. And like they let it go for a nice amount of time. And then of course Zeb at the end being like, yo, Dad's here. Stop.
Yeah. And so then they go, and I thought they're on their ship. They're going back to a new planet. I thought for a second they were going to Mandalore. Did y'all think that at all?
That did cross my mind. That did cross my mind.
I'll tell you why I didn't. Is that I think by this point in the movie, I had waited for enough little Mandalore Easter eggs and none of them had happened that I had mentally been like, we're getting none of them in this movie.
Yeah,
sure. I think they decided against it.
Going into it, I didn't think we were getting any Mandalore, which the part I glossed over. They go back to Adelphi, and she's like, "This doesn't look like a hut," and he's like, "It's better." Blah blah blah. Plot. And he's like, "I'm going off on my own," and I kind of forgot that he had a little homestead given to him by Grief Karga.
I absolutely forgot that. I'm like, oh, Navarro, what an Easter egg! Wait, that's where he lives.
That's how season 3 ends. Which, speaking of Grief Karga, as they're escaping,
this
the fight
is great.
scene. We talked about this before, but because you saw it in the trailers, above the door it says Weathers Creed or no Weathers
Weathers Apollo. I think
Weathers
it's,
Apollo,
yeah.
which is Carl Weathers. Apollo Creed is his character.
Really. Again, that is, I think, a really nice Star Wars. How do I phrase this?
I don't know.
So many people. Star Wars is so vast that a lot of people have passed away during Star Wars, and I think that,
especially as we go on now, it's been
earnestly, and I think that it goes back and forth between like honoring very nicely, not enough, a little over. I think that was the perfect way to honor Carl Weathers, to be like, he was clearly a part of the show. If you didn't see it, you didn't read, Arabesh, that's fine. It doesn't take you out. Because I think as an actor, you don't want to honor someone by taking them out of a movie. Right. But also, it's a boxing ring. It's combat. It's his most famous character. Like, that was a really beautiful touch, and I think that was very delicately done.
Yeah, and so then they go back to Navarro, which would be an easy way to do it. And he could have been like, so the Anzellans show up, and like he could have been like, oh, how's Grand Maester or whatever his
Karga,
how's Karga doing? But they didn't. And they didn't. So I also
restraint. I said at the beginning of this 3.5 hour, 18-hour podcast, like restraint is the name of the game.
And as the Anzellans are zooming, you can't see the scale of the ship, and so I'm like, oh, who is this? I jokingly turned to you were sitting next to me. I go, oh, it's Cara Dune's coming. We know she's a marshal.
Is she?
Cara Dune, right after getting her ass kicked by what's her name? Fight.
What a week!
What a week, dude!
Yeah.
It's the 70-second fight. Yeah,
Same amount of screen time. It'd be great.
Oh my god!
Yeah, she had more screen time in her 13-second.
She might have made more from that Netflix fight than the opening weekend of this movie, though. Fair. So we'll see.
She certainly made more than she ever made.
Than she would have made. Yeah. That's true.
Yes.
Anyway. They're at the little homestead, and I kind of forgot Rada was there, and then it cuts over, and he's talking, and I was like, oh yeah, hey, you're.
That happened to me twice during this movie to be like, oh right, Rada.
The Anzellans come, they're still cute. Hey.
Perfect English.
MVP of the movie, honestly.
They still said weird things.
I loved the come on baby. That was so
come
funny.
on baby.
Like, bad baby.
Bad baby. Yes, it was objectively hilarious, and what are they called?
Anzellans.
They're not called Babu Fricks.
They're not.
You can. That's kind of racist.
Baby Babu
That's what I
Fricks.
say is Babu Fricks. Yeah.
They're all humans. They're not just all Corys.
Yeah. Exactly. Bunch of little Babu Fricks. And then that turns into he's like, hey, I need you to soup up my ship to be just like my old ship. But instead, this is sort of our Glub Shido moment that doesn't even again, if you weren't in the know, it never winks at the camera. But Embo shows up, which is super freaking cool. Because Cayuzos are great. Eric, I know you know. Who's the other Cayuzo that we all know?
Embo 2.
Constable.
Constable Zuvio.
Constable Zuvio.
Who was cut from Force Awakens.
He's in there, but yeah, he was mostly.
Yeah, Constable Zuvio. I also like that throughout the movie, Embo moved, and my wife Charlie mentioned this. His combat, his movements were very Clone Wars-esque. Like, they let him still be the same character. Like, he almost dances a little bit. He's very fluid. He uses the hat as a frisbee, he doesn't surf on it. I know, we were so close. But everything else I thought was very honorable. It's not just like Cad Bane, where they kind of just use he's just a guy that looks like Clone Wars. He actually reacted like the character, and I thought they did a really great job with him. But he comes in with his adorable cat dog.
Adorable is a word choice, yeah.
Man. Rest in peace, Merrick, his original dog.
Because I looked at him like, oh, it's Merrick. Nope, it's apparently named something different.
Yeah, well, because Merrick dies in the Clone Wars, I believe.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Which is funny. His dog was named Merrick, which is a wolf thing.
Yeah, this is a new one that is, it's a Funko Pop. I forgot the name of it, but I'll look it up.
His new dog has a name, but Merrick, which hilariously is named the same thing as whichever Inquisitor that is.
There's 4 names in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well, Dave just can't help himself.
Yeah. That whole scene was shot. It's almost like horror-esque. I loved every bit
Yeah,
of
it was great.
Like,
And I loved the they hit under the floorboard.
Closing the windows. That was pretty cool.
The heat camera, like him running out in the heat camera view was actually kind of creepy.
That's
it was cool.
We talked about the twins trope as a storytelling device that I love. I also love the someone's coming, let's close all the windows and shut all the lights off. I also love that that preparing moment. I love that.
We hadn't talked about this at all, but they really liked the look through a viewfinder cam.
Yes.
This. So it started with the mouse droid.
The infrared helmet
in the opening gambit.
Sure did.
Where you're seeing which first person in Star Wars is weird.
Risky.
Can anyone think of the only time, as far as I'm aware, that first person is seen in the saga films?
It's the flashback when Padme
that
is giving birth and he sees the flash. I mean, that would be
a vision. The one I'm thinking, there's a shot in the Phantom Menace through C-3PO's eyes.
Wait, what?
So weird.
Whoa! I have no
Whoa!
memory of that.
Wait! Hold on.
Menace?
In the Skywalker homestead.
Oh, when he first becomes turns him on.
Yeah,
or whatever?
and it's seeing anyway. So
Interesting.
No
Right.
way.
No, you're so right.
Is there?
Yep. No, you're so right. I remember that because
one
it
of
is
the weirdest shots in Star Wars.
Yeah, you forget it because it doesn't matter to the
It's
plot,
dumb.
but it is exceeded. It is first
He's
person.
looking at Anakin.
It's because I think George Lucas found out the week before he was able to do it, so he tried it.
Yeah, and so
Oh, good for him.
they've done it some in Mando, where looking through the binocs and they do that. But there's a lot of heat vision in this, which Embo, I guess, can hide his heat signature.
I guess so. Yeah,
he must,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. Mando looked at the ceiling and he was there, so
But,
you
it
saw
was
him.
kind of a blob.
That's what infrared looks like through a wall. I mean,
Sure.
there's that, but also.
Let's get one and test it out.
Right, but speaking of the first-person view, there was a weird jumping onto the roof, first-person view also.
Yeah, it
There
happened a
was.
few times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not just the looking through the binoculars is kind of we see that a lot in Star Wars, but there
Especially
was
in Mando. They've
yeah,
done that a
in
lot in
Mando,
the show.
yeah, and there was a weird running up the roof. Or was it the dog's view?
I think that was Embo's.
view?
It seemed like Embo's.
It was strange.
But I like
camera.
that he blew up his own roof, which he's got. I don't think insurance covers that. And Embo drops down. They have a great fight.
Do they have insurance on Navarro?
I don't know, man.
That's all planet. Yeah.
Fair enough.
There we
An
go.
umbrella policy.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, a little bit of delay on that one.
Like a good neighbor, Planet Farm is there.
Damn.
Yeah.
If we get copyright struck for
Mahomes
that,
still shows
that's the thing that does it.
But it all ends with Embo traps him. He's on the ship. He saves the Anzellan. Oh yeah, the Anzellan almost gets ate by the
Dude,
dog.
he's
Yes.
in the mouth of the
it's
dog.
like a chew toy.
Hold on, though. This is where I say the dog, not malicious, never kills anyone, only wants to play, only wants to hang out.
But he's loyal. He will kill if he
Oh yeah,
needs
no.
to.
This dog in the future fights through forced psychosis to save his master. Amazing stuff.
Yeah.
MVP dog. Certified good boy.
As the millennials say, he's a good boy.
Good boy.
So they get delivered to the huts. There's
Yep.
there's
Oh
some
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
on the ship.
Mando's I'm walking out. There's clearly a trap and just steps on a taser or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I like a lot of stuff on the ship. But this is where this is very important for the plot because Mando and Grogu get separated.
Yeah, and actually Pedro had to come to set.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Very importantly, this is the one day
Is one day of work.
Which
Pedro Pascal had to come on set.
This is kind of the first time since they've really been father and son.
Yeah.
That they've been separated.
No, agreed.
Correct.
And this
The
is
last time they were separate was when Jason
Yeah.
Sudeikis was kicking him in
Yeah.
the bag at the end of season 1.
and to reiterate an earlier point, as a certified Grogu skeptic,
yeah.
I have not felt the father-son thing as more so anything than an annoyance lately. I'm okay, we get it, it's cute. The moment where Grogu and the Anzellans are looking up at Mando leave, it did hit me a little bit. I'm like, oh god, this is a problem.
Yeah,
I think this is earnestly him watching how, and I saw Grogu as more than a cute marketing thing. And this is shout out to the puppeteers who did something with the eyes and the ears, and this is all intentional. He's watching me how do I solve this?
Yeah.
What do I do to save him? And I think that was actually
That's the whole
surprisingly
second half of the
impactful.
film.
Yeah.
Right? And I loved that.
yeah.
And we
Shout
need
out.
to-
That is
we
technically
need
very hard.
I need
Yes.
to quickly apologize, I think, to Din Grogu. We have not been using his legal.
Can we
his
literally
government
never
name.
though? Because they didn't.
Right, and so
When
Okay,
someone,
okay,
I will
over-
when someone can explain it
Can
to
we
me.
say
Okay?
what is today? May 22nd. Will the name Din Grogu ever be spoken?
No.
my point is,
ever
like,
again?
I've
No.
been kind of skeptical, like especially in that scene, he's way quick to like adopt, and they're like cool with
Yeah.
that, and like Din Grogu, and like I never really. Yeah, that,
Yeah.
They have it in
Corey
season
just
3.
asked, he doesn't have like.
That happens on screen.
Yeah,
you're
he
saying.
doesn't remember.
Does.
He names him Din Grogu. That happens on
the
screen.
armorer does.
The armorer. Din
is like,
Grogu.
oh well, he can't take the creed because he can't speak, and he's like, and Mando's like, I can speak for him, and she's like, but he's not your son, and he goes, I'll adopt him, and she's like, all right, his name's Din Grogu now.
And it
And-
never.
And I've always hated that.
Yeah.
There's to be a millennial and quote The Office when Andy comes back from anger counseling. And he's like, actually, I'm Drew now. And Jim goes, no, I'm not calling.
I'm not going to
Yeah,
that.
you know, because there's like Bo-Katan, her sister Bo Lauren, and then Bo Katie, and like no,
I like that you also don't know Bo-Katan's sister's name, just like
it's Satine.
Dave.
I know.
I'm just saying. they'll never
Satine,
mention her.
Kryze,
Yeah.
Bo-Katan, Kryze,
Bo Satine.
but Din
Pre Vizsla, Paz Vizsla.
It's just like it is such a moment where they're like,
oh, wait a second.
from the top.
What's
row.
happening
Despite
here?
being in the middle of a point, Lindsay
Wow.
is here. And
Lindsay, who married into this madness.
this is her first ever Youtini appearance.
What a time.
Roll effing tide. She's got a pillow here.
No big deal. Went to her wedding and it was great.
I want to finish my point, and
Please.
then I will get to you, Lindsay. Is that
Yeah.
who's ADHD? Not mine.
Both of yours right now.
Yeah.
Talk.
Is that I always liked Mando and Grogu in the show, but I never was sold on the father-son thing. This movie really did.
Yes.
I weirdly agree. I think that I felt that it was pushed out of. I don't want to. I'm trying not to negate it. It was marketing. It's cute. Whatever. The story didn't support it. This one, I felt that Grogu looking up, being like, "Oh my god, I need to save him. He's my dad. I
Daddy's
got.
gone.
That's exactly what it was.
I gotta step up, and I'm going to. I think that was the key. Is that I'm gonna step up, but I'm a baby because it's cute for socks, and it's like. Actually, I'm going to step up because my dad's in trouble and I need to save him.
Grogu's not the stepson. He's the son that stepped up.
Nice.
Lindsay?
All right. All right, Lindsay, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Have you ever been on a podcast before?
No.
All right.
Wow.
Well, we all have our first. I remember my first beer. What were your top level thoughts of the movie?
Pedro Pascal is daddy. Grogu is son.
Yes.
I love that Grogu got his Eagle Scout badge out there in the forest.
He got so many merit badges.
So many, all the patches on his little sash. He really built an igloo.
There was a time
did.
where I looked over and you were kind of leaned over like this, and I couldn't tell. If
I was
you were,
crying.
Okay, I was like,
I was crying.
is she locked in? I think she's
Locked
really.
in.
Yeah. Okay, so you were into it.
No, when he like cuddled up in his little arm, I was like, okay,
That was a good moment,
gone.
though.
Mm-mm.
That
Nope.
was a good moment.
I started crying. I was like, that's my cat. That's my cat right there.
Yeah.
When
That's
I walk
great. And so
myself.
I think we can honestly, we're on sort of chapter 3, as I called it. I think we can kind of turbo through this. This is sort of weirdly like the.
Yeah.
I've heard coming into this, I heard a lot of people were like, I like the front half, the back half.
That's
maybe
right.
Not so much. I don't fully agree with that, but there's this chapter 3 is sort of where Imbo turns him in, and it's the late second act if you're into the 3-act structure.
Yeah.
And there's the fight scene. Now there's great. He confronts the Hutts. Rada's getting tortured, and there's a brutal thing where they were like, "We were gonna kill him. Instead, we're gonna torture him for 400 years."
Yeah, that did not register in my brain for a second. I actually spent more time thinking about that statement than watching the rest of the film that came after that. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they're like, "This. It is your fault that he is being digested for
Wow.
1,000 years in the pit of a Sarlacc."
Yeah.
And that hurt. And then it's all like, I like that it invokes Jabba's palace, but in a way that it's like Jabba based this off our home world.
Correct.
We have a trapdoor set up.
Correct.
We've got a torture chamber ready to go. We've got droids just making his life a barely living hell. And then Mando gets dropped into the water. There's a fight with the shoot, I've already forgotten what they're called. It starts with an A.
Amari, like Amari Cooper.
Amari. The
Nice.
it still sounds wrong, But yeah, anyway, they're from the Clone Wars. They're deleted episodes. Actually, technically, I looked it up. They're from Jabba's Palace, Return of the Jedi background. Amani. It's Amani.
Amani.
Yeah.
There you go.
Alani.
Just, everyone,
Shakira.
quick, make up a version. Yeah,
Alani.
Ole, ole, ole.
Ships don't lie.
Hey,
Oh yeah, you got credit for your ships don't lie, Joe.
thank you.
Yeah.
There's the fight with the Amani, and then he's like, "Cool, I beat them all," and then a big ass Ralph McQuarrie snake,
Poisonous Ralph McQuarrie
And
snake.
I don't actually know if it's a McQuarrie design. It looks like
I has to
I
be.
think that we can use the phrase McQuarrie design as anything that is either absolutely original or absolutely reads as an original McQuarrie. Like
Correct.
this thing is a giant snake. I love the. Sorry, Corey's listening to music.
He's listening to Shakira, I think.
Yeah. Like the fact that the movement of it was very original. Like I think this goes back to what we were saying earlier with the planets, with the story. The scale of this movie felt bigger. The scale of this monster was like, this is a giant snake. It's constantly moving. It's constantly
We
swirling.
talked about the CGI of the creature. It was beautiful.
It was
This is
beautiful.
great. This is a giant creature. This is the Mandalorian, Pedro Pascal, unmasked for now, looking at this giant snake that is taking up the whole screen. It lived in the swell. Like this is the. We said this off air. George Lucas loved this shit. Like, this is the most
I said that.
George Lucas giant ass monster.
Quick
all.
pause and go ahead and pass that over. And Carl, I will get to you. You hinted at something we kind of skipped over. Pedro Pascal took his helmet off. Lindsay,
Yeah. He sure did.
and now that
What you want to talk about?
well, it sort of brought up some discussion last night. Some people think your husband kind of looks like Pedro Pascal, and last night, as people were saying that, you were really proud of that.
I was. Come on. Pedro, come here.
Just sit right here.
Here's the thing.
People can.
Her husband,
sit right
Andrew,
here, we can-
does look like Pedro Pascal if you've never seen a not white person in your life.
Like imagine
He's the
his
Timu
facial
Pedro.
hair.
Great value, Pedro.
Timu Pedro.
We got Kirkland Pascal over here.
Yes.
Whoa. We will not talk about Kirkland that way. There would be like 18 more of him in a single box.
You gotta buy
Yeah, right.
That would be very well priced.
Bulk Pedro.
So, Carl, what were you going to say?
Well, that was you had mentioned that you thought for a minute at some point in the movie we might be going back to Mandalore, and so we kind of skipped past the part where the twins had the droid take the mascot or the helmet off.
Yeah.
And I thought that's because when the helmet comes off, you can see the look on his face, and I read the look on the face going, "Damn it, I gotta go back in that water."
Yeah,
That's 100%
I gotta go. We dip, you dip, I dip.
I gotta redip. No, I will say, Pedro Pascal is such an interesting character because, like, so in the meta conversation of Pedro Pascal, he worked a lot of his life, but then he got really big in Game of Thrones, and then all of a sudden was in everything, and now people got mad at
A
him.
time
And now,
where he famously should have worn a helmet.
yeah, what? Nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice. They got like Mandalorian, Fantastic Four, Last of Us, like bam, 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 bam. And I think part of the weirdness, dare I say, the Mandalorian has been us very publicly knowing that he is not the character. I think that is nothing else in Star Wars is like that, where we very publicly acknowledge, and they publicly acknowledge, he is not always in the suit.
I would say Vader is kind of like that.
Sure.
It's because
To an extent, yeah. But he's also,
but it never pretends to be.
yeah, he's maskless for 30 seconds.
right.
And I think that, like, I guess I want to ask in general, like, what were you guys' thoughts about The Mandalorian coming into this movie? And, like, how do you feel about that as a whole? Because I will admit, personally, I feel very weird about it. I think that I saw Pedro, and I jokes aside, had a moment when he took off the helmet of like, oh, he was on set. Like, I earnestly had that thought because I know Brendan Wayne and Lateef Crowder are doing stuff, and that makes the Mandalorian Din Djarin less of a character for me and more of a construct. Does that make sense?
See, I think it's such a meme at this point that he does it all in voice notes. We always joke. And that's a meta thing. And
Yeah.
so my solution is also meta because Because Pedro is very open about that.
Yes. Yeah. And they credit them high, which I think is that is their way of being like, we are actually paying the stunt performers, and that is our way of acknowledging stunt performance, which is like a meta. Again, meta.
At Celebration and
That's
in
interesting.
He's quick to say both their names and be like, they're the ones doing the stunts and all this.
Yeah. Pedro,
And I know
verified
obviously
good guy.
He's the money shot. He's the big Hollywood star.
Easy.
But I think that there's I have feelings that I know that you disagree with, and it's about like Andy Serkis, who sometimes talking about Gollum. Kino Loy, exactly. Who will sort of diminish the role of the VFX artist, whereas Pedro elevates the role.
Yes, fair.
So that's why it doesn't bother me. It's
Okay,
very
sure.
meta.
Yeah, I don't know that it bothers me. When I consume it, I have a meta switch that just goes off. I seriously don't even think about it.
Yeah,
honestly.
it's like
Okay, cool. That's what I want to ask, because I think it's a very. There's nothing else that's like that. My most meta take is that I think I've said this on the Youtini show a time or two. Is that my meta opinion is that for episode 9 they should have killed Leia off screen, because in meta everyone going to see that movie knew that Carrie Fisher died.
Sure, but they did kill her off screen.
Right, they didn't, but I think they should have.
I said they did. Oh, you mean they should have before the movie started?
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Oh, I disagree.
But
but
also
Until it's in Fortnite?
No, but
Somehow Leia died.
But just to say, like, I think that Star Wars is such a big property. I think that even more so than Marvel, even more so than Lord of the Rings, even more so than any other IP right now, you can get away with more because you know that 80% of your audience knows the meta knowledge.
Yeah.
Like, everyone going in episode 9 would have known that Carrie Fisher died. You could have gotten away with the fact.
Thank you,
Lindsay.
See you, Lindsay.
Like, you could have gotten away with the fact that Leia dies because everyone knows Carrie Fisher's dead. And with Mandalorian, the helmet coming off, I would argue 80% is probably high. 70% of Mandalorian and Grogu viewers know that Pedro Pascal's not the only Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I think that number's probably high, but I get your point.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Again, we know too much about like.
We know too much. I think it's a great phrase.
We kind of do it to ourselves, quite honestly.
This is so off topic. I hate that we know there are 9 Star Wars projects that have been announced and canceled.
I agree. That's why I don't think they've been canceled. Like,
a lot of this shit is very normal.
Yeah.
Scripts get pitched, scripts get doctored,
Yep.
scripts fall apart.
Every single franchise.
You know how many times I think about Duel of Fates? All the time.
Yep.
All the time.
That's
Which is
an
funny,
unfortunate one.
considering you're someone who loves The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, but
And
you can't deny
you wanted Poe and Rey to make out. That happens in that happens in the script.
Yeah, see, Duel of the Fates I don't care about at all.
I do. There's some good stuff.
It seemed to have been a really solid script.
When they got made.
Yes. Carl, where were we? You're the adult in the room.
Clearly.
Oh. Weird how that happened.
All right, water fight.
Yeah, the water fight.
And
great.
the depth of the water.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Okay,
no,
I have questions. Water fight questions.
Yeah, go.
Questions.
Corey's back.
Tell me, I am back. Welcome. Hello.
Welcome to yourself.
What's up? Yes, thank you, Corey, for being here. What are the tadpole people? What's up with that?
The Amani.
The Amani.
We talked about that.
Them.
Yeah,
They're from. So you, I guess, we're out of the room. They're from Return of the Jedi.
Yes, you briefly talked about them, but like they had a lot of screen time.
Yeah, there are a remarkable
I
amount
think
of them.
I've always said they were really cool. So there is.
Are they slaves? What are
They're
they?
like they had to release the hound situation
that's
with
what I'm
them.
bringing up.
They work for the
I think they're like the Gamorreans at Jabba's palace.
They work for the Hutts.
Sure, that makes sense.
Yep.
So there is
Are they paid?
a deleted.
Where do they keep their money?
Bro, can we not talk about currency?
In their folds.
Their fault.
There is a deleted
Coin
Clone Wars
purse.
arc called The Crystal Crisis on Utapau.
You brought this up last night. This is one of those deleted. Like there's like a handful.
There are
of those.
cinematics
Yep.
for it.
Dark Disciple famously was one of them.
That's right.
Dark Disciple didn't have animatics.
And it's all on
Or
YouTube.
did it not?
No, I don't think it did. Or not that have been released.
Okay. Bad Batch. Bad Batch
was
did.
the other one.
That was it.
Crystal Crisis on Utapau is extremely good. It has Anakin and Obi-Wan actually have a conversation about Ahsoka leaving. It's got this cool thing where they get this big ass kyber crystal from Utapau that is, headed for the Death Star. Blah blah blah. These Amani warriors are in that. That was their sort of first appearance after their background in Return of the Jedi. I wish they fully animated it. Maybe they still will. But that's clowny. Anyway,
But they're now in a major Star Wars movie.
Yeah, and they had a lot of screen time because
which
there
was
was
really
like
cool to see.
there was like the fight scene.
Yeah,
there
they're
was
like
the initial
organic.
fight-
They're organic droidicas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's that, and then I loved we loved the snake. It poisoned him. Mando gets away. So yeah, that's when Grogu and the Babu Fricks come.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
We're going past the best moment of the movie.
Oh yeah.
Hold on.
So Grogu and the Babu Fricks, they come to Nala, and they're like, we got to find a back way into this palace.
Wait, and they sneak in because the ship is so small it flies in with birds.
There's so many. Also,
Which, frankly, unironically, a great moment. I like that they did that.
and can we talk about the fact that the Anzellan ship is like the sound effect is the Jetsons? Did you guys notice that?
No.
It's so good.
Yes, the Anzellan ship, it makes a little sound when it's like puttering along. There's a puttering Jetsons. Yeah,
Okay,
Really?
That's it
all the
again.
vehicles in the Jetsons, they all sound
Alright.
like that, and it's like a little. It's like it feels small, it feels stupid.
That's
like
so great.
it's.
Well, I'm going to watch for that next time.
hilarious.
They land, they reunite, and just set me up. Set me
They
up.
look into this.
Here we go.
Big pipe. They're looking, and
pipe.
Hold on.
pulls back. It's just you only see one
It's
of them.
one of them.
One of the Anzellans
With
Grogu.
Grogu.
Fricks. This is probably Grogu Frick.
Grogu Frick.
Grogu Frick and Grogu are. Okay, it pulls back. It's zooming back in the. There's a 5-second pause. And he goes,
It's a long pause.
It's a
like-
long
It looks
pause.
like it's gonna be a jump scare.
Yeah,
and Carl's gonna say it.
Big pipe.
wait, no, full line.
Big
Big
pipe.
pipe, huh?
Big five.
When I tell you,
So much. Exploded in
no,
laughter.
there is
honestly.
for all of our audio listeners, not an ounce of irony in my voice. That was the hardest I have laughed in a movie in 3 years.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
Big pipe, huh? Because it's the Anzellan talking to Grogu like, am I right?
Yeah, I'm.
And this is like,
so out of pocket.
I laughed for
I felt-
5 minutes.
It felt like that. This is I'm gonna be Gen Z for a second. That freaking Ice Spice SpongeBob Big Boy Pants. Okay, have y'all heard this meme?
Nope, but tell us about
Anyone in here know it? Oh, there was like some SpongeBob movie recently that Ice Spice did a song for, and the lyrics are SpongeBob Big Boy Pants. Okay,
Okay.
I think I'm getting that right. Apologies.
it. Comment if not.
Yeah. But yeah, Big
No.
Five, huh?
Big.
That was
Big pipe, huh?
seriously hilarious.
So good.
Funny.
I genuinely don't know what happened like 10 seconds after that.
No,
'Cause
not
I
at
was
all.
laughing.
It's like an Avengers
I
when
was
Hulk
laughing
starts
For at least
slamming
10
low
straight
hard.
seconds.
I was
Yeah.
laughing so hard that it wasn't like it was the comedic time. It wasn't even like yes, it's a penis joke. Yes, but it wasn't even the fact that
It
it was a
wasn't
penis.
though. It's just that we
I
couldn't
think
make-
you're
But it was
making
just-
but now
a
it will
penis
be
joke.
forever.
It's
I'm going
kind
to use
of-
that GIF for the rest of my life.
It kind of is a penis joke. You cannot tell me it's not. Like
It had
I did. So I'm going to go ahead and pat my own back. I did after we got out. I go, on your wedding night, Big Pipe, huh?
yes, it's a penis joke.
Big
You
pipe,
cannot
huh?
tell me it's not a penis joke. Anyway, yes, the comedic timing that was hilarious. The entire theater
good.
was laughing their
Yep.
ass off. Like
Earnestly the funniest,
definitely
maybe one of the funniest moments in Star Wars.
In all Star
I
Wars,
don't
yeah.
think I've laughed harder at a
No,
at a
not at a
joke.
Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
The
Perfect.
other
Perfect.
funniest moment was in the most previous recent Star Wars movie was Rise of Skywalker, which I know a lot of people have opinions. C-3PO is so effing funny in that movie.
Yeah,
when
great.
he goes, Babu Frick, my oldest friend. That
That was so funny.
That was great. However, at that moment, I was consumed with rage because of the rest of the movie. But this particular part,
No, Anthony said you're not allowed to slander Rise of Skywalker this week.
We're going to have a whole different pot on that.
Yeah.
This is great.
Objectively
no,
hilarious.
big pipe hunt.
They use a little- It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Yeah, it's pure joy.
All the AMCs across the country heard this guy laugh.
Yeah. Eric was losing it.
I was crying into my Star Wars Unlimited cards.
Eric already is the loudest person that you've ever met in the history of time. Yet,
Also,
in
Eric's
this theater, I genuinely don't know that Eric was the loudest person in the room.
No, and we were
It
in
was
IMAX,
so
folks.
loud. It was so loud. Like
Eric's laugh is very loud and it is genuine, but if you didn't know, it sounds like he's forcing a laugh. There were times where he's like, I'm like, are you faking it? But I'm like, I know he's not.
That's how he is.
I can't fake it.
That's how he is.
Big pipe, huh? Big pipe, huh?
Yeah. Now, okay. So now the floodgates are open.
We skipped over, unless I was out of the room briefly. You skipped over the Grogu gearing up scene.
Oh, we did.
Oh,
yeah. Okay,
that was
one of your favorites.
before this, and genuinely the loudest I've ever heard Oz be in my life.
Like, oh no, Dad is in trouble. Time to fuck shit up. That was my line. That's mine.
He was into it, bro. Oz was like losing his shit, like 2 seats over from me. Grogu was like gearing up, and Oz over here like, oh shit, yeah, man.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
fucking get it, bro. Get it. Oh, it's the second one.
I literally
It was
go,
so
hell
funny.
yeah, out loud.
Hell
It's like a
yeah.
Hot Fuzz where they're overdoing the gearing up.
Yes. That's what it was like.
Because it should have been so stupid, but
And
again,
he tightens his little his stupid shield he got from the I hate that thing so much.
Mando made a whole thing of it earlier.
Puts
He's
his
like,
paintball wristlet on.
yeah, exactly. And he shot the
also,
alien in the head.
God,
earlier
that
with
paintball part of season 3, I hate that
Quick.
part of season 3.
What was the kid's name that he shot?
Dude, nobody knows that.
Shithead McGee. I hope he's
Shithead
dead.
McGee.
I
Ragnar.
hope he's dead.
No.
I hate
Wow.
paintball in season 3.
Yeah.
But
So-
like that moment. But again, shout out to the puppeteer, the technical prowess of this film. You know what happened? Grogu, as he was gearing up, believed it. Like the character himself, he's like, I'm putting on armor. I'm gonna go save him, and I'm like, dude, I believe you. Like that is why it worked.
Does it work?
He had a big pipe, okay?
Yeah, and so they walked down.
Big pipe energy.
I think it absolutely doesn't work. I mean, like, just from a storytelling device, it was fun. It was stupid. Yes, it was hilarious. It doesn't work. It can't
makes it-
talk.
Yo,
Grogu, big pipe.
It makes me think of all those 90s movies that are about like kids going to do stuff and like the kids put on eye black, like Little Giants
And
type
Hook.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It cracked me up, man. Oz, you lost it. Like,
I
it was so
loved
funny.
it. So Grogu and the little Babu Fricks, they walk down Big Pipe, and they use their little Eagle Scout mirrors to like give semaphore to Mando.
Yes.
And he's like, oh, what's up, guys? And Grogu's like, hey, got a thermal detonator.
Yeah.
He blows up the gate. And they water slide. They freaking Wet and Wild Hurricane Harbor down the thing.
Yep. And then we're earnestly about to get into one of, dare I say, one of the more serious parts of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of ending episode 3, as I called it, where we end sort of the Imbo and everything. And now we're into the let's save Mando.
Yep. Because they did very Star Wars-y. Oh, you got bit. That's poisonous. He won't last long. That is a very classic adventure.
And so I think that a lot of us thought, I'm speaking for everyone, thought that Mando or that Grogu was just going to come save him with his force healing because we had seen that.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. We have another newcomer to the pod.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
It's Paul / Bob / whatever everyone's name came up with.
There's a Tim thrown in there.
That one is actually correct.
Yeah,
it is
that's 'cause
actually
Tim is
Tim.
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
Tim is right.
We've got Tim. Welcome to the show.
Someone
Tim.
who is about to be marrying into the Youtini family. Hey!
Congratulations that I did it.
That's right. Because you have been here and done the slave labor. But
So
him.
he's marrying previous guest of this show, Carolyn.
Try again.
Everyone calls her Carolyn. It's Caroline.
That is not true.
Everyone messes it up, is what I'm getting at.
There you go.
Tim, welcome to the show. You have a show yourself, right? Do you want to go and give yourself a plug?
I mean, yeah, like it's been like on hiatus for several years.
Oh, we know about that.
Yeah. But Bad Form Podcast, Actual Play RPG, my little spin-off, Plausible Deniability, just goofy RPG fun in the
Beautiful
fantasy flight system.
Right on.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Well, Tim, welcome to the show. Before you jump into our conversation, top level thoughts of the movie. What'd you think?
I thought it was fun.
Everybody drink!
And it was stupid fun.
Twice!
Double drink. Also, just for you, those of you not on audio, the luscious locks on this man. You are missing out. The rest of us,
Carolyn's
My word.
getting possessed of
Everyone's
over there.
flirting with me on this podcast. This is not what my show was like at all.
This is
Welcome to
exactly what our show is like. All right. Big locks. Huh?
Also, for the record, I just want to say that might not be a penis joke. It could be an asshole joke. You don't go into the pipe. You don't go into a dick. You go into an asshole.
So, Tim,
as Babu Frick would say,
we have strict content guidelines. We don't.
We would like to stay on YouTube.
all right, hey, real quick, man in the Mandalorian Burger King helm and the Wookiee onesie, get us back on track.
Okay.
That was good.
So we are.
I've never seen Oz thrown in the lifetime of knowing him.
Yeah, we are. Mando is sick. He
But not in the 90s way of sick. He is unwell.
No, he tells Grogu and the Anzellans, "Go, get out of here. I'll save myself." Blah blah blah.
Yeah. Okay, wait. That said, that moment itself,
It's
I thought
beautiful and
actually worked very well because, like, there is. This is where I think Mando goes into some of the classic adventure movie. Like, a lot of people say there's not adventure movies anymore. The Mummy, Pirates of the Caribbean, like the 1999 to 2006 movies of just pure adventure fun. Mando being like, I'm going to pick up this gun. You go. I'll hold him off. That is an early 2000s ass scene. And frankly, I think it works. He one-shots 17 people in a row.
Yeah, he goes on a rampage.
He's like, I'm being poisoned, but I'm saving my boy.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, hell yeah, Din.
I mean, as you said-
Jaren / Mando / whatever.
Just call him Mando. That's
Okay.
As we said, I think the father-son arc works here better than it has the entire show. And he says, like, go without me. And if there's a single person in that theater that thought Grogu was getting on that ship, they're an idiot.
They're a loser.
Yeah.
It's like,
100%.
go win state championship. I'm going to stay here for my cancer treatment. It's like, nope, kid's in the hospital, bro.
I don't know that reference.
It's not when I made it up, but you thought it was real.
It could be in Friday Night Lights for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Never seen a second of that show.
Clear eye. God damn it. Clear eyes, full hearts can lose.
Can't lose. That's right. Yeah. So
You should watch it. It's very good. Let's watch Friday Night Lights.
this is now a Friday Night Lights podcast. all right. Jared's coming back in. No,
Matt Saracen. Okay, anyway.
The bit is played out, dude. We are now. So all that's said and done, Mando is like killing this droid Gatra. Which we never came back to the droid Gatra. Can anyone name where the droid Gatra is from?
Moon.
Not like where they're from lore wise. Where was their first appearance?
Last Shot, Daniel Jose Older.
Incredibly good guess. They are heavily featured in that story.
Okay, wait.
First mention,
Droid Gatra. First mention.
Tarkin by James Luceno.
No way.
Really?
First appearance has already been mentioned tonight. Most Wanted by.
Hey!
You're right. Yeah.
The only book I've ever read in a single sitting
Yeah.
on a plane.
Great book.
Great
Droid
book.
Gatra,
Good
they've
for
showed
you.
up a few times.
Yes.
Now that famously are here. The droid Gatra is chasing him down. Mando goes on a poisoned rampage.
Awesome.
Falls, and looks like he's gonna die. And shout out to our co-host JG, who thought Mando was gonna bite the big one, which is a crazy prediction.
Which is crazy
prediction.
because
But
Pedro
wow.
Pascal on the press tour has said, I would love to play Mando in the future, however long they want me.
means nothing to
Andrew
me.
Garfield said he wasn't in
That means nothing to me.
Okay, I did listen to a Youtini show last week, which shows that Oz doesn't watch. It's
I
fine.
don't.
I don't listen to your show either. But Pedro Pascal, I think, is way too earnest to pull an Andrew Garfield level of deception. He cries at the drop of a hat. I don't think he can keep a secret for his life.
All these people are A, professional actors, and B, have media training.
Nope, Andrew Garfield more than Pedro Pascal. But yes, anyway, Mando is like...
We're getting heckled by our own co-host.
Mando passes out.
Yeah, Brandon, thank you, Tim.
Basically Ace Ventura when nature calls style.
He's about to die. Earnestly.
Oh my God, what a reference.
Falls while walking.
All the fucking...
3 darts is too much.
All the darts.
I feel less bad about my slip up then.
You're great.
Oh, no, we're fine. I could go back and bleep all this. I'm not going
Mando
to.
goes down.
Mando goes down. And we're like, oh, he's going to come force heal. He does.
Well, can I say what I thought happened here?
Yes.
All the bugs go over him, and I'm like, oh, we're going to go to Grogu on a rock doing the force where he's calling to nature to help Mando move somewhere. Nope, Bugs wanted to kill him.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
We do see Force people commune with nature. I mean, Grogu even kind of does it with the wolf.
Yeah, with that count.
Great
Really,
moment.
the only time Grogu would summon Bugs is because he's hungry.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And he does snack on one of the
Yep.
bugs. This is so fun. Because that part's not fun. It's kind of sad. He heals it and he goes looking for a solution.
Yep.
We meet a new character that I don't know if there's any nomenclature for.
MVP Swamp Mon. This guy rocked.
Wise crocodile man.
Yeah. I have
Half
looked.
crocodile, half cat.
Last night after we left the movie, I looked on Reddit and they were like, only thing I saw was, hey, who voiced this guy? 'Cause,
It looked like Sebulba's grandpa. That's what it looked like.
yeah.
Kind of look like
I loved the wise sage swamp man.
Yeah.
But I know you, my friend, loved the fact that Grogu.
Well, I just have more questions.
Okay, yeah, go into this. This is why you're here.
Another thing with Grogu is just that every time we learn something new about Grogu, we just wind up having more questions about Yoda's race.
yes,
For sure.
Oh yeah.
In addition to Yaddle talks perfectly fine Galactic Basic, not a hint of an
Bryce
accent.
Dallas Howard.
Bryce Dallas
shout out.
Howard, shout out.
What's going on with Yoda's voice? So now we also find out that apparently Yoda's species instinctually knows how to make the exact same
Yes.
mud hut.
Yes, we do.
And that seems to scale with the size of themselves.
Correct.
That's interesting.
Because
What's your question?
That's such a good point. He could have built a bigger
he
one.
could have built it bigger if
He's very small.
If the internal knowledge of how to form this mud hut is in his head, you
Yep.
would be able to scale it up. But he
But
makes
why? It fit.
But it doesn't fit Mando.
Yeah, it did.
Which so since you're on this, what did you think of the gag?
Comedy comes in threes, and they did it 6 times, so that's too many times.
No, wait. Wait, no. That's 6 divided by 2. It works.
Well, we're not doing multiplicative.
Yes,
comedy.
we are. But yeah, by the rules freeze. That's actually how it
You're
works.
right. They should have said "Big Pipe Huh" 6 times.
Big pipe bomb, 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 big
Don't
pipe
mess
bomb.
with my emotions.
Did you say Paul? Did you say don't mess with me, Paul?
Yeah, I meant
We're
Tim.
just doing
Sorry.
whatever single monosyllabic.
Okay,
is.
so Bob, you didn't like the 6 times.
Listen,
It's too
Bill.
much.
I think it was milked too much.
It
Comedy
was a
comes
little
in
much.
threes.
The first one where there's the pause after the clink, and then he does it again, got a big laugh.
That was the only joke that did feel slightly out of place.
I
That
felt
one
really
took me out a little
I
bit.
think it was fun, but I understand both sides.
Yeah.
But I loved at this point in the film that Grogu is being funny, but he's being competent. And I think that is where a lot of Mando has faltered, where the comedy has been at the expense of Grogu not knowing what he's doing. They got close in the buttons at the beginning of the film. That was a cold open, so I think it's okay, we're getting into the vibe. I can forgive it a little bit. In the show, he has messed up some stuff that has been annoying. This, he's I am helping him, but it's funny. And I thought that was a really great moment.
And they didn't do
surprised.
that too much. That fell away and shaded away from the
Grogu-
seriousness of the moment.
Yeah, he
too.
said, I'm not going to escape with the end zones.
Right.
I'm going to stay with my dad. I'm going to build a hut. Oh, I bumped his head a couple times. Oops. But then he continues to try to help him. And I think that is why the comedy works.
And we talked about this earlier too. This was the moment where we see the strongest connection between these two, and it made it super real. So much, in fact. And I know we talk about, Pedro talking about, hey, I want more adventures, yada yada. But this was the one moment, despite all that, I still thought this is such a heavy moment, and the stakes finally feel somewhat real. Could he actually die?
They could have done it.
You know what I mean?
They earnestly could have
had
done
that
it.
thought. It's so strong of an emotional moment.
I had the moment where I was like, if we're going to have the Andrew Garfield press moment of ha ha ha, I would.
I briefly wondered that too, but when he was walking away, when they sent the flying toaster oven, with the,
knowing that wasn't likely, of
but
course.
as he was walking around, for the briefest moment, go, are they going to kill off Mando in his own movie?
Yeah. Is it likely? No. But is it possible? Yeah.
It's interesting.
Which I got to say, great. I mean, that's hard to do.
Right.
One other fun moment with Swamp Man also, though, is we had the fun reversal of Grogu getting eaten by a frog. Instead of Grogu eating frogs.
Yeah. This
Good
They
call.
watch their own stuff.
Good call.
I got to say, of the entire movie, my number one glub shit was Swamp Man. I loved him. I earnestly feel bad that I didn't find out before this episode who the voice actor is. I thought it was earnestly well done. Beautifully, the inflections were good. The dialogue was very good. His storyline was very good. His protection of him when Embo and the dog come out was very good. This is a very interesting character. I don't think we'll ever see him again. We don't need to. He's on Nel Hutta. He's hanging out in his swamp.
Totally.
He's like, stay away from my fish. Like,
I think
he was used great. That
Oz-
was a very Star Wars Return of the Jedi aspect.
Oz is looking it up for us, but he sounds very familiar. His voice sounded very familiar.
So I can't at least quickly find.
Is he not on IMDb as Swamp Man?
Well, but the craziest thing about this, and my biggest complaint of Disney Star Wars, has been that we don't name the cute little guys anymore.
Yeah, it's like Imperial Officer and whatever.
Right.
There's the client.
Frog Lady.
Frog Lady.
What are we doing?
I hate
This
that.
guy has a name.
What's his name?
His name is Gatori, which is like Gator with an I.
I don't care. It's a name.
He has a name. I don't see a voice actor for it anywhere though.
We'll get it by the end of the week.
But he has a name. That's really
Wow.
cool.
That is great.
We're not relying.
Better than Gator Guy.
Yeah, exactly. We're not relying on Pablo to come in and name him
Right.
in the expanded
Yes.
dictionary.
Oh,
And also, Eric, you can hardly complain about gator with an I when we have an entire species named after an order of.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
The calamari. The mock calamari.
Yeah.
fair.
Yes. No. Gatori, I thought.
He has the StarWars.com article, but there's
No,
no
I thought
Wow.
he
actor.
like earnestly. This was this was also a point when we got out the Grogu walkabout. I found a staff like Yoda's. I'm mailing a hat like
He
Yoda's.
did get a little.
Yeah, I really did. And he got the get away from me with the bugs.
The seagulls?
Yep. He got seagulls.
There was some Dagobah
But I didn't say
vibes for
something.
sure.
But
They watch their own stuff.
Exactly.
yes.
There's so many winks in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought this was I enjoyed it. I earnestly thought this was good. I thought the Gatori stuff was good. I thought, as I said
Look at you
earlier,
already adopting his name. I love it.
I'm doing it, man. Earnestly, early in this podcast, though, I said like Mando, I think is the most uninteresting character in his own stories. So him being passed out really didn't affect me. I think that Grogu having agency, becoming a character more than just a merchandise toy, that's what I didn't know I wanted out of this movie. And I'm like, dude, he's a person.
So that's why
Yeah.
like I said,
Yeah.
Corey chimed in from the Peanut Gallery. He said, "I'm a person and my name's Anakin." That's a reference to. Corey just told me to F off. Even though
That's
he's already-
three now.
third.
Three
even
now,
though
by
he's
the way.
already gotten his allotment.
Three.
Anyway, people have talked a lot about already, like that Mando and Grogu come out of this the same way they came in, and I actually really disagree with that.
I do
think,
too.
I think, like we talked about, Rada kind of has the best character arc, but Grogu does have growth. This is the first time we really
Growth
see him.
goo, if you will.
Independently,
Okay.
he's independent, taking it upon himself to fix the
Yeah,
situation.
we've seen him step
Never
up
seen
like
that.
with the Mudhorn and like do things, but
Sure.
this is the first time he does things on his own.
Yes. No one is prompting him. No one is saying, "Hey, are you okay?" Like, and Mando does check in with him a lot. But from the beginning of this movie, we know he understands basic 100%. He nods. He shakes his head. Like, he can't communicate himself, but he clearly understands everything. And then he is taking initiative, if you will. Star Wars Unlimited reference. But
All right.
by us. But no, this entire part of the movie, he drives it, and I think this is where the movie becomes The Mandalorian and Grogu. Still a terrible name. I still think it shouldn't have been that.
Sure.
But this is where he does legitimately earn the fact that he is a second titled character. Like,
Yeah.
he has to be able to find Gatori. He has to be able to make sure Mando stays alive. He has to be able to feed him. He has to be able to look for threats. He has to be able to cover him up. He has to be able to make sure he's waiting for the time. Like, there's a lot of stuff he has to make sure that Mando can survive through. And at this point, Pedro, Brendan, Latif, random PA in a suit is sitting there, and I think he makes it through.
Yeah, I think he does. We get to the point too where, and this is kind of sparking the fourth arc or the fourth story that Oz mentioned, but obviously Grogu, he comes back, he's alive, great, Din is here. They get back on the ship, or they're about to get back on the ship that they find from the one that took Rada there. And I love that line where he goes, "We can either leave," basically, I'm paraphrasing, or we can go fight. And that, I love that.
Yeah. And they put that in the trailer. And this is where I want to say, the trailers for this movie, I'm sure you're all doing your best. Fire everyone. Because they are using so many out of context things.
Nice try, you suck.
They try so many out of context lines that I think sounded lamer than they ended up becoming.
Oh, yeah.
Should we leave or should we fight? That's actually kind of a big moment.
It is.
And I think in the trailer, it's like, it's okay. Fine.
Yeah, in the trailer, that came off really campy.
Yeah, but them going on to more the droidica Amani things.
Right.
I'll say that last night leaving this, the Grogu walkabout and whatnot, aside from the fact that there were some pretty cool visuals in there that kind of looked like concept art from Yoda from way back in the day. When we left last night, I was thinking that might be my one single biggest critique is it felt like it went long. But then the more I thought about it, for all the reasons you guys are saying, it probably needed to have.
Also, the OG Yoda concept art had a bun.
Almost, or at least almost as long to...
Damn, you're right.
To show what you're talking about. Actually, Grogu.
You have to let that breathe.
Yeah. And then the way he, after the Mando woke up and he goes, the old protect the young until the young protect the old.
That's right.
You kind of needed to build up to that. And,
I did feel though that with that line, they wrote that line before they wrote the scene, and they're like, "How can we fit this line in the scene?" Like, that was a little much, but I think it worked. So, but then,
well, I also thought, just speaking of visuals that you mentioned, I know we've talked about some sketchy CGI maybe and some scene work that I don't know, it was a little too hazy. I thought the visuals on Nal Hutta, especially during the Grogu stuff, and this has been a poster for a while of him sitting on the log.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful.
I thought this was the best the movie looked.
This was, a lot of people talk about Dagobah in a very reverent way because you can feel the force on Dagobah, and even with the effects of the 80s, like, it feels reverent. It feels like this is a living place. Nal Hutta felt very living, and I'm like, oh, Grogu can definitely tap into something. This is a living area. This is not 3 sticks in the volume, which I think a lot of us were worried about.
Yeah.
And I think that allowing so much of this to be it's a silent film that occurs with Grogu walking around with a couple of little lines here and there. That could have been absolute terror, and I think it worked.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, so after this, we'll just go ahead and say
Din wakes up.
Yeah. Which there was
he eats the Studio Ghibli.
Corey probably wants to jump in because everyone after the movie was like, "Yeah, Corey, come on over here," because Eric's going to the bathroom. I guess. After the movie last night, everyone was like, "Hey, medically speaking, should they have been giving him food in a coma?"
I mean, yeah, that's what I do in the hospital, but I mean, everyone's always like looking at me weird.
You just shove a salve into their mouth.
Yeah. And nurses are like, "What the hell are you doing? You shouldn't be doing that. We're gonna take away your medical license." And I'm just like, it's cool.
I did like, speaking of what's his name? Gittori with the mortar and pestle, like making his little thing.
I know. I did make the joke that like there was the second where he showed him where he gives Grogu the little thing like wrapped up in the leaves or whatever.
A little bao bun.
Right. It shows him like grinding the stuff and making the medicine, right? And then he hands him the very delicately tied like leaves, but it shows his like gigantic fat hands before
like,
that.
how the hell did you do that?
Like, how the hell did you like tie up this tiny little intricate knot? There's no way you did that.
He's had a hook a fishing
There's no
line.
way, dude.
Exactly. Yeah,
There's no way.
He's Swamp Man.
Yeah, we did learn Gittori is now Hutta's compound pharmacy. We did learn that.
That's true.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
My main question with Din waking up is why didn't he just fully like sit up and bust through the hut?
Oh yeah.
Instead, he
had
slowly
to slide
he had to win himself. He couldn't put his arms out. The hut's too small.
Point.
He just had to,
That's a good point.
Grogu's sitting right there next to him, so he has to like put his arm over Grogu and then just slowly shimmy his way out.
The arm over part I thought about because I have 2 young children and they have fallen asleep in my arms. I'm like, you gotta navigate.
It's
like
right.
that thing.
Dad Tai Chi.
But I've done that actually inside a small tent in my son's room, but never in a confined, like
not through a tunnel,
easy bake oven.
do like a horizontal homer into the head.
Yeah, he like slid out of there.
I need a rope to pull out on my back.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
That's a good point. I'm not worried. It ain't that kind of movie, kid.
No, it's not that kind of movie. But still, I would.
But that's a good point. Yeah. So Din wakes up, and he's like, "We can leave, but we got to fight." And what he actually doesn't bring up is like, they saw my face and I don't want to swim again, so I have to kill them.
Yeah. He didn't really objectively say that, but he did. I mean, he did kind of. Wasn't there a moment where he implied that he did?
I'll have to kill you.
They said that earlier because they were like,
earlier.
Oh, we've seen your face, and so
I can kill you.
You will die, or now you're unclean.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's like, unless I kill you.
Yes.
And weirdly, they're not threatened by that.
No.
They should have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then they just mount a heist. They go back and
with one more suiting up scene.
Yep.
Yet another one.
They go
The gun runner or whatever.
They take the gun runner ship,
which is a droid, I guess. That was weird.
Yeah, they never really explained that.
No, it was piloted by a droid when it picked up Rhoda.
It was probably they saw the droid for a split second.
And
I
it was-
I distinctly
yeah.
remember this because I leaned over to Kate and I said, "I love a good droid," because I do. Every time they do a new Star
and then
Wars,
when they
new
got
droids.
to a ship, he was burnt.
Yeah, he
and,
showed him for a split second.
The Amania warriors were in there again.
How does that work though? Exactly, this droid gun runner. I don't know. I have questions about that. Just
I think
concept.
Gunrunner is, I feel like, often is a descriptor for someone who's like almost like a bounty hunter,
Like a smuggler, but
Yeah.
I don't know. That looked like a pretty routine kind of factory worker droid. He didn't really look. Maybe that was his advantage. I don't know. But there was the
welcome back, Eric.
There was okay, all right, cool. There was the I did think it was a little odd that like Mando has this like special gun, right? That's like a shock
disruptor rifle.
Yeah, the disruptor rifle.
That he gets on that ship.
Dude, there was
You're hired.
There was like
There was
a whole stack of those things, man.
Like, yeah, his like incredibly like dangerous, illegal in all systems gun. 8 of them just lined up nice and ready to go.
Yeah,
He already has shells on his bandolier.
So that's what my thought was, because he's worn that the whole show. He hasn't had his pulse rifle
He's
for a
manifesting.
while.
He's manifesting.
But I was like, oh, that's what you've been wearing? Is like, I just hope I get another one.
Yeah.
And he keeps loading these little capsules in.
He watched
And
The Secret.
As we saw in season 1, which it's a callback to the holiday special, the story of the faithful Wookiee, where
Damn.
Wow, what a pull.
Okay,
What
all
a
right.
pull.
Yeah, very good.
That's why he has the
there's a
crown.
little there's a little golden book of it.
Man.
That he has this kick-ass pulse rifle. That thing is so sick. Does great work because they have a lot of there's a lot of barriers on his way back into the twins' chamber, and he's just like, back up, I got this. Pew.
That being said, I think that the whole run into the twins, though, can we like go into like that full battle sequence?
Yeah.
Okay. That was so fun. It was. I think that
Drake.
Hey!
It was fun.
But like,
I'm officially tired of this.
sorry.
I'm officially tired of this.
Well, people gotta stop having fun.
No, like fun. I think they did a great job.
This podcast sucks.
I think they did a great job balancing a lot of the cool levers they could pull, because they had the ship crashing in. That was really cool. They had I'm gonna come out not
He
with
does just kamikaze his ship.
Yeah,
into that
yeah,
big
yes.
mushroom.
Well, when your
But then
ship
he
is
also-
designed like a turtle from Zoids, it's like
yes.
It did look like that.
But then he also comes out on a speeder and is like, cool, I'm going to go a speeder through, and then I'm going to have my gun through, then I have my blaster, then I have my melee weapons. Like, this was just, again, for all of us that grew up with 80s, 90s, early aughts cartoons of like, these are the fun battles of like, listen, I know you have this huge loadout. I'm going to use this. I'm going to throw this gun down. I'm going to use this. I'm going to throw that gun down.
sell the toys.
Like, yes.
And as we get
it
into
was really
this
cool.
big hallway gauntlet, I would love to welcome to the show
Hi.
Hey.
Kate Helton.
Let's go. What is Mando doing
yeah.
psychologically?
Yeah, Kate is a
Therapist.
Oh, yeah, I was right.
A licensed
licensed
marriage
ther-
and family
Yep.
therapist.
Marriage and
with
family-
Nothing on this podcast is
relationships.
registered licensed
No.
medical advice.
Absolutely not. I'm off
We
duty.
are brought to you by 007 First Like.
God, stop. He does need therapy. James Bond does.
Absolutely.
Kate.
Oh, yeah. It's not happening, though, because...
Okay, anyway. Kate, this is not your first time on a Youtini podcast, I don't believe.
Probably not.
No, but first, before we get into it, you get your turn. What are your top level thoughts on the movie?
My top level
If you want
thoughts?
one.
Yeah, what do you think overall? Just
I-
general
Big
thoughts.
picture.
I don't have a drink, but I thought it was fun.
Hey!
Andrew, go ahead and get like 5 of those.
I mean, it was a overall good time. I was talking to a client earlier today. I was like, dude, I wouldn't say that it like changed anything for Star Wars, but it was a good time. It was an enjoyable movie. That's all I hoped. That's all I was hoping.
Great.
for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
All right. Well. Anyway, so we are now on the Return to the Twins.
Before we get to that, though, do we
Yes.
think it was actual practical stop motion for the two big droids?
That's what I was. That's exactly what I was.
Okay.
getting
Okay, all right.
Because he fights his way through a bunch of shit.
Yep.
And then there's these two really cool mechs which we saw early on that didn't activate.
Yeah,
And now they're
80s
like-
action figures is what they are.
And now they're like, okay, it's time to like they press a button, like mech time.
Yeah. Okay, I think yes, there is some practical animation. Also, earlier on when the Amani, Gattori. I'm so sorry. When he is wrapping up the food, that is stop motion. That is very Studio Ghibli food.
I think it's CGI emulating stop motion, but that's
Totally fair.
Yeah.
I think that what we're going to find out is that we are going to see in a behind the scenes featurette the full scale models of these robots. And then I think it was a mixture. I think that we're going to get a little bit of stop motion and a little bit of CGI because they did have that jittery aspect that
It's very Ray Harryhausen.
I wonder.
Thank you for knowing.
That was great.
I made that
Paul Tim
reference.
Bob, that was amazing.
You got it.
I run the show and Anthony's my boss.
I'll take it. First off, this is my show.
I think
During our Book of Boba Fett episode recap, I brought up Harryhausen and JG and Hannah. Sorry, Hannah, that's not. They were like, I don't know. I'm like, oh,
Okay, but can I say, I think that
that's what I said.
we're in a very interesting place now with animation now where like there's a very delicate balance where it's kind of like the whole don't drink for this because it's a point. The fun versus good. No. The fun, like, oh, it's fun, meaning it's not good element is, oh, it's stop motion, which means it's not smooth animation. I feel like we some people use that as an excuse for like, that's why it's not applicable to the story and that's why it takes you out. It's because it's actually cool. Whereas I think like this kind of stuff is like, oh no, we're using the technology of older times in a newer context that is still good. We just happen to be using that technology.
Especially for droids.
Yes.
If anything's going to move jerkily like that, it would
And
be
I think
droid.
that like, whereas in Book of Boba Fett, to make that example, I think that I'm assuming the bigger creatures were, you know, Robbie Rodriguez? Rodriguez.
The big thing with 4 arms.
It took me out because
I liked it.
Well, for me personally, I saw the jerkiness and I'm like, that's not smooth. I have issues with that because I'm seeing the fact that this is just a technical thing and not a story.
Yeah, that's fair.
Whereas this is like, if there are slightly technical things, that is still effective in the story context. And I think that's where it works. And I will say right here, that is a hard balance.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is. It's kind of like what they say in Congress, like pornography. I know when I see it. Oz?
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it worked here.
We're invoking Supreme Court decisions.
That's right. TLDR, the robots are a balance.
Yeah,
of
the
both.
robots were great. I loved Grogu crawling into
That
one.
was rad as hell.
Another instance
That
of
is a future Star Wars Unlimited card.
Competence, exactly.
Yeah.
And he knows what it's like to be inside of a robot because IG-12 he was wearing as a mech suit. Carl, you said yes. Do you have?
Also, he's a future
yes.
really great
not do this?
aggression heroism 2-6.
I don't want to do this.
I don't want to do this.
I want to. We're pushing 3 hours, baby.
Wow.
Is anyone surprised?
Push.
So he gets to the final boss room. It's
Yeah.
very- it's very video
This is Elden Ring. He's pushing through.
Yeah, and
He gets to Gideon. Elden Ring fans, you're welcome.
Moff Gideon from season 3.
Everyone else, sure.
So he gets to the twins.
Yes.
Eric, how many beers? I'm just kidding. I don't
Who's
want
to
I don't
say?
want to start this conversation. He gets to the twins and they finally feel vulnerable. They're like, we know things. We'll tell you whatever.
This was a great emotional moment.
And he tells Grogu, go free Rada. I'm going to deal with this. And then there's a cool, like, multifaceted fight going on that I really liked.
Yeah. I actually had a friend one time that told me that who doesn't like the Phantom Menace. He said, I think the problem with the Phantom Menace is that the original trilogy, you build up to the 3 climaxes in Return of the Jedi, where you have 3 fights going on in the 3rd movie. In Phantom Menace, you have 3 fights going on in the 1st movie, which is why it's a little bit odd. In this, I think they really worked it out very well, where that by the end of the film, all three major players, which are Mando, Grogu, and Rada, all have their own climax. You have Mando kind of going to his own fight. You have Grogu going his own fight / working with the Force as Ezra did. And then you have Rada. And I think that this worked extremely well story-wise because all three storylines that, for better or for worse, some work better than others, are all kind of hitting their peak. You have Grogu really taking a lot of competence. He's taking control of the dog. He's kind of, making sure it works. You have Mando really taking control of his combat form. And you have Rada being like, I'm taking control of my family. And I think metaphorically, all of them work. And then physically, they all are very different. So whenever we saw the camera go to each different fight, we got a different visual cue.
We've talked about Hutts rolling and stuff. I loved the way the two Hutts fought together.
It's so cool.
Where they were like rolling over each other in an intentional way.
They were kind of like when they sleep together, you almost saw the yin yang, like with the tails. And this one, I'm like, oh yeah, they have clearly done this before.
They were
yin yang.
That's not what we all thought.
Just sleeping.
Yin yang.
Not Game of Thrones.
They were both asleep when they busted through the door.
What?
Yin.
Big pipe, huh?
All right, do we need a reshuffle of who's on?
I was gonna say, like, I can tap
We need
out
to
and somebody
recycle
get off
people
the
here.
chair.
This is getting stale real quick.
You're doing great.
You're not married to stay here yet. You can leave if you want. I'm not kicking you out. But yeah, I really did love the fight. I love how they're like, you can see the floor, the trap door continually like close to break, and then
What's gonna happen?
you're gonna kill us all. But it's not Mando that breaks it through. Rada comes in like people's elbow.
After explicitly being told, you're going to kill us all. And then he's like, I don't care. And just still drops it.
He's like, bet.
You're gonna kill me anyway.
I will say, family therapy. It's not far off.
It's
not far off from what we actually want.
Well, if
I love it.
Okay, so
if your family's dead,
all right, so Kate, let's step out for a second. If the twins, which we can assume they're maybe aunt and uncle or cousin, whatever,
They're
of
aunt and uncle.
Rada,
They said,
but they're maybe custodial references for Rada because his dad's dead.
Yeah.
They are now his parental figures. What are you saying to them in this room when they're talking?
Dude, I'm trying to stay out of the way. At this point, if it gets to this point, it's
Just
hands
let it
off.
happen.
Sometimes you can interject and be like, sure, you want to do that. But like at that point, he's like, yes, I'm taking us all down.
And so you just let them fight it out on the couch?
How are you supposed to stop a bomb?
you
I don't
don't.
know. I didn't go to school. I didn't go to school for this.
You don't need therapy if your family's dead.
No.
Well,
I think
you might actually really need
I would
therapy
actually
when your
recommend
family's all
it.
dead.
Then come to my office.
This is a great time to interject that in Legends, the Hutts are hermaphroditic.
That's how I thought you were going to interject.
Also,
So one Hutt can be both mother and father. You're welcome.
All right, this is what happens.
like to
This is what happens in hour 3. This is not
We
good.
just crossed the 3-hour mark. We're killing it. I'm loving it. Anyone who's still here is on board. So
yeah,
I'm
I
okay
mean they're
with
in
that.
it. They're in deep.
So the bear breaks the floor. They all fall through. But this is where I almost called him Yoda. Baby Yoda gets to have another Mudhorn moment, and he saves Rada.
Yeah,
and it's beautiful.
All I could think about was like how heavy that must have been. Like
Fair point.
you
As
couldn't
heavy as an
even pull
X-Wing?
the X-wing out of the water.
So
He's
between
just a
like
baby.
X-wing, Mudhorn, and Rada, where do we?
I don't know. We all know muscle's heavier than fat. So
That's right.
just saying.
X-Wing, all muscle.
X-wing. That's like a freaking boomer. Like, check out this muscle.
All
right
muscle.
here.
classic American muscle.
Yeah, this is.
That's good.
So we talked about this a little last night, and Eric's coming back to the lap because he might want to weigh in.
I just like the lap as well. That's what it is. Let's be honest.
Did anyone think, because as far as I know, maybe I could be wrong, I don't know that Rada had seen Grogu pull any Force shenanigans. No. I thought he was going to be like, I knew someone who could do that once upon a time.
No.
And
restraint.
I know, but we weren't expecting restraint.
That's fair.
With all the winks.
I will say so this moment, earnestly, again, this whole movie surprised me mostly in just my reaction to it because I thought I was really gonna not like it. I got pretty emotional at this moment, legitimately, because I think like Rada, again, shout out to the animators. This is the animators because it's a silent moment. The way that
hanging in the air.
That's right. But like Rada's look at Grogu in this moment legitimately was soft. It was like, because I think
We've lost the panel here. We've lost the dais.
That big son of a bitch is so beautiful.
That's what Eric is saying.
A large, ripped to hell slug.
Wow.
So one, he was, but also, I think that.
Wait, what was that, Carl?
Big slug, huh?
Big slug, huh? I will say, I think that Rada, because again, I am clearly on this podcast, probably the Rada defender. Rada's moment of like, I am. There we go. I think Rada's moment is like, I am going to accept my fate with my aunt and uncle. Like, they're going to die. I will die, but at least they'll go along with me.
And like, I'll go down a free man, which is a classic trope.
Yes. Yeah. And I think the animators put in the face of the creature of Rada, like, the relief, the like understanding of Grogu, like the moment of
surprise.
Yeah, there's, and I think frankly, technologically, that is hard to do. And I think that I saw all of that and like, wait, you saved me? Oh my God, I'm not gonna die. Wait, it's still gonna work? Okay, I get to keep going. Like silently, all of that read. And I think for the animators, shout out. That is very, very difficult to get in a 2-second moment while the music is going. Ludwig, shout out. Like Ludwig. Like none of this was done by Jeremy Allen White. None of this was done by Jon Favreau. This is all done by people behind the scenes being like, this is actually an emotional moment of Rada the Hutt, Stinky from the Clone Wars, emotionally realizing he will live on because of this child. And I was like, God damn, that is so many. Okay. And I think overall,
I'll take it a step further.
Hit it. Go.
Not only by a child, but he identified with that child.
Yes.
So like, it's his little self that's like,
Yes.
I saved you.
And they play it on the beach. And I think that like this.
We're not there yet.
No, but like this single moment, I think for all of us that love Star Wars, you love Star Wars because of George Lucas.
I don't actually love Star Wars.
Most of us love Star Wars. But because of Phil Tippett, because of Doug Chang, because of the people that are actually designing the thing, this moment was those people acting. It was those people putting on this scene of Rada the Hutt surviving because of Grogu. 2 puppets, computer-generated characters having a moment with music that is not real, with characters that are not real, with a place that is not real. None of this is because of an actor. And I think it worked so beautifully. And I was like, that's Star Wars.
Best 2 seconds of the 2-hour movie.
There we go. But earnestly.
They gave them 2 seconds.
George Lucas's vision was of a world that didn't exist, made by people that made things that don't exist. And this was the moment.
Go watch A Light and Sound.
There you go.
Corey's not over here on the couch. I've never seen him so angry than at that panel when they revealed the Light and Sound documentary. This is a very in reference. But yes, it was beautiful. And then it sort of finished off and we get into the, I love this word. I've used it all throughout our recap series.
Fun?
No, the denouement, as we've, thank you. I went to 10th grade.
Someone read the Scarlet Letter.
I did not. Sparknotes.com. I assume that still exists. Yeah. Anyway, so they get back to Adelphi, and this is a little funky for me because again they're kind of like, where is Rada? Blah, blah, blah.
Are we skipping over the entire bombing run?
Yeah.
Oh, right, that happened.
Also,
the action climax of the movie.
Yeah, which is very cool. Again, you were about to say something.
Well, I was going to say Blue Squadron shows up.
Yeah. Yes.
Carson Teva for the first time?
Yeah, so Carson Teva, we get Sigourney Weaver in the cockpit.
Yep. Feeling a lot more natural than her first appearance in the film.
Yeah, we get Rick Famuyiwa talks. Deborah Chow, I don't know if they even show her, but she doesn't talk.
Filoni talks.
He's swapped his hat for a helmet at this point.
But great X-Wing. Why? Like one of my favorite moments in The Force Awakens is when they're on at Maz's castle and Han Solo says, the resistance, and they come along the water, and they're just like X-wings blowing shit up is the best.
It's not just the skimming the water.
Oh yeah.
And like
Unbelievable. This was also cool. They did not skim water.
I have still wondered if JJ submitted an edit that had a BC Boys soundtrack while they were doing.
Probably.
Yeah.
But no, this was really cool. Like, we are like the surprise of like, we brought help. Classic Star Wars.
Great.
Like, you're all clear, kid. That was exactly this moment.
And we talked earlier about the Y-wings, how like, you know, in the movies there's Y-wings, A-wings, B-wings, X-wings. The definition of those is not important.
Nope.
But us lore nerds know what. And Sigourney even like kind of spells it out like they're bombs. Like bombs are coming because these are Y-wings. And we see the Y-wings bomb, and Pedro's like, we gotta jump. And Rada's like, I'm scared.
You say Vader says we gotta jump?
Said Pedro. What
Okay, sorry. You said
Vader.
Oh, Carl, sorry, what did you say?
I thought he was going to say I can't swim. Instead, he just said it was shallow, which I guess is good if you can't swim.
Yeah, we're done pretty well.
Yeah. So that's very cool.
A lot of huts died. At the very beginning of the movie, they showed a lot of huts inside that place.
Good.
So I guess there's one needle push because like what's happening to the Hut Syndicate when only Rada's left? Who knows?
These are great questions.
We don't know that for sure.
Paul Bill, Tim. I don't know.
That is something that
We'll have to wait for the tie-in novel.
Absolutely.
Well, that's
Yo, how dare you?
that is something that sort of resonates throughout tie-in media. Is there's always from the High Republic throughout the like original trilogy era, is there they always sort of reference the Hutts. Like the Hutts.
Yes.
The Hutts are making moves.
They're an entity.
The Hutts are doing this, but we never actually see them. They're always building power. They rarely have power. And then in Crimson Reign or the War of the Bounty Hunters, all that, the Kira trilogy, they kill all the Hutts but Jabba. And the twins, apparently. And Stinky and the other ones that we see.
That we're just like rolling around on each other at the beginning of the movie.
It's kind of like the Jedi are all dead, except the ones we want to write about.
Right.
Except my boy Tensu Run. But yeah, so
Go forward.
The Hutts, a lot of them die in this explosion, and they blow up this homestead. It's awesome.
They die as they lived by just sliming all over each other.
Don't love that.
I didn't. But they get the whole bomb. They get the jump out. You know I don't know. For all the things people can say about Star Wars, no other franchise does the the reinforcements are here. We're getting rid of the bad guys. Oh gosh, time is running out. Like I knew they'd be fine. My heart was going. We gotta jump out. Let's get out. Hurry, the bombs are coming. The X-Wings are going. Like,
So simple.
yeah, it's simple and it's good.
Yeah.
It works.
It's great. And then Sigourney delivered her best line. She goes, Zeb, go pick up the trash.
That was so great.
Yeah.
Beautiful Star Wars moment. And yeah, then you were saying we get to Adelphi.
Now we have the denouement.
Whoa! All right, film school.
God, I wish. I would love to be poorer than I currently am. You jumping out? All right, Carl's tapping out. Carl, thank you for joining the pod.
Thanks, Carl. To all of you that want to see more of Carl's work, check out our Substack where he edits all the Youtini articles that are on there. You can get to that Carl, how can you get to the Substack?
We can't
look for Youtini on.
If you go to our website on the main page, you can go ahead and subscribe to our Substack.
There you go. Go to our Substack where we got a lot of great articles.
So we jump back to Adelphi. They do the same kind of thing. Sigourney makes a reference to two of their conversations to the film. Messy, very messy. I thought that was fun.
So good.
fun.
Oh.
That's rude and untrue.
The Peanut Gallery
I
just
have
pointed
7
out that
beers.
Oz has 7 empty beers next to him.
Also, they're Miller Lights. Are they beers?
Yeah. We've been having fun.
Damn it.
Yeah, they get to Adelphi, and I don't know if I love this for like an ongoing thing, but Rada's like, I kind of want to join the New Republic.
Okay,
He joins up. What is he gonna do?
Thank you.
What is his role gonna be? Like, is he gonna be muscle? I mean, like, there's that weird moment
Dude,
where like
PT trainer Rada the Hutt.
Zeb is like, I have a uniform that's gonna fit him. I don't think he wants to wear that.
What's weird is that line felt like it was a reference to something, but I don't know.
No, I need that Funko of Rada the Hutt in a jacket.
Why though?
It's just like, well,
they don't
the biggest, outfits here, so I'll just throw it on them.
It's just Rada wearing Dave's hat.
Yeah, I will kill myself.
Oh my God, that's awful.
That being said, I think that the end of this earnestly depends on whether you liked Rada as a character. I liked Rada. I want more of Rada. I'm glad he's in the New Republic because it was a possibility. If you didn't enjoy Rada, I don't think you have to worry. He's not a main character going forward.
I don't think they really bring this back.
No. It's a single adventure, and now he is there.
It's never gonna be touched again, which begs the question: why do it at all?
Because in 4 years from now,
what was it?
After you win,
it was fun.
It was fun. Together, it was for you and me. And
it's okay. What?
All right, anyway.
Big guy pants okay.
Oh, stop!
Big pipe.
Oz. You don't 6'7". All right, let's moving on. A
future author can mention Rada the Hutt in the background. Yes, that's what it is.
But why though? That is the takeaway from the movie.
Because it was enjoyable, and I think that's. And then we.
But why though?
No end credits. No, just next adventure. And I think that it is the end of this movie is very interesting for the future of Star Wars because we have a movie that objectively did not move the needle. Is the quote that is keeps pressing along.
I'm so tired of that already.
Me too, but that's the phrase, right? It didn't move the needle.
But the criticism, though, all right, let's dive into that for just a moment because the criticism is not it didn't move the needle at all. It doesn't mean like just for the Star Wars saga.
Sure.
It also just means for the characters. Like there's zero growth.
But
There's
also
zero
while you were gone, I think Grogu had moved.
Grogu lifted a whole
Grogu moved,
like,
which we
I
saw,
think that's a huge
which we saw in like episode 4 of season 1.
Episode two, to be fair.
My bad, right? So like Grogu has no new force powers. He has no new special abilities. Mando hasn't grown at all.
Yes,
does he?
He did his own adventure.
Yes,
yeah, he went all the way on his own. He proved to himself that he could like do something without instruction.
Yes. Yeah. There's character growth there. And I think this is also a vehicle for just telling different types of Star Wars stories. So, for example, they're going to have that trilogy, probably going to announce it next year at 50-year celebration. That is the needle pusher.
You're right. Now they have permission to do badly written Star Wars. You're right.
Oh my God.
So
this is why we did a hostile take.
But Mando and Grogu is you can perpetually tell adventure stories with that duo.
Yeah,
that's what it's
and
for.
the plot points don't matter at all. Moving,
This is what I said I was going to bring up. James Bond. When you watch a James Bond movie or an Indiana Jones movie, at the end you're not like, I don't feel like that they grew a lot in
those franchises don't have established moving.
No, they don't. But so let's let Star Wars do this thing.
Live in that space a little bit.
Not to just invoke all the things that George was obsessed with, but like Flash Gordon, it's like a serial thing. It's an adventure. He does a thing, and at the end, he's still him.
Right. But the show hasn't established that normalization yet.
That's what they're doing with this.
Yeah. Like 3 seasons of TV show. I mean, how many hours? We have more of Mandalorian. There are more hours of Mandalorian TV shows than there probably are Star Wars Saga. Right.
Oh, absolutely. But I think there's a reason
the norms that we have established though are not that this is a dumb fun adventure story. The norms
that's
that
what they're doing with this.
Yeah, but also this wasn't a Star Wars story and it wasn't a number.
That we've changed our mind from the day one.
Yes,
we changed our mind.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
But why?
You're right.
Why is it okay though? We start with like
because we got new information. We changed our mind.
We start with this needs new.
Changing minds here.
Eric's had some beers.
Eric's had beers.
This
is me sober as a nun. I would yell out loud.
This is also like a post season 3 thing where season 3 did a lot of
just chaos.
But a lot of things that were just sort of pure pulpy adventure.
Yeah.
That a lot of which I didn't like.
I think this does fundamentally go back to it's not that kind of movie kid, like kind of reaction, right? Like because I think when Mandalorian started, I think it was that. I think it's not that kind of movie, kid. It's this dumb, pulpy Western. That's how they talk about it, right? That's how Jon Favreau was talking
before
about it.
Bo-Katan, before Mandalore, before...
Yes. But then it got wildly popular and it got a little out of hand.
Yeah.
So we started adding in all of these insane plot points, and Dave Filoni got super involved, and now we were playing with Dave Filoni toys in addition to Jon Favreau toys.
Yeah. Like, there was almost a conversation at one point, like you talk about it being safe. Someone was in a boardroom somewhere and said, yo, guys, chill the F out. Like, that's what we're doing with this movie.
And now we're changing gears. That being said, it is jarring as a viewer to be like, look, this is season 1, this is season 2, now we're crazy off the rails, now we have a movie. It's just inconsistent. And I find that frustrating a little bit as a viewer.
I think it's fair to have expectations, but it's also frustrating to let expectations drive the narrative.
For sure.
Yes.
For
yes.
sure.
And I think the problem is that when we hit Mandalorian season 3, we were in a quiet zone of Star Wars media. We were like, the only thing, quote unquote, pushing the needle was the Filoniverse, was Bo-Katan, was Mando, was Grogu. Nothing else was moving. There was no Rey, there was no Finn, there was no Poe. Like, none of that was happening because Rise of Skywalker was over. So we're like, if this is the only thing that exists, that's all that pushes Star Wars forward. So that was that expectation. So that's why I think they put in Bo-Katan, the Mandalore, and Moff Gideon, and the Mythosaur, and all this kind of stuff. This movie, I think, because they also have Starfighter, because they also have the Rey movie that is coming, because they also have all this.
We don't know any of that.
I will say again, episodes 10, 11, 12 coming, celebration. I think that because now Dave, for his position, knows the full scope of Lucasfilm, knows that the whole narrative can move forward outside of this. This now has permission to be a pulpy adventure. Again,
my devil's advocate to that is that we have had a lot of build up in multiple seasons of TV shows.
That is true.
And now we had this big gigantic moment to create a big on the big screen adventure.
Yep.
And instead of moving the story forward literally at all, we have made zero progress.
Yes, I agree with that. I think you do one of two things, right? I think you do something to move the story forward and maybe even have some finality to it. Right. But I think also, if I'm Disney, I'm sitting here going, I just brought all these casual normies into this movie, and now I'm going to kick them right back to 3 seasons of The Mandalorian.
I mean, we'll see if they make 3 more seasons of Mandalorian. I suppose.
No, I mean like going back to what they already have. If you haven't seen The Mandalorian before.
It's just jarring to go from Filoniverse playing with toys to suddenly the stakes don't matter at all.
No, I can see that.
That's the only thing. That's the only point I'm trying to make.
I could see that.
What I think is interesting though, and this is the thing that annoys me. That of course we're all feeding into right now, but like that there's so much meta conversation about like, oh, what Star Wars is and Disney Star Wars and Filoni Star Wars, blah, blah, blah. And there's this perception, I think, that because of the sequels or because whatever you think about, the Acolyte or Mando season 3 or whatever else, is that we're in a bad place. But when you actually think about it, is that the most recent big projects are Andor season 2,
right?
Universally beloved, nominated for so many awards.
Anybody who had negative things to say about it, like as a critical viewer, like literally the community thinks they're wrong. Like,
And then Maul Shadow Lord.
It's been amazing.
Pretty close to Universal.
Yep.
And then even this, people all collectively agree it's a good time. I'm not going to say the word. It's fun.
Damn it!
But to your point, Oz, like I refuse to live in that space where I'm going to hyper focus on the things that are negative about this film, because I think you have to try really hard to shit on this film.
So what I'm saying is, like, why are we pretending still, or pretending is mean, but like, why are we still acting like we're in a place where every Star Wars is bad?
Correct.
Where Star Wars is sparse. Like, it's been 7 years since a movie in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
But the things we've gotten, most people like.
Yes.
For the past couple of years. The High Republic, I think, was pretty successful for the diehards of the book readers.
And that should make you feel good about the future rather than living in that kind of time in the past where you're just seemingly stuck there.
Exactly.
And that's where the fandom seems to be.
I think this movie was great. Is it the return to form? I don't know. But like,
yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Does anybody else? Kate?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Kate does now. She's
I'm just here for a good time.
Here for the vibes and here for
a good time. And did you have a good time?
Did you have
I mean, Eric talking about Rada in the air as like a Sistine Chapel moment has just made my time. So
You did talk
made
about it like that.
everything.
It was slightly weird.
my Lord and Savior Rada.
Do you guys think it's
Rada.
as important that the movie did not move the saga forward in a way?
No.
I don't
no. Go ahead.
think so, because like Mando to me has always been supposed to be like, for me, Mando season 1 was like the perfect like distillation of like what they were trying to do, with just like a nice pulpy Western, like Yojimbo and Cub, just like adventure of the week kind of thing. And then like we had mentioned earlier, like with Filoni, like bringing in like all the Ahsoka stuff.
Almost
Luke.
too much.
Yeah.
And it's like, so it's like the fact that it was like a return within that, but like also it's just so weird to be talking about a media property that is like almost at this point, 50 years close to old. And just like having like to be like cycles within cycles of like, when does it matter? When is it just pulpy fun? And at some point, like the community is going to have a reckoning or like a schism where it's going to be like Roman Catholic and Eastern Orthodox, like who wants to move the needle and who just wants to have pulpy fun.
I think we have to realize, I think Star Wars is putting these things in two different buckets. I think Starfighter is going to be the good time fun movie.
But I am so excited for Starfighter.
Right.
I know I hate that, like, as a culture, we're like, this was whatever, but the next thing.
But yeah, and the next thing is going to be,
which one's lore, which one's fun.
It's going to be the fun, good vibes, not pushing the story forward. But I think then you have Ahsoka 2 and you have a Rey film where Filoni's going to have no choice in Ahsoka 2 but to move the story forward. That's the medium that you do that in. I think those two things coexist.
Also, for the record, I don't think Starfighter is going to be like moving the saga forward.
No, it won't.
My devil's advocate to my biggest problem with
think
Mandalorian, which we talked about
he's just
earlier.
the advocate.
That's true. I am the devil's advocate, but which I brought this up at the to draw this eventually to a close here, hopefully soon. I started my criticism of Mandalorian is that they want to kind of have their cake and eat it too, right? Like they undo themselves, they undermine themselves.
Yeah.
Like Mandalorian has tried to be both. Like Luke Skywalker is here. These are big Force consequences, and also this is just dumb pulpy fun. Like you can't really have both.
You can't
really have both.
And let's hope they learn that.
I thought they had learned that, but now we have this movie, so like we started with dumb pulpy fun. We went to crazy. Like this is huge. This is Saga. This is Imperial Remnant. This is Thrawn. Like this is Filoniverse, and now we're back to dumb pulpy fun. I just find it jarring. That's my only, and I don't think I'm alone in that. And I don't think that's like a crazy opinion. And it was fun. I love it. That movie was an adventure, and it was great to go see, and it's a great story. But the writing is still all over the place.
It's like objectively unfair to weigh it in that way.
Exactly.
But also like it makes sense.
They did it to themselves. They wrote their own problems. They created this for themselves.
And
right?
and maybe this is the course correction that we're seeing in live
I hope
action,
so. I
right?
hope it is.
mean,
I hope if the course correction is like, wait, that was maybe a mistake to do all this cameo crap. Maybe now we're back to dumb pulpy fun.
And so
I hope that's where we go.
Isn't that life? Isn't that life of like you start out really dumb, you learn a lot, you
Some
make
people
mistakes.
just don't start off. They
I was about to say some people start off apparently wonderfully.
Start off brilliant, like Grogu.
The question is, what has Disney learned from this? What is the community going to take away from this? And I think Eric, you pointed out when we were just chit chatting earlier that this does feel like, in some ways, a closing chapter.
Yes,
of an era of Star Wars storytelling.
Yeah, this feels like they made The Mandalorian a couple seasons. They started out, it got way too popular. They tried to course correct. They did a little cameo stuff, and then this movie showed restraint. They're like, we're gonna do a movie that shows our characters.
Right.
We're gonna have a good time.
We're returning to the original intention.
Yep.
Like we're acknowledging that maybe streaming has kind of not been the greatest
Which
choice.
every company is kind of
Yes.
I still think that Ahsoka season 2 is the last season of live action Star Wars we ever get.
Maybe for a long time.
We'll see.
I mean, maybe for a long time.
The next movie is Starfighter, and I earnestly think the next movies after Starfighter are going to be the Rey films. And I think we get back on track.
It's gonna be
and this was fun.
It's gonna be interesting to see if we do truly leave TV behind.
So,
you want to last words or anything like that?
Well, we are going to. We're going to get to that. I've got a couple things I want to talk about. While we still have a couple of guest panelists, and then I'm going to kick y'all out.
Absolutely.
If we were, you mentioned earlier, we could do a trilogy of these films. What would y'all like to see in a future Mandalorian and Grogu 2 and 3? Thank you.
No, just do Grogu 2. You nailed it there. Stop there.
Well,
That's great.
Like, what would you like to see in future adventures of Mando and Grogu?
I just want to see Grogu have his own little adventure. Like, do a silent film. If he's not gonna talk, like let's just watch him scurry around, like have his own adventure, interact with everybody.
If 30 seconds would excite you, there is a short film by Studio Ghibli called Grogu and the Dust Mites.
Wow.
Grogu
Yep,
and
that's
Dust
true.
Mites?
It's Ghibli doing Grogu.
It's a hand-drawn animation.
I've watched
on
like
Disney
almost
Plus.
all of the Ghibli movies. I've never heard of this.
It's literally
Okay, it's
30
new.
seconds long.
Okay.
No, it's from
Gotcha.
like 5 or 6 years ago, but it is.
Gotcha.
They were like Studio Ghibli and Star Wars. Oh, what's it gonna be? Oh, it's a quick short featuring Grogu
With the
and
little
some Dust Mites.
sprites.
Yeah.
It's cute.
I love that.
It's cute.
For me, honestly, like because like they had like dropped like this new Mandalorian creed of like the old protect the young and then the young protect the old, it has to end with Din dying.
Fair.
Okay, JG.
That's fair though. That's fair.
It has to end with Grogu being able to talk and being able to do, like finally make the choice of like, is he going to go the path of Jedi or is he going to go the path of Mandalorian? It's like I feel like it's pretty hard Mandalorian right now, but it's so hard to get away from Jedi and Star Wars.
Which I also, we talked about this with Book of Boba Fett. I think that choice is so dumb.
I agree.
When he's like,
Toddler. You're gonna let your toddler choose whether he's gonna be a doctor or a freaking like engineer when he's like 2. Like, what are we doing?
when do you get
people?
baptized?
Like, I know he can't even speak yet. Like, what are we doing? Letting him choose between like this weapon that you can drop and kill yourself with versus wearing plate mail. Like,
Dad's
what are we
house
doing?
is more fun, so I'm gonna go hang out with Dad.
There you go.
I don't have to meditate with Dad.
Yeah.
it's like when Judge Judy puts the dog in between two.
Yep, exactly it.
People and lets the dog choose. But yeah, I mean,
Oh, wait, hold on. All right, one more thing we didn't talk about at all. Brief tangent. What do we think about like him being like Grogu heel?
I didn't like that.
Yikes! Yikes!
What was up with
That's
that
not
shit?
great.
That was
like
not
that.
cool,
I didn't
bro.
love that.
I was not a
Treat
fan
him like
of
a
that.
dog is wild.
Like, pick one.
Yeah, no, that was wild.
although to be fair, I mean, look, I've got 2 toddlers.
What's your command words for your toddlers?
Go on. Go on.
Yeah, Andrew's over there backing me up. I get it. Look, I'm not saying that I have a clicker for my son.
But would it be useful?
I should have trained him like
Just
that.
heel.
I'm gonna go ahead and jump out at clicker
Yeah,
for my
all right.
son.
Well, all right. Thank you so much to James.
Thank Paul, Tim, Bob.
Tim, thank you so much.
Oh, all right, we're doing
Kate,
it.
Always a pleasure.
All
Thank
right.
you guys for jumping in.
I will say,
Wrap this up.
future Mandalorian Grogu stories. Listen, I know it is a Star Wars thing. I would love for us to get rid of the no one knows Yoda's species regardless.
I hate that.
Hold
No,
on.
Shut the fuck
Shut
up.
up.
Oh no.
That's your 4th one.
Fourth one.
Hold on.
Corey.
Age it up. Let old Din take Grogu back to his home planet. As an adult, just do it.
I absolutely hate that.
I
freaking hate that. That's the dumbest take I've ever heard out of your mouth.
Jesus. Or do another Run of the Hut story. Fuck me. Just for a second.
I've known you for a long time. I hate that. I don't know if I've ever so vehemently disagreed with you. Honestly.
I don't even know if I believe it. I just said it.
I don't want any answers about Yoda's species.
That's awful. No.
All right.
No, absolutely not.
All right, fine.
You're canceled.
Here's
for
the
sure.
thing.
We were talking about George's intentions.
Okay,
with
hold
Star
on.
Wars,
Hold on.
and
Okay,
that's one of
okay.
them.
You're gonna
Fine.
edit the statement.
Listen, here's the thing. Me as a person, I take in feedback. I'll get rid of it.
I tested it. It didn't land. You're right.
Okay, let's try it again.
They're not working in my favor.
It's like another millennial reference, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, when the chief comes in with the red hat on. He goes, "I was trying something." Maybe none of y'all watch Brooklyn.
Yeah, no, I watched. I was trying something. Okay. Other one, Run of the Hut. Big pipe. Let's be real. So,
Oh my god.
I went no.
But Big Pipe Hum.
Big pipe, huh? No. Earnestly,
Run a Big
Okay.
Pipe guy. Okay.
with the most real answer, I think that going to this movie, I thought I would dislike it. I thought that Run of the Hut was a dumb idea. It worked for me. Their adventure worked for me. I think that bringing them both to another, dare I say, unrelated adventure where they just kind of have fun together would work. I do absolutely agree with everyone on this couch that has said, I want Grogu to advance. I would love a story that involves not him just saving Mando, but him being crucially important. I think we got to have him speak. We got to have him.
I think the fundamental problem is what we talked about earlier is that we've created a TV show with a character that wears a mask that we can't see and that
Yep.
can't have much emotion. when his sidekick is a baby who cannot speak, who lives to be 1,000 years old. And that is fundamentally a gigantic writing problem.
When was Yoda a teenager?
That is correct. And so when this problem was introduced in, say, books, right? When we introduced new characters in books and new sidekicks, so a good example would be like the Coruscant Knight series from Legends. We introduce a new character, a new droid, a new sidekick. We tell their story and we move on. And we never address it again.
Yeah.
And that sort of needs to be what happened. So I'm absolutely in the camp of like, let's just move on. We don't have to know their full story forever.
Yeah,
Let's just move on.
I definitely don't I don't ever want Grogu to get delivered to Yoda's home planet or anything like that.
No.
Me neither.
I don't know that I even want,
I would never say that.
I don't even know that I want to see like teen or like middle-aged Grogu like show up in like a Rey film and be like, I'm a 17-year-old.
We don't need to see emo phase Yoda. We just don't need to see it.
Shit. Like,
two parts on that one we talked about during one of these recaps.
You're telling me that in episode 10 you don't want Rey to be in trouble, and then all of a sudden an explosion happens, then it's Grogu with a lightsaber.
A cameo for 2 seconds, fine.
We talked about one is the obvious parallel to Baby Groot. Is that then they for Guardians 2 he was like teenage Groot.
Guardians 3 is an adult,
and then Guardians 3 is a little older, but that was like played purely as comedy
and
with a pathos that like it was but Marvel can do a silly thing a little better.
They have a ton more characters.
Than Star Wars can.
I just don't see a future scenario where Disney does not milk the Grogu character wherever they can.
Unfortunately, yes.
And I think that's what's going to happen.
Unfortunately, but also I like this one. So that's very weird for me.
Sure.
As the weird, nerdy books and comics fans that we are,
yes,
we often joke about like who could be in Rey's new Jedi Order. And Tamiri Blagg, aka Broom Boy, comes up. My boy Zara Leonis, his older sister, Dara, who is maybe force sensitive, she could be in there. Like we come with
I don't want Grogu in the Rey movies.
They have to
earnestly at all.
They have to be side characters. And
I don't want them at all.
And don't touch them at all. But that's the problem, is that they've written themselves into a hole.
And the problem is you have two options. Either he survives into the future or he gets killed by Kylo, and that's not a fun option.
Because also Luke Skywalker fundamentally knows who Grogu is.
He does.
Right.
He knows that Grogu exists. So by the time you unfortunately get to episode 8,
you're running into that dilemma.
Luke has had to make a decision about Grogu.
You have to.
Well, they have to say, did Grogu get killed? And I, back in season 2 or back in Book of Boba Fett, I thought that's why they gave him the mithril shirt, the chainmail shirt.
Because he'll die.
Is to protect him from Kylo.
Wow.
And so it's like, do we ever address that? And it's the same thing with like Ahsoka or Ezra and Order 66 and all that.
Yeah.
We're too spoiled now that we have these TV shows.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to answer all the questions.
Yeah, the older I get, the more I'm like, don't address it.
Just move on. Just move on. Tell other good stories.
Yeah.
Just write good stories.
That's what it comes down to.
What did Rada say in this movie?
Write good stories.
Yes.
What did he say?
Rada the Hutt said in this movie, it's a big galaxy. I can disappear.
Yeah.
Like, earnestly, you can.
We have the biggest Rada stand on our cast right
I'm blown
now.
away with how big the Rada stand.
The only reason you are not more blown away is because I am more blown away than you. I hate this about myself.
Very similarly, one of the Babu Fricks said, "Big pipe, huh?"
Hey!
On that note,
we will come to the end here, but we do have a few like listener Q&As.
Oh, yes, let's do it.
I don't think we brought this up. Corey's a Grogu hater.
I am a Grogu hater. That's correct.
And didn't love this movie.
I thought it was, I believe I said fucking awful.
4!
That's
That's 5 or 6. Yeah, we're up there.
However, in season 3, I remember when all of that was coming out and you loved him writing in IG-12.
I did. I loved IG-12.
Which is a crazy,
insane take.
Yeah, the one thing he liked was the thing universally nobody likes.
Which is funny because you guys think that there's things contradict each other. I don't see how they do it all.
Oh my god!
All right, Oz, continue with the question though.
Anyway, so we have finished up with all that. We are coming. We have a few things first from a friend of the show, Andrew.
Oh boy,
right over
Who was
there.
on the show earlier.
He just said, "Was Zeb wearing Callus's jacket early in the movie?" I don't know,
dude. I don't know.
No,
I can't say I was paying attention.
Callus does not wear the same size.
He's a big boy.
That's
grow up.
Zeb can make it fit.
No, that's not how clothes work. Moving on.
Yeah, I don't think so. But I do wish Callus, like that would be a fun glut moment.
Yeah.
Or like
if Zeb got a call at the end of the mission,
or
it was like
if there was a guy standing next to Zeb with mutton
No.
chops.
Nobody said
Nope.
anything. Just have him there. Yeah.
not gonna do it.
That would be great. Tyler, a former host of the Cosmic Force, says the biggest question all of us had after the movie was how deep was the twins' pool, and where did the snake live compared to where Din was standing?
Do you know how you go to a resort and there's the hot tub and then it goes right into the deeper pool? It was like that.
That's it.
That's the situation.
There were literal logs that they stood on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it showed
Yep.
Mando on trees. Tyler.
That did introduce like a weird level of like anxiety, thalassophobia. Is that what
Oh,
it
yeah,
is?
thalassophobia.
Thalassophobia. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, like the fact that it's very clearly deep and scary, but he's like barely standing on little things.
It is a very deep pool that has logs he could stand on.
That scene was quite hard to watch, I would say. There was a lot of moving camera underwater.
I didn't have a problem with that.
I thought it was.
It was creepy though.
No. It was, yeah.
So
Good
great.
shot
But
scene.
yep, it was in the movie.
Well shot scene.
All right. And then finally, Nix455, I think we've covered this, but said, what was the point of the Martin Scorsese character? I wish they met him earlier and made more of an impact. I don't know. I think
Martin was the point.
I think the point was that it was Martin Scorsese, and he gave exactly the information that they needed at the time they needed it, I guess.
I also don't think anyone would have been like, oh, what was with this character if it wasn't Martin Scorsese?
Yeah,
If
that's
it was
right.
just a guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
This was just the Danny Trejo of this movie.
Yep.
But less jarring.
Yeah, seriously.
right.
I hate Danny Trejo and Book of Boba Fett. This is
I
great.
didn't love that.
It was so random. Yeah.
All right, I think that kind of brings us to the end, and I want to go and point out that I'm pretty sure at this point,
Wow.
this is the longest Youtini podcast.
It has to be.
At least of an individual episode.
3.5 hours.
Wow.
Ignoring
Because we split up Rise of Skywalker into 3 2+ hour episodes.
It was still 3 hours total.
340.
No, it was
Actually,
way longer.
I think you're overestimating, but I have the stats. We'll check later.
Okay.
Of course you do.
Thank you for the people who stuck with us for
Star
over
Wars
3.5
movies are
hours.
back.
Yeah.
And this one was bad.
Nope.
Oh my God! I was gonna ask for last notes, but okay.
Go to Corey first. Go
I'm
to
sorry,
Corey
Eric,
first.
shut me
Go to
up.
Corey first.
Go to Corey.
Wait, which one's Corey? Corey talk. Corey talk. Okay, cool. You're muted.
Go, Corey.
So, last thoughts, Anthony. We'll start with you, and we'll come back to me.
All right. Well, I consume Star Wars in a way where I'm the biggest homer at all times. That's just how I consume Star Wars.
Like the White Sox.
Absolutely. That's how I am. Oof. And like they could literally in the script say Anthony's a weird ass looking MFer, and I'd be like, yeah, that sounds great. That's just how I consume Star Wars. I encourage you when you're going into this theater to go in with no preconceived notions. I think we all benefited from that.
For the record, no one who's here with us at the end of hour 4 hasn't already seen this movie.
No, well, sure, fair. Now, I will say this: is anyone though that you're bringing to this movie, it's one of those things where you go in and you need to come out expecting to have a good time, and that's what it is. Like we talked about this show, we talked here today about it pushing the story versus being a good time. I think Star Wars is living in both those places. I think that's where we're going to be, and I think this is the first start of that.
Eric?
I somewhat ironically will give almost the exact opposite advice, where I went in with the lowest bar possible. I thought I earnestly expected to dislike this movie. I thought I had talked myself out of it, but sitting in that chair, I was really worried. I was really worried that this franchise I had loved my whole life was going to disappoint me. I thought that this wasn't going to move the needle.
Star Wars would never.
Well, I thought Andor and Maul, which I love so much, were like the peak, and we were going to go backwards and we were going to regress. Yeah. And for whatever reason, going into it with that in mind, ironically, I had such a great time. I think that I don't know what my meta was, if I then just wanted to have fun or wanted to do whatever. But like fun. But like, I think that this is just a cool movie, and I think that that's all there is to it. It doesn't negate my dislike of season 3. It doesn't mean that I think Andor is worse or Maul is worse or whatever in my rankings. Like it kind of just shut everything off, and I had a wonderful time without ignoring flaws. And I just had a really, really great time at the movies, and I'm really excited for Star Wars to be back doing that, and I hope they do more of that in the future for years to come.
Amazing. Sorry.
No. Only on the podcast.
Peanut Gallery wants to chime in. Jared, come here. What did you just say?
Nope.
Okay. Corey, go ahead.
I founded Youtini almost a decade ago, and
this isn't about that.
Yep, this isn't about that. I founded this with the value system of we talk about intentional positivity a lot, and I think I've had a lot of changing narratives around what that means. I think for me over the years, I think at one point I thought it meant choosing to ignore the bad. I think at some point I've also thought that it meant choosing to love everything. And I think at this given time in my current iteration of Star Wars, after all this time, like
it means I hate this movie.
I can watch stuff and I can acknowledge that it's not necessarily amazing filmmaking, it's not necessarily amazing writing, or not necessarily amazing plot, but like you can still love it and have a good time and talk about it for 4 hours with your friends, and it's inconsequential to your life. And it's okay that the movie maybe isn't a cinematic masterpiece and you can still love every minute of it. So I stand by what I said. I loved the movie. I thought it was super fun.
Yeah.
I had a blast watching it with all my friends, and I also thought it was terrible at the same time.
You know what? You call it inconsequential, and in a way that works because it's kind of the movie we all needed right now.
That's correct.
We all said the same thing in kind of 3 different ways. That's kind of beautiful.
Yes.
Correct.
All right, let's finish this out.
Real quick, we got a peanut gallery. Anyone want to weigh in one more time? No, I figured not. I love the movie. I think I've said enough about it. So that will do it tonight on our episode of Bounty Hunt. Thank you so much for joining us.
The sun went down.
Yeah, and the sun is setting. Thank you for the interruption to my outro.
You're welcome.
Be sure to check out the rest of the shows on the Youtini Podcast Network. We've got Legends Look Back featuring Jared Mays. I don't know if you can hear that guttural scream. We've got the Youtini Show. We've got the Canon Book Club. We've got the Cosmic Force. We've got other. We got Star Wars Archives. Anyway, come check out those shows on the Youtini Podcast Network. You can support the show by going to youtini.com/community, and we would love it if you would leave a review on your favorite podcast catcher. If you're already a proud member of the United, thank you so much. And an extra special thank you goes to Michael Fry, James Taylor, Kevin Lininger, Brian Dooley, and Austin Visser. You can join us on Discord, where the conversations are popping right now. About
Seriously?
Grogu, yeah. And about all of their Star Wars things. Thanks as always to Wes for our Youtini Network support, even though he's not here.
Nothing today.
Yeah, and
Bless him.
And thank you to Anthony, Corey, Eric, Andrew, Bob, I guess. We got Carl, we got Jared, we got Kate, we got Caleb, everyone who was on the show, Carolyn. Thank you so much to everyone who joined tonight, and thank you most importantly to our listeners. May the Force be with you, and we will see you next time. I hope that recorded.
We did.
I hope that